Titties!
Boobs.
Boobs. And grilled cheeses.
Amunda cheese.
What?
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 What in the butt? He hates that.
I'm scared and I want to go home already.
Yeah.
We just started. It's 19 seconds in.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I want to go home.
I'm already done 10 seconds ago.
We've heard.
Same.
Yeah. I lasted 3 minutes one time because I was tired.
So on this episode of Circumcision Diaries.
You guys got that? RERP. Your insurance covered that?
Yeah, you did.
I had mine reversed.
I was born a Jew.
This is aggressively off the rails already. All right, welcome to Chubby Boy Magic. You can find us on. What the fuck was that?
He lost his foreskin to organized religion.
Yeah. But I found it again. It's a strip club.
It was on the floor.
Larry Flynn, Shreveport.
All right, hold on.
That man is a saint.
He
That was
is.
a shrimp tail, I thought. Is it foreskin?
Oh God! It was all crunchy when you stepped on it because it's from the fucking 40s.
You got to rehydrate it.
That wasn't cocktail sauce.
Oh, buddy. Anyway, you can find us online at Chubby Boy Magic 405 on Instagram. Come look for us other places. Hey, when you vape, turn your head way far away from the mic because we can hear it. That's
Actually, just vape right into
vape right into it because you know who loves that noise? Nate. What's up, Nate?
Fuck Nate.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
Nate
agree
Hill.
with you. He's a fucking degenerate.
He
He's
is.
good
He tried to
people.
piss
He
in a
is.
can right there in that seat.
Yeah.
He's not going to be the only one.
I know.
Jesus Christ. You can find us.
What up?
What's your Instagram handle?
It is Burrito Bandito still. It will stay that
A
way.
Yeah.
fucking shitty ass gas station
burrito.
burrito.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck who wants me to change it. It ain't happening.
God, we're getting in, this is where we get canceled. And another guest that we have on today, we have a 4-part. It is Mr. Hansen, Mr. Vanilla Gorilla, tiny baby gorilla.
Yes, the Take a Seat Chris Hansen is here.
Yeah.
The first time I met you, I was like, "There's no fucking way that's his actual name."
Yes.
This
I was
this
before
wine
that
cooler and these condoms are just, that's what I carry on me all the time.
Understandable.
Yeah. I
You know,
mean,
you
who
gotta
wouldn't
be ready.
who wouldn't carry that with
You
you?
gotta
I mean,
have
it's
it.
irresponsible to walk around without condoms.
I agree.
Yes, honestly, it is.
Yes, condoms, Plan B.
Plan B.
Or just burrito.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that is plan B.
Yeah.
Burrito.
I mean, Plan A
Plan B.
would be
Yeah.
your instincts just to walk away from them, but some people don't.
not all of us are
Bad
gifted.
decisions make great stories.
I blame it on the education system.
We're 49th in the fucking country for
They
it.
were like number
Dude, we
11
used
for
to be
private school.
In 2011, we
That's
were
where I
like
went.
16.
You know what it is?
We were 16.
So I was actually looking at that the other day, and Oklahoma in like 2011, which was the peak of my education, we were like ranked 16th or 17th.
Really?
Yeah.
And then as
but,
soon as Mary Fallon got in there, fucking tanked it.
yeah,
I'm
but
not going to say why, but
Yeah.
can
even
assume.
though Oklahoma was ranked 16th or 17th, and I can say this because we share this aspect. Choctaw,
Dude, when you went
Choctaw.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
Choctaw.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Choctaw horse.
Hey.
We could be number one.
We're number
and
one
we
in teen
still-
pregnancy, babies.
We still went to Choctaw.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, wait, hold on.
But no, see, we couldn't have been 48th in education when Maupin went to school because there wasn't 48.
It was
states.
like,
Oh, yeah, no.
There
There
was
was still, like,
one
16 of them.
schoolhouse in the state.
It was
The one
a
out
It was
there in, like,
uphill
Prague?
both ways.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Infant baby Jesus who
My
taught
grandpa went there too.
him and your grandpa same age.
I had a house at your age.
Sorry, I wouldn't buy a fucking house at 10 years old.
I graduated 8th grade.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been coloring inside the lines. I should have been buying homes in 2008.
Fucking
Playing with
moron.
What'd you
Play-Doh
say
and
about
playing
colors?
with myself.
Playing with yourself. Did you ever eat Play-Doh?
Oh, dude, it's salty.
I didn't
Okay,
like. I
did
didn't
you
like
ever
her.
eat Play-Doh,
I didn't-
Hansen?
No, I didn't. We couldn't afford it.
No, I didn't like her. I didn't eat it.
I got.
God damn.
Was that the name of one of the strippers? Play-Doh and Mocha.
Wasn't it her? Wasn't it her birthday?
No, it was Mocha's birthday.
Oh right.
A beautiful black lady.
A
Beautiful.
beautiful, beautiful dark-skinned lady.
I
It's
mean,
just
she
like
was really more mocha.
Yeah. No, I legit, like, both.
She had a little white in her.
What was the stripper that
Don't
put her
be
tits
scared.
in my face?
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. All I heard was,
I was like, put him in my face.
No, I thought she
No,
was going to
you
beat the
were
shit
not.
out of one of you guys.
don't-
I heard a black chick behind me say, "Y'all are talking shit," and I'm like, Is a black chick about to beat the shit out of two white guys?
I don't know what you're
I was
talking
so
about
interested.
because like we were talking about this on the way back, and I was like, was there a stripper about to fucking murder me?
Dude, the tone in her
Spice
voice
was a lovely young lady.
Usually, if that comes out of any woman's mouth, I was expected to see somebody get the shit beat out of them, especially in a strip club in a town that I now view as shittier than Lawton, Oklahoma.
That's you are not.
You're not
you
far
are correct.
off.
You are correct.
Yeah.
I mean,
How
And
much
that's a
worse is
feat.
Lawton than Ohio?
I hate
Oof.
than Ohio.
I mean, Detroit
Okay,
might have Lawton beat.
I don't
Yeah,
think
Detroit's pretty bad.
I don't think
Detroit's not in
Lawton
Ohio.
produces.
That's Michigan.
Lawton does not produce their own good-looking women. They have to be transplants. And
I think
So
they
Lawton-
truck them in.
So Lawton has trans women. Is what you're saying?
a
lot of them.
It's Lawton. It's Lawton.
At the Dragon.
I did.
Dragons West.
I did see a Karen with a Louis bag this weekend.
Oh, fuck.
It
I'm just gonna put this out there. All views in this individual are held by individuals, not all of us. I'm
All-
trying to keep a brand alive. God damn it!
all the views expressed in this podcast are the direct representation of Chubby Boy Magic.
Just gonna be over here like. Anyway,
Just leave it.
Nah,
let
I'm
it,
gonna
let
leave
it
it.
fly.
Fucking nobody
Dude,
listens.
Just do it raw.
Yeah.
Baby, they like it raw.
Oh, anyway. So,
Oh,
so about the church gathering this weekend.
interesting.
Dude, church camp was fun.
Church camp was a blast.
Yeah.
It had
I got
some-
so much ass. At
Moppin
Falls
probably
Creek.
lost his virginity at Falls Creek.
No, I didn't, but I got some.
Your
Like,
grandpa?
all-
Your grandpa?
No, yeah, Moppin.
You guys, I never went to Falls Creek.
You
yeah,
missed out.
I
It was just like a Baptist fuck fest.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
I never went to Falls Creek.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I was
a
not
Baptist.
religious.
I was a nice baptized Catholic child.
I played sports.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So you got laid, kind of, by the dudes.
No.
No,
No.
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 He's like, Coach told us to keep our fluids to ourselves.
Could you imagine being in a locker room and that's what they say? Some fucking 40-year-old dude's like,
So
Well, what's crazy is that's probably not the most out of pocket thing that's been said in the locker room.
no, not at all.
So our locker room at McGinnis, we had this like I-beam in the showers.
McGinnis.
I just remember this one
Can't
kid
hide money.
at our fucking cross country team. He would fucking hang on it upside down, naked. The naked koala. I was like, what?
What the
Have
fuck?
you ever seen a cat's brain?
No.
What?
Actually, yeah. Cody Alcorn.
Oh, Jesus.
The bat wing is pretty
no,
good.
okay.
The cranium.
Me and him know about Cody Alcorn.
King
Shout out to
Alcorn.
Cody.
The other one.
10th grade, we're playing water pong in gym.
The fuck is water pong?
I went to Choctaw, all right?
What?
Yeah.
We couldn't have real beer
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
at 9:30 in the morning when I was 13 years old.
But our coaches would happily play drinking games with you.
Really?
Just you had to use water.
I mean,
We just smoked.
It
weed.
was almost like
again,
teaching.
you know, I went to school in the modern era.
yeah. I learned how to play quarters.
So
in
anyway,
gym.
back to Cody. I watched Cody pull his sack out, and somebody celebrity shotted a ping pong ball off his nuts into a cup for 2 cups.
God damn.
That sounds
Yeah.
like
That's
some
pretty
Cody
impressive.
shit.
That's some Cody Alcorn shit. Which
cool.
is crazy that me and him are pretty cool now. But when we were a kid, he was. I mean, I was a big kid, but he was a bigger kid, and he chased me, and I ran for my life, and I ran until he got tired, and then I won.
It was like Hansen and Gilly all over again.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Just two
you gotta
large
think like
dudes.
when I was
Shout out to Coach Coleman.
Oh,
He's a real one.
man. He produces some fucking baller wrestlers, bro.
Dude, he
Hey, that's a guy. Some of those Choctaw wrestlers, dude. As of somebody who went to that fucking school, I will not fuck with any of them.
yeah.
I mean, the women there. I mean, it's producing a shit ton of fucking women's wrestlers.
Yeah.
Which is always fucking fascinating to watch.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's a chick that I graduated with that she whipped my ass probably.
yeah.
Technically,
She what? Wait, what?
she whipped my
Oh,
ass.
I thought she blew your ass. I was like,
Becca?
I was like, what?
Talking about Becca Leathers.
Dude, bad son of a bitch. I'll say that. So
you
the
up.
year after I graduated high school, they fucking dominated state. Like
Yeah.
I think they had like two 4-year state champions. And
Yeah.
they were. I mean, Choctaw. The year after I graduated, I think we went to like the championship or the tournament of champions out in Vegas and shit.
Yeah.
baller.
Yeah, they've always had really good wrestling, decent baseball, and then they finally won state this year in football.
The whole school's on the up and up, but
Yeah.
Coleman, I mean, there's like professional fighters that talk about Coleman being a bad motherfucker.
Oh yeah, no, he was. I mean, like I said, he was coach when I was there
Yeah.
800 years ago.
Choctaw's on the up and up, which they've been saying that's going to be like that for a while. The baseball program has always been pretty solid, as somebody who played baseball.
And they
there
earned
all
it. They
4
didn't
years.
buy it like those bitches at McGinnis.
Yeah.
What year did you go to McGinnis?
Oh, fuck.
What year did you graduate? Hold on. That's when yeah.
Well, that's the problem. He didn't.
Did you graduate from McGinnis?
Yeah, 2012. I think.
You're 14?
I graduated in 15,
God damn.
and I graduated.
Let's just not even look over here.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a 19 in front of my year.
Yeah, same. Wait, hold on.
1915.
No. Back in the
before the
Great
Great War.
Before the wall fell. Do you hold on?
What was the Great Depression like?
Tasty.
You want to know? You want to know?
Mopping nose.
I live
Yeah,
it.
he does.
I live it.
Yeah, you're still there.
He's like, they keep talking about Grapes of Wrath was just set back in the 14s.
The Rapes of Wrath.
The grapes? Did you read books?
I can't read. We had audiobooks.
His books have pictures.
I thought you said Riff Raff. I was like, he kind of looks like Riff Raff.
Yeah, a
He
little
did,
bit.
not anymore.
He did.
I'm gonna blow up
It
and
looks
act like I don't know nobody.
I was watching a reel of somebody in a road rage thing this morning in Oklahoma City, and he was listening to Young Gravy, unironically.
Hell
I was
yeah.
like, what?
You know who really reminds me of Riff Raff and how he acts?
Who?
Cracker.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does.
That could be
With
Riff
that-
Raff's dad, probably.
Dude, with
Yeah.
that gold tooth.
Yep.
I'm always like, dude, I love that gold tooth. He's like,
Yeah.
stupidest thing I ever did.
Yeah, he did it. He told me he did it as like a fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
I said,
I got a
you won't do
$10
it. He's like,
toothbrush.
oh, motherfucker, bet.
And he
Yeah,
goes, I walked out of the dentist and he said, got in my car. I looked in the mirror and I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Dude, so I was telling him when he was telling me about when he got it, and I was like, I got mine way in the back so you can't see it.
That's called a cavity.
Yeah, no, that's what it fixed, dumbass. But like, so like, I get
I
it
have
done.
a gold cavity.
He got it in the mouth, way in the back.
way in the back.
Oh, yeah.
They touch tonsils, and they're
That's
so,
why the mouth, the roof of your mouth is all bruised.
Oh, you want? Oh, hold on. You want to hear some real shit? So me and the wife had the same oral hygienist
I know
for the
the
longest.
story, Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she.
You're the one that put me on it. That's the first thing I check. I'm like, is this bitch been around?
So she goes, and all of a sudden they're like,
Your mouth's all bruised. I can't fuck with you for at least 2 more weeks.
And then I go in a week later, and she's like, "How's everything going?" I was like, "Good. I've heard about my wife's last visit." And she was like, "Sorry." I'm like, "Hey, it's fine. We're adults."
Yeah, you fucking bitch.
Dude, when the
My dick can't
dentist,
do that.
when the-
That's someone else's dick.
My dick's only an inch and a half long.
I did ask how far back the bruising was, so I was like, "Hey, let's hold on."
Right behind their front teeth.
Yeah, we're good. All right, we're not doing.
That's more familiar.
Yeah, it's not uncharted territory back there. All right, so we were doing this episode mostly because Hansen's never been on and he's bitching about it, but
It was
didn't
more
say.
like
I didn't
It's
say.
because they
Whining,
needed me to
whining,
get the views
more
up.
like whining.
no
crying.
shit. I do watch the views. It's one of the things I check every day. Like I get in and I'm like, oh, what are we, and you have plummeted to the bottom.
What the fuck?
You know a lot, Clint.
Nobody's listening to your episode.
Yeah.
It's because he
and over
spews all this
and
hate
over.
towards women.
So you need to get on Robbie
I
about
respect women. One.
yes, one.
that. Your mother, she's a saint.
She is a saint.
Okay, then 3.
I don't think Blake's mom likes me anymore after the voicemail I left.
That's okay. I'll take her out to dinner. She'll like all of us after that.
Hey,
Hey,
I'll buy her steak dinner.
you're gonna go to Cattleman's or the ranch?
but what about my dad?
I'm your dad now, son.
No,
He'd be the worst dad
I'm
ever.
not tall enough to be my dad.
How tall is your dad?
He is 6'3" and 3/4.
Child.
You know how those fucking military people
Yeah.
measure?
It's intense.
From the underneath. Yeah.
from the asshole up. I'm
Don't ever
18
measure from the
inches.
top. Ain't nothing but hurt feelings up there.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
include the taint.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever done it, but it gets.
Have you measured your taint?
Taints are shrinking, according to scientists.
Because of microplastics.
Yep.
What?
You know what? Well, what
Spent a lot of time
And the
on the
length of
internet.
the taint affects fertility.
Yeah.
What?
If you pull hard enough, you got an extra 3 inches.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I tried that the other day in the shower. Sydney was like, "What the fuck happened?"
But
Why
if
is
you,
it so bloody?
This is for you, babe.
if you
This
use
is what
some,
it could look like.
if you use some Pam, spray it on there, a little massage, it'll help, stretch it out. Yeah. Don't use the butter flavor though.
Who's Pam?
From the office?
From the office, yeah.
Pan Am,
What?
Josh's Pan Am?
the cooking. Oh,
Oh God.
I kind of want one. I kind of want one.
Has he gotten it back yet?
No.
no.
I know Cal was.
All I
pretty
can-
much
Cal is
done
still
with it.
paying.
All I
Yeah,
can
he
think
was-
about it is all the kill signs. Kill-a-thon. Kill-tacular.
What?
When you play Halo and you just go absolutely... Yeah, the theme of the bike.
Okay, you were born in what year?
I was born in 97.
Okay, so when I was in school in
Didn't Kurt
2003,
Cobain kill himself that year?
no, it's 94, wasn't it? 95? Cobain.
OJ was
90
94. That was my birthday.
5.
That's an odd. Okay,
The day that happened was the day I was born.
That's impressive that you know that.
Yeah. Well, I heard it all the time growing up.
Do you know
Kurt
Domino?
Cobain was later 90s, I think.
So did you know the number one day that Domino's has ever had as a company was the day that he was on the police pursuit?
Really?
Yep, they sold like
94,
it's some.
April 5th.
I was gonna say, oh yeah, it's
the last painting he ever made.
April showers,
Well,
baby.
him and Michelangelo were very similar.
They painted the ceiling.
Yeah,
You
They
know?
both
Painted
painted the
the
ceiling.
Except he didn't do it. It was the CIA.
No, it wasn't
Courtney
the
Love.
CIA.
It
Exactly.
was Courtney Love.
Fucking
Because her
bitch.
dad worked
Yeah.
for the CIA.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Did Courtney Love's dad work for the CIA?
Yes.
What?
So does my dad.
Yeah.
Your dad worked for the CIA?
He still does.
No.
I don't think we're gonna get this episode out anymore.
I don't care.
I'm just gonna have to go over here and be like, "Where's that button at?" Okay, so everybody knows what Burrito rides. Hansen, what do you have in your
Dick.
stable? Yes. Well, what is this one? Oh, that's Rim Shop.
What do I have?
What do you have?
Don't tell people that.
So I
Herpes.
have my main
We all have that.
bitch is a black
Of course.
2023 Road Glide ST.
With a gold tooth.
She got gold tooths.
Do you
two
have?
front
Is
tooths?
it
Two front
buff
tubes.
yellow?
No, the
Is it just the
little
ones yellow?
The
But
little
so
ones.
the
Just the turn signals.
Yeah, my turn
Is it
signals.
just? I can't fucking ever remember.
Yeah, my turn signals are the ambers, and then my main are the white.
Okay.
No, your main one is the sun.
Yeah. You bring it
Because
like
it's
fucking Icarus.
just fucking bright as that.
I mean, I feel bad sometimes.
No, he doesn't.
no,
No, not at
you
all.
don't.
You know who did not feel bad about blinding the shit out of me? Fucking Harrison. I
know,
was like, dude, can you ride back?
So the Amber LP6s aren't that fucking bad in the mirrors. It's the
They're not. They're
fucking
not.
white ones.
It's the white ones.
Yeah. The white one. Well, so what I had to do on the
Damn
KZP.
whites.
Yeah.
And with this motherfucker, you can't ride beside him. You can't ride in front of him.
You can't
My
ride,
ears
can't
were
ride
ringing
near
for
him.
a solid fucking 2 hours
Yeah.
after I
Yeah.
got home Sunday.
Well, you know, I definitely believe it now because nobody would ride next to me on the
Yeah.
floor ride.
We could see it. Like they would like
In all the videos you see,
Yeah.
like everybody's riding bar to bar.
Yeah.
And people were coming up to ride bar to bar, and then they were pulling back.
They're like,
That's
nuh-uh.
because the one guy that rode next to you, he walked you.
Yeah, who watched you? Who
pull
did?
out, dude.
apparently pull out walked me.
You
Pull
know
out
what was
spikes
fun?
faster.
Is
I
he
saw
came
it.
up and told me like 4 times. I was like, I still don't care. I was like, it's a bunch of Harleys.
I mean, I didn't know that's what we were doing.
I was like, ma'am, your
And I never-
purse,
I never
your
downshifted
purse
or
is on
anything.
your
Okay.
motorcycle.
But you know that could be said. You know, I'm fucking 300 pounds on a fucking bike.
Well,
Yeah.
Moppin fucked me up on a Sportster leaving Walmart.
I heard about
thought
this.
everybody else was.
You know,
No.
okay, so we were talking about that, and he was like, I fucking ripped ass out of there. And I was like, thanks for coming out, baby boo, so fast. I was out there cooking at the goddamn sun.
No, Moppin was fucking cooking.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That seat looks good on his bike. I
It-
can't wait to have it
But
back.
I also was like,
No,
you
it
know,
ain't coming back. Well,
it is. I
I'm
know
not,
you live.
I'm not trying to get too rowdy in this town that we just keep doing fucking circles in for the last 30 minutes because there's got to be a fucking cop somewhere.
You know what's
don't
crazy?
think so.
I never saw a cop the entire. We were there for like what, 7 hours?
Not when we were riding. Well, we were walking around Shreveport. I mean, I saw,
Oh.
I think, what, 3?
No, we're talking about it in
we're
Atlanta.
talking
in Atlanta.
At-
when we were
Hot
I
Atlanta.
never saw a fucking cop. I don't
I
know
think
that they.
I
have
think
them.
that's more of a sheriff type town.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
spent way more time in that town than we did, so.
I told him to leave. I told him to leave. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
go
got
back.
to you got to see the best that town has to offer at the local McDonald's.
Yeah.
And the Starbucks.
You know
and
what?
The Chicken Express.
Honestly, it wouldn't have done any good if I would have left because I just would have been stuck up in Henrietta. So
You know,
What happened to Henrietta?
I don't know. Where were
you
you
fucking
guys
where
stuck
you-
at?
Where you,
Oh, yeah, Henry. You'd have caught up to us.
Probably. We waited what, like an hour and a half, 2
think we were
hours
there
for some
for
fucking
2
What?
road
Okay.
glue to dry.
So what happened?
Harrison Shifter.
Bro, we just ride too hard.
Bro,
We were
tried
brother. We were brothering. We were brother
It
fuck,
was
brother
his-
motherfucking up there, man.
It
And
was
we
his,
were.
his floppy shifter.
So yeah, Hansen has the video of him taking like he's on his GoPro.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And you just
So,
see Harrison look down.
Harrison
knowing
was
that his
gonna-
shifter's fucked up.
Harrison was gonna do a flyby. And
Is that what was going on?
yeah, so I was doing like rollers, and then Harrison was gonna do a flyby, and you see him go to downshift, and he just looks down, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, this dude's just fucking dumb. So I roll up to Burrito and get the videos of him, and he's like, nah, dude, when I hit that downshift, I broke my shifter just went limp.
He's like, I thought it was my dick.
And I'm like, and he's pointing to me. He's like, look at it. And I look down, I look over, I don't think anything of it. And then I see it hanging below the foot peg. I'm like, what the fuck?
Don't quarter hard on the left side.
And then he hauls ass up to me. He's like, fucking pointing back at Harrison. I'm like, I already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you ended up calling me. We were trying to figure out like how we were going to get him. We eventually we decided that we have to stop at the gas station on the turnpike.
Yeah.
Because Harrison can't downshift to do any corners. He can't
Yeah, he
downshift
can't do
to do
anything.
anything. And we can't stop at all. So it was the best bet, which honestly,
So did he ride in clutch and then just
I think he just shut his bike off.
he just
Yeah.
rode in and just shut the bike off, I
Yeah.
think. I mean, he rode.
pretty much what I did too?
I mean,
Yeah.
we stopped at the gas pumps and he was just beeping and wobbling right through us. And we're like,
What the fuck?
what the fuck is this guy doing?
He's
I
like,
mean,
I don't know.
he just pulled up to a spot and
Yeah, we tried everything. We took it back off, fucking tightened the shit out of the bolt, tried to put a gum wrapper in there with it.
Yeah.
tried to put
Having
guns
to
in our
fucking
mouths.
gorilla
The whole
glue
deal.
it.
Because that's what was happening when we were down at the Samstown at
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
bar. Because I went down there and so it kind of got it back up. And when he first put it back on, tightened it down, it was doing the same thing. And then
Is it just
got
the
it where-
knurling inside of it that was all fucked up?
It shaved it completely. It was smooth. But the thing that is
That
crazy,
cheap cast aluminum.
Yeah.
the thing that sucks about it is
so
like,
it was the
if-
arm and not the spindle.
It was
Yeah,
the arm.
good.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
knew that's what it was. I
The
had
vice
issues
grips.
with mine at
Yeah.
first. and
Well, if
I
you
just
look
tightened
at
the
it,
shit out of it.
It shaved like perfect half of it.
Oh,
And
really?
so if you flip it, it catches all day long, but it brought it pretty much all the way, like it was pointing straight up.
He's like, I got a suicide shifter by default.
Yeah, but no, it shaved it completely off, like halfway.
What
Like,
brand
a
was that
perfect-
one?
Is
that
I don't
Moon?
want to say.
Yeah, we're gonna drop brands because
I really like the
I
products.
run it and I haven't had any issues with it.
Is that one that he did or did DJ do that?
No, that's what
No,
he
he
did.
did it.
Oh, he did it? All
I'm
right.
not out here.
Because he's fucking throwing a fit about it because the logo was white on it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
everything all black.
I forgot about
Oh,
that.
okay,
Yeah.
I remember that.
I mean, I haven't had any issues with it, but I'm
Fucking
not
bitch.
out here curb stomping my fucking shifter like it's my
Okay,
fucking
no
ex-wife.
shit.
like it owes him fucking money.
Yeah.
Dude, no shit. He goes, I shift really fucking
I
well.
downshift real hard, brother.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And then I was thinking about it. I was like, I watched him in my mirror at one point. He comes into a corner. He's like, bam.
He's beating the shit out of it. He's like,
I'm pretty hard on mine when I downshift, but
Yeah.
I mean, I had issues with mine at first, and then I don't know what I did to fix it.
yeah,
It's
we
fixed.
beat it on with a fucking hammer.
Yeah. yeah, we had to beat it on with a hammer at the Fast Life camp out.
Oh, really?
You had to
he
take
had
it
to
off. to
fucking-
Oh,
take
I
that
wasn't
primary
there because
off.
I was getting fucking parts, dickhead.
Yeah.
So talking about beating things with a hammer.
Okay.
That's a hate
so
crime these days.
let's talk about your KZP. Speaking
God.
of shit going wrong,
That's a fucking monkey in there with a hammer just trying to get out.
that's what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
All right. So,
Here, hey, what's his impression of it?
And Frank.
yeah, everybody, okay, everyone heard it, right? You heard it?
Can you do
Hanson,
that again?
Did you? Yeah, hold on. Do it again. All right.
Said,
Did everybody hear it?
Jungle music intensifies.
so we talking about the noises that the KZP was making?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it on video, man. It sounded like
Oh, yeah.
fucking somebody put a bunch of black cats in there and lit them on fire.
Dude.
Yeah,
So typically,
it finally sounded like a Harley.
Typically, it doesn't make that noise.
yeah, typically,
Pretty fucking close.
so,
Mine sounds like on startup right now. It's not good.
it is not good.
That's the loudest that bike's ever been.
Yeah, dude. So usually with my shit, I usually nut and bolt everything, and I go through and check it all before I'm
Usually
That's what
nut
I hate
clicker.
Yeah, turn all of our lips blue. Yeah, so I usually go through, check the bikes and all that stuff out. I originally was not going to go on the Polar Run. I have way too much shit going on and not
I
enough
know.
cash.
I told him to tell you not to go.
Well, you.
I mean,
yeah. Well,
I'm
I was
kidding. I asked him whenever we were tearing into a soft tail. I was like, "Is Cody going?" He's like, "I'm trying to get him to go."
I really did not have time, bandwidth, cash to go. But thank
I'm
you.
glad you went.
Yeah, no, it was.
The Polar Ride is an
that was
experience.
so much fun.
And that was so. the sheriff kept going. She's like, "Are you gonna go?" And I was like, "No, I can't afford it. I don't have time for it. I've got a mountain
You
of
can
shit."
always afford a motorcycle trip.
What's crazy is after
Just do shit like he does and don't pay for a fucking hotel room and
well, what's crazy about this
fucking
is
cheap bits.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cody sold those
didn't.
photos of his
know.
butthole, and magically he was on the trip.
Yeah, dude, it works every time.
I know,
But
dude.
You know
got-
what?
I've got-
Or you could sell your fucking panties and make $70,000 a year.
I have exciting new wall art in my house.
Really?
That's how
What did you steal
that's how
from Shreveport?
No,
did you get
That's how he afforded to go.
Oh, I was like, "What did you get from
selling
Shreveport?"
pictures of his butthole.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you stole. What did you steal from the hotel?
Did you take
Nothing.
anything from the hotel?
No.
Did you? Oh wait, hold on.
Did you steal anything in Shreveport?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
I'm
Because he
proud
didn't
of
put.
you.
No.
No, we
I
can't-
was gonna steal All Eyes on Me's heart, but she only had eyes for Hansen. I don't know. It was hard to tell because she was kind of looking one way and then the other eye.
What's
looking
crazy
the other
is
way.
that's a Shreveport 9.
There was a fucking water buffalo in that bar.
Dude, that was fucking Orlando Brown, the starting right guard for your Oklahoma Sooners.
Dude, when
That
I
motherfucker could have started for the 89 Raiders.
turned around and looked,
Ray Lewis, is that you?
I turned around. I was like, "Jesus."
Ray Lewis would be like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. It was startling to see that.
That's a lockdown fucking guard right there. Zero pressures all year long.
You know what was?
If the Chiefs knew about her, she'd be playing in the fucking Super Bowl on Sunday.
So I was in the bar, and you guys
Fucking
had all
first team
left.
All American.
You guys are all downstairs, and I heard doom, 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 and I was like, "Oh, it's downstairs."
No, that's her walking.
Her walking
That was
down the
her.
stairs.
It was her.
Yeah.
I legit heard her walk down the stairs, and I was like, "Oh, the bar downstairs popping." Like nothing's going on yet.
She was like, Gorlock hungry.
Bring me solo.
I can't believe you guys are talking shit about women.
Yeah, that's the fuck. That was the wake from the Red River receding and coming back every time she walked.
Assholes.
It's the worst. Hold on. So the KCP had a grenade go off inside the case.
Speaking of grenades, the woman at Sandbar, Gorlock the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. She went back to your hotel room, didn't she?
No,
Yeah.
fuck no.
I-
There's only one
Sit-
gorilla in my
I'm,
room.
I'm just kidding,
She couldn't fit through the
Australia.
doors. She couldn't fit through the doors of the strip club.
No, she couldn't.
No shit, dude.
They made those doors thin on purpose.
She
Those
was.
stairs are real narrow too.
Okay,
I know.
I thought I was tripping out because I was like, did I fucking take shrooms or something? But I was like, as I walked upstairs, like,
I didn't do any drugs on the Polar ride.
no, no one had drugs.
Yeah.
No, there were lots of drugs.
Well, no one had drugs and offered them. Let's just say that. It wasn't like,
Well, not to you.
You look like a fucking narc.
yeah. They were like, who's the fucking cop?
They're like, you're high already.
hi, I'm life, buddy.
Being ginger's bad enough.
I mean, true.
yeah. So yeah, the KZP blew the fuck up. My dad drove down with my truck and trailer and got me and mopping and pretty sure it grenaded something very expensive.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I mean,
That's better than what was it? A crank sensor on my bike?
Yeah,
Is that
pulled a motor for a crake sensor.
is that what it was?
Yeah.
I mean, he had
After I
a
crashed my shit in California.
Yeah.
Speaking of California, that place fucking sucks, and everybody there sucks a little bit too.
Hey, I got two friends that live out there. They're
Yeah,
cool.
and
Everybody
they
else,
suck.
yeah.
You need fucking
No,
better
they're not.
friends.
They're not
Yeah.
cool.
You're just so.
If they were cool, they
Shout
would
out to Jason.
go
What's up,
meet
buddy?
people, but they don't.
He didn't want to
Fuck
talk
those
to you.
guys.
He didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
No, he talks to
No.
me every day.
talking
Especially-
about wanting to be in Texas but ain't in Texas. You know,
I was there.
I was there.
I was there.
I was also
doing
in
the
Louisiana.
damn thing.
But the thing with the Polar ride is, it's just one of those events that you don't know what the fuck it's gonna be. Because
No.
last year there weren't that many of us. The weather kind of sucked. It
How many
kinda-
people were there last year?
I don't even have a rough guess.
Because like it.
But this year, total,
110.
Yeah.
They
It
said
was
that they
110?
counted
110
110 bikes.
It,
Yeah.
it looked like it was more, but
But so last year the weather wasn't really great. It was
Yeah.
raining whenever Mitch and I rolled out Oklahoma City. We get down there, still kind of raining down there. Everything was good. And after we left Superior, as whenever the weather really started to clear up.
Yeah.
And then Mitch fucking left me
fucking
the
weather.
next morning to ride home.
Dude,
I mean, he
whatever.
did that to us too.
He
Yeah,
did.
he really did.
He really did. And then he was like, as he was like walking away, he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I have
I
don't
get
care.
it, dude.
No, that's
You
just
know,
him
he-
saying that as a
He
courtesy.
just wanted to get home.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean like my thing is I was like, I'm safe. I got it figured out.
Yeah.
Like shit's coming. You guys all go
it's
home.
not like you were sitting at a fucking gas station in the middle of fucking Arizona.
That's why I
when
came
it's
got you.
110 degrees outside. You just want to fucking run into the highway.
Yeah. When you called that day,
That trip ruined my life.
Yeah. When you called, so
That's what did it.
That's what did
That's
it.
what did it.
yeah,
That's what did it.
That's what did it.
Come
That
on
trip.
now.
Yeah, that trip.
Plus other things, but I won't
Yeah.
go there.
I mean, dude, Young Dolph has a song, 100 Shots.
Well, I
You
had
miss all of
16 and
them.
I missed all of them.
Yeah, when I called you that morning and you were like, I'm broke down, I can't get home.
Dude,
I
that
was-
was.
You're like, I'll try to ride home.
I was
I
trying
went-
to
I
make
made
as
it
far as
10
I
feet.
could.
Yeah. No, yeah, because I was like, well, just see what you can do because I got to come out to you. So like you get closer, it just makes it easier for everybody.
mean,
The
you
thing
should
is, I
come out,
didn't
you
want to be
can't come
stuck on
in.
the side of the highway.
No,
Oh, no,
and I
totally get that.
So I told Sheriff, I was like, I got to load the truck and trailer, I'll be home. And she was like, what are you doing? I was like, gotta go get a burrito.
Hey,
Yeah,
was
I learned a
fine.
lot on that trip.
I will say, shout out to Rosemary and Russ for getting us into.
Oh, absolutely.
No
For getting
shit.
you into
Okay.
Hotlanta.
Yeah.
Hey.
The
Okay.
person to thank for that though was Hansen.
Yeah.
Hansen's the one that talked to him because
Yeah, so
they
how did
looked
that-
at me and were like, "Oh fuck no."
Yeah. So how did that? This is so.
That's a good Christian boy.
What happened? How did that go down?
So we rolled up to Walmart and we were going to grab that rope.
Uh-huh.
And we were going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Hansen was gonna hang himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna take the noose right after that because I did not want to tear into that motor.
And she just rolled up and she's like, "Are you guys with the guy on the side of the highway?"
Oh, so they saw me.
They saw
They saw all of us.
Apparently, there's a church that was down the street.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the
big
cowboy,
cowboy
the
church.
cowboy
Yeah,
church.
yeah,
cowboy
I
church.
saw that, and
And
there's a bunch of cars there.
She
Yeah.
was.
Hallelujah.
They just
Hallelujah.
left, and she rolled up on me at Walmart. I thought I was going to spin the block on her, and
Bust out the 9.
She rolled down the window,
And this
she was-
lady with a CDL who was all of like 4'10".
Dude, she
Yeah,
was
maybe.
the nicest fucking lady.
an absolute. I mean, she was so nice that I had to call Cody in advance and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
don't fuck around when this lady rolls up and do anything gay and weird."
Yeah, I was like, when he called me and said, don't do anything fucking disturbing, I was like, what do you think I was going to do?
And no, dude, like
And then when she got there,
everybody
I was like,
started changing shirts and hats and putting on their best shit.
Okay, hold on. So they
Oh,
get
yeah, I
out.
had to hide my shirt and my hat.
Yeah, so they get there. They pull by on the side of the road. I've called my dad, my mom, or not my mom. I called my wife. I called my dad.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, I'm yelling at the
I
squad.
broke out the Ouija board.
I was like, Mom, help.
I sure hope Heaven's got a phone.
Fuck you, Cody.
She's like,
You're a bitch.
Yeah, fucking hate you still. When you know the reason why your KZB broke
This
up?
hate's eternal.
Yeah. So like they pull by, I'm on the phone. I was like, they were waving. I was like, hey, what's up? And then you're like, I get off the phone with my wife, and then immediately you call. I'm like, God damn. And you're like, super best behavior. Do not fuck this up. I was like, got it.
Yeah, and coming from me, that's a statement because I'm always on my worst behavior.
Yeah. So then they get there. They pull up and they go, we'll be back in 10 minutes. I was like, you take your time. I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm here hanging out, man. And so
Better hurry up. I'm about to leave.
yeah, I'm about to fix this thing on the side of the road. So they roll off, and then they come over and they start talking to me. And there's that sticker, the magnet that said Rickshaw Billy's Burger, whatever the fuck. It's on my tank. And so they were like looking at the bike, and she looks down, and the husband looks down. And I was like, just rip the magnet off and throw it off. And I was
Yoink.
like, yeah, I was. And they watched me do it, and they're like, we don't care. And I was like, you bullshit, you don't care.
Yeah.
Because like,
Chris finds out that I'm being a hellraiser down here by you. He's gonna be pissed.
yeah, I said, my buddy called and said you're pretty up. No,
And he's a piece of shit, so that means something.
Yeah. When the piece of shit says don't be a piece of shit.
That guy's a fucking asshole.
So
My wife.
my wife.
My wife.
My wife. So okay, so they come up, they start talking to you, and you're like, what? You're like, my buddies broke down?
No, she was like, we got a trailer. And I was like, well, she was asking really what we were going to do initially. And I was like, well, we're going to take this rope, we're going to put it around his neck, and we're going to haul ass down the road. And then
Thank
she
you.
was like,
that sounded wonderful.
Didn't it happen to somebody in Oklahoma behind a truck a while ago? And the guy
little-
finally
like
went
in
to prison.
Yeah.
Like
No,
in the
well,
60s.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
That
But
was happening in,
anyway,
like the fucking 2000s.
Yeah.
she was, me and her were kind of talking about like what the game plan was. And I don't think her husband was really all that amused.
No, he was totally fine with everything. He told me. He was like, I'm just real tired and quiet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go into his personal life,
him.
but
Yeah.
She ain't listening.
I think we figured out why he was just so tired. But
Yeah, you didn't. You weren't in the intimate car ride.
yeah, after
Yeah,
your
we
little-
heard about that.
After,
Yeah.
I heard about it, but no, she kind of was like, "Well, we got a trailer, and I'm with the church that was down the street, and we used to do the motorcycle shit or
CMA.
whatever."
Yeah.
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 I'm talking about church and just cussing, but she was like, "Yeah,
Fuck
we do."
that. You know that fucking church is what's up, man.
Jesus forgives.
She was talking
does.
about
I don't.
how they had a trailer because they used to have chase vehicles for all the little
Hey,
motorcycle
Moppin,
rides
get
and
off your
stuff.
fucking phone.
Yeah.
It's
And
family
so,
time.
Taking pictures.
She was like, "We can pick them up and we can bring them into town." And I was like, "Well, you know."
I'll give you something to take a picture of.
Why are you doing this in my house? So anyway,
He did.
I don't think that camera has enough zoom on it.
No, I got his belly.
yeah, that green.
Damn.
You did him dirty.
You got that. You got my fucking shitty back tattoos.
Yeah, that's that fucking $60 worth of panda that he ordered last night.
That was 2 nights ago.
Yeah, the family plan.
was
This
like-
guy lives by himself.
I was like, God damn, dog.
Yeah, like fucking 15
Hey,
crab
hey,
rangoons
you can't
or
buy the
whatever.
family plans anymore.
Why not?
R.I.P. Anyway.
Fair enough.
So she
Yoink.
she kind of volunteered, her and her husband, and you know, I think you guys heard it too when she rolled up. And she was like, "Yeah, what was his name again?"
Russ
Russ.
and
That's a stretch mark.
Yeah. So she was like, "My husband Russ had 32 motorcycles,"
And he won't take me for a ride on any
and
of
I
them.
was like, "I don't think
you know what the deal was? He doesn't ride.
Yeah, he's old. He's an old man.
Yeah, so he was telling me
He
like,
needs a fucking Road Glide 3 with some fucking 32-inch fucking 4Gs on it. Road Glide donk, baby.
so he was telling me he was like I got so his former wife has passed away.
Cancer.
R.I.P.
Cancer.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
I'm a
so
cancer.
She was a cancer.
For any attractive women that are listening to this podcast, I am a cancer.
Yeah, we know.
Bold of you to assume that women listen to this.
Yeah, I know the viewership, and it's not women.
Nate listens to it.
There might be one. out
Billy.
there.
I would
Also-
fuck Nate.
I would too.
Was it who
Y'all talking about fucking dudes?
was I fucking Nate marrying
Dudes kissing
Clint? What was it?
Hey, what was that
were
fucking
married-
movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and fucking what's his name? In the
Brokeback-
Watch.
Oh, yeah, I was like,
I'd go down on him if you asked me to. I think that was the first movie that like made me cry.
dude, that movie's
In the
fucking
Watch is fucking awful.
It is so good, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
You know what movie made me cry?
Lilo and
Titanic.
Stitch.
The Iron Giant.
Okay.
Oh no, shit.
That's fair.
Dude. Oh, okay, that's a
Brave
that's-
Little Toaster. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
yeah.
Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Where the red fern
When little
grows.
Yeah,
we're-
dies.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh,
I-
Yeller.
No, he didn't die. It was his grandparents. that
Yeah.
I don't know if
And
I
it-
really paid attention to those movies, honestly.
What was
Yeah.
the Brave Little Toaster? And then there was another one that
Scion
was
XB.
the Kia Soul.
I mean,
No,
I
that's
guess,
the hamster car.
I guess in 2025 it'd be the Brave
The
Little Vibrator.
universal car of bad credit.
No, that's the Ultima, dude.
No, it's a Kia Soul, dude.
I don't know.
Boomer
I don't
Kia,
know.
baby. They'll give you 2 of them.
You know, okay, you want to know something crazy about Boomer Kia?
So when the first one gets repoed, you still got one.
So Boomer Kia was Big Red Sports and Imports.
Yep.
We've only had
On the mile of
Yeah.
mile of cars in Norman.
in Oklahoma, we've only had one Ferrari dealership in the entirety of the state of Oklahoma, and it was Big Red Sports and Imports. They had the Ferrari license for that.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah, like
I don't think they ever had a Ferrari.
no, they had a fuck ton of them.
Bob Moore does what? Porsche,
Porsche
Audi.
and Land Rover.
Land Rover.
They do
Land Rover.
Escalade, Porsche, Land Rover, Jaguar.
Yep. No,
I only know this because I service their
Jaguar.
shop.
Jaguar.
It's like they have a LRJ certification, which is to work on their vehicles.
Yeah.
But every time I'm in there, it's Range Rovers, Land Rovers, Jaguars,
Pile of shit,
and
pile of
Porsche.
shit.
Pile of shit. Pile of shit.
Don't
Yep.
ever buy anything with Rover in the name.
Yeah, no, it's-
I mean,
They're great if you want to lease one.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Just like BMWs,
Yes.
Audis, anything German made.
yeah,
Don't buy it, lease it.
Lease it.
well, I mean, I get to see them like tore down and everything. Those cars are an absolute nightmare to work on. They
yeah.
they just painted one up
Germans
there.
have not figured out the electrical.
And if
They were
you-
good plumbers, though.
if you want a Lamborghini, just buy an Audi.
Yeah.
I want to put Paganis onto R.
No, dude. Oh, fuck, they're so good.
Ford GT40.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
there's
so-
one on Bring a Trailer with like 38 miles on it right now for like $600,000. I was like,
I believe it.
I was like, dude, if I had the
That's
money,
my dream car.
Dude, I've been in 2 of them over 190
I want to get
miles
in
an
on
hour.
Hansen. Like we're both fucking
Oh.
touching shoulders.
You guys see that video of when you're 6 foot and own a Lamborghini?
Oh
And
yeah,
it's the dude who's just way up in the fucking air, going 100 down the highway, and just like get the shit out of them.
Have you seen the video of it's it's The Rock and I think Shaq in a smart car?
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
And they both fit in there.
Yeah,
like,
they both
perfectly.
fit fine. Like I have a buddy that had one.
So with Porsches and stuff, as far as I'm under the impression of that, every Porsche is designed for the CEO to sit in them.
Yes.
And the CEO is 6'5".
That's
why they
actually
have,
a direct mandate from
I
him.
want a lifted Porsche, man. I think
Like
they're
the-
fucking
what is
sweet.
944 Safari is coming
the
on.
Safaris are.
Yeah.
whether
Yeah.
the
The one I sent you the other day.
oh, dude, that like GT3 RS
Thing makes me muddy.
Yeah.
I have a family friend that has a 94 911.
mom's side or dad's side.
911.
My dad.
It's the best.
It's my dad's side.
Oh no, the second tower.
Oh God, dude. Oh, hold on. All right. So
Oh no, it gets worse.
no, dude. So he gets up Monday or Sunday morning, and he goes off to go do whatever he's doing in the hotel.
Are you guys recapping where you were on September 1st
No, we'll do that later.
or September 11th?
So
I was
I'm,
on my
I'm
couch
going. I'm
watching
going
that.
through fucking reels.
Look at that.
You just went
Yeah. So I'm sitting there going through reels, and I'm like, man, I'm fucking hungover, still kind of drunk. Sunday morning at fucking Sam's Town, and I'm going through reels, and I'm like, what the fuck? It is this new footage I've never seen in 9/11.
Oh, dude, it's coming out like every single
love
day.
that There's
Yeah.
always something new.
Yeah.
So it's
Was it the firefighter? They were doing like a little photo shoot.
no? This was
That's new to me. I saw that the other day. Now it's in every single meme.
I watched
that
it
see
happen on
Instagram.
TV.
Yeah, same. So
I did too.
So I'm sitting there watching this, and it's a guy and his wife in a hotel across from the Twin Towers, and he's like recording.
And they're like, we just saw it happen, and I want to leave, but my husband said no.
yeah, and they're recording
He's
as the
probably so
as the
hard.
bodies are
Oh,
hitting the
he probably
ground.
was.
Brick.
Yeah. Oh, the amphitheater, not amphitheater, but the stage. You see like the body
Yes,
go
go
down,
through the stage.
and you hear the thunk.
Yeah, and like because I was watching, I had to watch it like 4 or 5 times. I was like, what the? Oh my god!
Yeah.
That was
It's raining, man.
dude. Legitimately was very. I was like on the way through Atlanta when we're going there. I was like, at one point I got through a corner. I was like, I can't get this out of my fucking brain, dude. I just watched some people blow the fucking.
Two things I don't believe. 9/11 wasn't an inside job, and Helen Keller. That bitch is not real.
Yeah.
You should ask the sheriff. The sheriff has done like multiple book reports about him.
Well,
I don't
Helen
believe in
Keller
love.
is a fucking liar, and she
there's
wasn't real.
no way it works.
Yeah.
There's no fucking
You
way.
can't be blind, deaf, and dumb and learn how and write a fucking memoir.
The women that sleep with fucking Burrito are all those things.
Well,
What the fuck?
Why are you catching strays, dog?
I mean,
I'm throwing strays, man.
fucking button. Everyone's like, what do you do the
that's
robot
what
for?
happens when he dates women with no self-esteem and daddy issues.
Hey,
Hey, those are angels.
She
No,
just
I-
met her dad last year.
He was like, the grocery store was a long way away.
Cindy, like the city, is a saint.
yeah,
and
she's
even
great.
And even though I blame her for all of the current events that are happening in my life,
You gotta let that go, dude.
She has done so much for us, though.
the
She
fuck?
brought you guys closer together.
Oh, actually, no. She helped me lose 26 pounds.
That's all Sierra Wade.
Dude, we're
You got to put a 1 in front of that.
Oh, fuck, I'm gonna have a stomach cramp.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
That's all her fault.
How you doing, Hansen?
you doing good?
How you doing?
You doing
I had
all
a great time
Do
on
you
the
need
Polar
a
ride.
hug?
This is your intervention.
No, dude, we ain't doing no
I mean,
fucking.
I don't know. You got a little snippy when I bought you a shot. You kind of yelled at me.
Cause I told you guys I wasn't drinking.
I forgot I was drunk.
You know,
yeah.
and he can't hang out with us because we smoke and we drink, and he just doesn't want to be around that kind of shit.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Next thing we know, he's going to
I
sell
don't
his
know.
fucking bike.
I'm gonna sell my
When-
bike. I'm
when-
gonna cut my
change his
fucking
gender.
dick off, and then
When-
I'm gonna go to a Knock Loose concert
Hey.
with a fucking skirt on.
when
that doesn't sound like a bad time.
when he turned around and Morgan was hanging from the top of that pole upside down,
How
kind
do
of
you know
looking
her name?
looking at him eye level.
It's him.
The smile on his face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh,
Hey,
hey, she's,
I think anybody, whether you're a dude or a chick or somewhere in between, can appreciate
yeah."
the majestic
Yeah.
shit that those strippers do.
Did
I
I
mean,
know?
if we're gonna talk about the
Dude, that one that climbed
that
the
one
pole,
that climbed all the way to the
golf
top,
clap,
God.
and then
and
fucking slammed.
she kamikaze to the bottom. All
Yeah.
I could do was stand up and applaud.
yeah, because
I
I'm not
heard
doing that.
That was like
shit.
a home run.
Those two hot
I watched
dogs
that bitch hit a fucking home
were the
run.
highlight of that night.
2 of them. You had 3 of them.
No, you had one. I had
No,
two.
you put 3 fucking
From that truck?
glizzies.
Yeah.
Dude, The shit that they have.
Check the back of his throat, man. I bet it's bruised.
Glizzy Gladiator, baby.
Because we got a couple, and because he was like, "Oh, I'm out of hot dogs," and I was like, "These motherfuckers."
What did he?
Dude, he just fucking opened up when we got there.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
there was like 3.
That was all he had made was 3.
Yeah.
Hey, it's dude, something about that fucking town and not being ready to fucking feed people because you walk into fucking
There was
Saltgrass.
nowhere to eat.
Half of the fucking restaurant is empty, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be an hour." I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I? Can I go
I'm
back
about
there
to
and cook
I'm
my
about to
own
fucking
food?
roulette everybody in this fucking room. It's about to be a fucking battle royale.
Harrison getting the wrong fucking food at Hooters.
That couldn't have happened to a better person.
That
Fuck
really
you,
was
Harrison.
pretty funny. When
Yeah, he ordered the exact same thing as me, and he got like a fucking buffalo chicken strip sandwich.
I remember
He got like the retarded stepbrother in my fucking sandwich.
I looked at him. I was like, "Do you want me to eat it?" And he goes, "No, I'm gonna fucking eat it." I was like, "No, I'm hungry."
And he got like pissed off too. He's like, "No, fuck you, I'm eating it.
You know who was awfully
I'm a
quiet?
bitch the whole time, but I fucking
eat
hate
it."
this place.
So I can't,
There's no looks. There's no fucking food.
I was trying to remember
it
who.
really wasn't.
No,
I mean, there was the one waitress, and then you had Junior Gorlock that was kind of blocking that view every time.
It's that one friend that blocks the hot one.
Dude, I'm almost positive, and I mean this in the most respectful way. I'm pretty sure our server had Down syndrome.
Oh no! There's
yes,
no
no.
pretty.
More power to her for
Did you see the
working
way
with
the
it, you know,
ears
whatever.
stuck out?
No,
Yeah.
no,
It looks like you with a beanie on.
That's exactly.
High five. No, like when she walked
At
up, I
least
was
my parents love me.
no, they
do
don't.
too.
No,
My
they
dad-
don't.
My
fucking-
dad
I
has
know,
told me
they don't.
twice this year.
This 2025.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, it's only like
Like,
February.
I know. I have evidence.
Wow. What did you do?
Hansen's told me he loves me twice too.
Oh, did you?
Well, I mean,
We kept riding up next to each other on the way out to Shreveport, and I'd like look at him. I was like, "Love you," and he'd be like, "Love you too," and then be like, everybody come up, I'm like, "Nah, we're not doing that right now," because they're gonna be like, "Those guys are gay."
He almost got video of me dying. Or I was gonna do the Indian Larry.
Oh fuck!
Oh yeah,
that was- I was like-
I got a video of a fucking shitty stripper trying to shake some ass on a fucking motorcycle. Is what it looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was not good, dude. I got up there on the seat and I was like, I'm too tall to stand all the way
Oh,
up
yeah,
at
you
40
can't do
miles
that
an
shit.
hour.
No, he was.
Yeah,
I was on the phone with him. He's
I
like,
was trying-
I'm too much of a bitch. You're a better rider than me. I can't do this.
That
I
never
feel like
happened.
that never happened.
No, it didn't.
There's
I've
actually
never once
I'm
ever heard.
a little.
there's video documentation, and he posted it on his story.
I'm a little
Of
angry.
me saying that I couldn't.
And you know what's fucking stupid is he posted it on his story, and he didn't even tag me properly, so I could reshare it onto mine.
Yeah.
That's the most infuriating shit when someone's like, "Here's this cool video I took of you. I didn't tag you the
Yeah.
right way." I'm
Yeah,
like, "God damn it!"
Or when
Or-
people
or
block you
when-
from viewing their stories, I hate that.
or when
that happens all the time.
Or when
Yeah.
you see people roll by and take pictures of you all, rolling by, and then they never post it. They only post
their
the
shit.
three of them when they have left you on the side of the road.
That's some real fucking. That's some
yeah.
real
And put
bullshit.
my road dogs.
My real
yeah.
brothers.
Well, you guys didn't finish the
Fuck you
ride.
guys.
Oh, I
We
finished. that
We
motherfucker.
finished our ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. This guy's about to get fucking spiritual on me.
So I told him.
Yes, Grandpa, tell me about how it was when you walked uphill both ways
I told
In the
him.
snow.
Yeah. Well, because it's always snowing back in the day.
through a tornado. It snowed in July.
It was snow-nado.
We went to school in July. That's how bad it was.
So what I told him, I was like, "Do you want to ride on your bike on the trailer?" And he goes, "Fuck no."
Yeah, I
You
would've
should
said
have
the
for
same.
the video. Helmet on backwards.
Hey guys.
Hey,
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
fuck. Ooh, does someone
Criticize.
So,
Me and my wife worked all night on these fucking things.
so I was like, "Hey man, you can go. It's fine. I'm here. I'll bunk down. It's fine. Don't worry about it." He's like, "Nope, I'm gonna stay with you." It's like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
I'm gonna
I was
sleep
going-
in the dumpster.
Dude, there was a
I
pretty
was
comfortable
gonna
looking
go.
dumpster.
I was gonna go, and then I got back, and you're on the phone with everybody, and you're like, "Yeah, Mop and staying with me," and blah blah blah, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, Mop and staying with me," and I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm not going now."
No, because you had told me before that you were gonna go. You were gonna stay in. So I was like, "All right, cool. Yeah."
Poor fucking Harrison after we finally left the Loves with his fucking iridium visor. Couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
And then finds out 2 days later that there were deer everywhere.
Dude,
Yeah. When he was like,
Did you
there
not
were
see him?
deer?
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't even paying attention.
You saw him, didn't you?
Yeah, fuck yeah. They were on the
Yeah.
right side
I
of
mean,
the
I
road.
I think we all know where my headspace was at during that entire ride.
That
considering-
entire ride.
Yeah.
Since you didn't get to walk through the
considering-
suicide forest.
Considering
You
how,
were like, please,
how
let
I
a
how I
herd of
rode
deer.
from fucking what was it? Where's the first Terrell,
Terrell.
Texas?
Terrell.
to fucking Kilgore.
Yeah.
like an absolute fucking madman.
Kilgore?
Mad Max, man.
Dude, they look like
Liberty
so
City.
Much,
No,
That
it
was like
Liberty
Kilgore.
City-
I was like,
Liberty
it was
City.
to Liberty
Kilgore
City.
City.
Yeah, no, it was.
that looked like so much fun.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
So I couldn't remember what they said. I thought it was what was it? Longview was where we were stopping.
So
Yeah.
what?
Or-
So you guys
and-
probably did the same thing that the group. So the group of I'm gonna say probably no more than 10 of us,
right.
and it was probably. I mean, we were in groups of like 2 or 3 at a time,
Yeah.
but we were cooking, and one of the guys that was up front was that gold bronzish Dyna with the spokes on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that dude's hauling ass, and as a Dyna owner, I know that dude probably needed some fucking gas.
yeah.
And there was a couple of Softail riders with us. There was that chick on that Lowrider S, that Dyna Lowrider S.
Yep.
Absolutely fucking cooking.
Cooking. Yeah.
And
I know she was hanging with that first group for.
well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that the bike on that kind of ride is what was limiting her.
Yeah.
Because once it started to like bust wide open, obviously all the M8 baggers we were fucking gone.
Yeah.
I mean, we were sitting and legitimately, you know, I was following every speed limit. I was doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't split any.
Nothing at all.
I didn't split any semi trucks. I
All
didn't.
those Texas degenerates
you
passing
know,
on the
it
shoulders.
was all those guys from Texas passing on the shoulders. You know,
Cowboy lanes there for a reason,
I
baby.
think
we're
they said
using it.
they were going up like 140 miles an hour. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't partake in any of that. But
For work purposes. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
for,
do any of that.
you know-
I don't know what you're talking about.
it was all my crazy
All of-
riding was on a closed course in Mexico.
Yeah.
You boys like Mexico?
But
Yeah,
I love Mexico.
that girl could. I mean, she could fucking ride.
She was big.
Or, you know, she got some balls bigger than a lot of people I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you know, she was up there, or you know, every time we'd kind of be forced to slow down because of some bullshit. You know, she was right there.
Right.
But so her, a couple other Softails, and then that Dyna, I'm pretty sure needed gas, like
Yeah.
ASAP. So they pulled off on that. I think it was a Loves or a
Yep.
Shell.
It was a
That's
Loves
where
on
we
the-
went to.
It was 4 miles from where we were actually
Right.
supposed to stop.
Right. Well,
So they all pulled in there, and then me and this, I think, I don't know his name, but it was another road glide from Texas. We pulled in there and we're looking around, and I got half a tank, and so we're kind of like peeking around, and he's like, "I don't think we're supposed to be here. I don't think this is the gas station."
We're
so
not welcome here.
Yeah.
we
don't take too
We
kindly
get
to
back
your
on the
comment.
highway, and we're fucking hauling ass now. I think me and him were, you know, $130, $140 the whole way there.
Yeah, I was confused whenever I pulled in and you weren't there yet.
Dude, if we would have
Just
went,
like,
Okay,
what
wait.
the
So
if
Liberty
we
City?
would if we would have went where we were supposed to, like the gas station we were supposed to, we
Right.
would have been there 5 to 10 minutes before you guys.
Wow.
So you didn't wind up going to Liberty City at all?
We went to so me and him on
Went to-
road guys.
okay.
We had enough gas to make
Yeah.
it to the next place.
Yeah.
I had half a tank,
Okay.
so I'm
Right.
assuming he had a half a tank. We just looped back around. Like we sat there and we talked, and they're like, "Oh, we're already filling up. We're just gonna do it here."
Yeah.
Right.
So me and him hauled ass down, and
Yeah.
we, as soon as everybody got off the highway, we saw everybody get off the highway. We
Yeah.
actually pulled in with everybody else, just
All
in
right.
the back.
Yeah.
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 And that was like the first group that got there, so we still
Yeah.
beat
Everybody
the
else.
second
Yeah.
group that pulled
That-
off. So that was like Trey's group and a lot of those Texas guys that
Yeah.
were probably cruising, you know,
That
They
there
were-
anywhere
they
from
were-
90 to
They were,
100.
they were
Well,
But
ridiculous.
it was
'Cause-
there was a group of us that busted away. I'm pretty sure it's when it got a little hairy and everybody wanted to start splitting and nobody knew what
Yeah.
they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, about 6 to 12 of us just fucking busted loose, and we were fucking
Yep.
gone.
Yeah.
And then obviously that Pan America,
Oh.
Dude.
which was hauling fucking
Dude.
ass,
ridiculous. Like it was
Effortlessly.
crazy.
and the acceleration on it's insane. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's a stock bike, but
It is, from what I understand.
I don't really know what the platform for tuning
Yeah.
and performance on those things are,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna tell you what. I was up there with some bikes that performance wise, motor wise, shit on
Yeah.
mine, and that Pan America was pulling on fucking everybody. And I
Yeah.
think
Two up.
the only thing
Two up
going
with the
going
hard bags.
going
Yeah.
into that, the only thing that was keeping him from not fucking dusting that first group
Right.
Yeah.
was the fact that he had his old lady on the bike and he
Right.
didn't want to split any lanes.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I have never had somebody on the back of my bike, but that's the last thing I want to fucking hear is some
I
old
know
lady.
you did not.
You fucking asshole.
You motherfucker.
We got to start over again.
It
Start from
comes
scratch.
through. It's there. It's an ice.
Do you need to take it?
No.
It's the line. It's the suicide hotline.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
It's no.
La migra.
But yeah, so that Pan America was fucking cooking. But no, from Terrell to Liberty City, we were. I mean, that
Right.
was essentially a cannonball run for
Yeah.
the majority of us,
Dude.
So
Yeah,
and that's
so-
like another thing that was different from last year's. Like we all rode as a group,
Yeah.
and then I think some other people have already talked about it. But I mean, it was just Mad Max this year,
And
Oh.
which I fuck with that.
yeah,
Like
well,
my thing is I'm gonna ride what I'm gonna ride. Like you guys go do whatever you're gonna do. Like
No, and Trey said that before we took
Yeah.
off, and I strongly encourage that because I don't have kids, I don't have any of that shit. And
Yeah.
some of those guys, they got shit to go home to.
yeah, like
yeah.
And at the end of the day, I got a lot less to lose.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I'm also a fucking 27-year-old dipshit.
yeah.
So I honestly, if I had the funds and shit, I would really consider doing like BRL and shit.
right.
But that's a lot of shit.
I thought
No.
it was cool because when we
You were
left,
too goddamn big.
Well, it's
Yeah.
was it Ruthless or Reckless out of Arizona? He's the last independent BRL racer. I sent his shit to there the other day. He's like 6'7", but he's about 220 pounds. He's lost about
Damn.
70 pounds a race.
Goddamn.
And I'm not gonna do it to try to fucking win or anything like
Yeah.
that. But
right.
I think the experience and shit that you get from it.
Oh, yeah, no,
and
it's
just
great fun.
overall,
Yeah.
it's fun. Like Hallett, I like to go up to Hallett and just fuck around at Hallett.
fuck
for-
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
But also, if I fuck my stuff up, I'm gonna be absolutely fucking pissed.
right.
Well, and that's the other thing about that too is I have a bunch of friends that've done different cannonball where there's so many different cannonball quote unquotes where there's the southern Mexico route where you
Southern Baptist.
there's the red ball to the Pinafinera out or Portofino out in LA.
Yeah.
That's the true original cannonball.
English, buddy.
That's what it is. It's the red ball garage.
This is America.
Fuck yeah. But there's so many different, like there's the Southern Star route. There's all these different ones that you can go do. And so I was talking to a friend that's done a bunch of them. And he was like, you have to realize that you have tanks of fuel and you've got to get cold and you're going to get hot and all that shit. And so the first one he did, he was like, peg the bike the whole way. Did not make sense. Cause he's like, I can do 150 on my bike, but then I'm starting for fucking gas every 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, you're wide.
Yeah,
you're
he's like
drinking
wide
and
open
shit.
on his fucking. I think he was on a Tiger at the time. He was like, yeah, it was fucking a blast until I'm hitting every gas stop. He's like, but then I have to think about managing the bike because I'm trying to do this distance over this time. If I do it at 120, I'm hauling ass, having a good time, getting shit done. But I'm trying to do 1,000 miles in fucking
Yeah.
whatever hour
Yeah.
range it is. And he's like, honestly, man, like that's fun. It's cool to do it once, but after that, like you're fucking done.
The COVID record would never be broken.
Well, and then Fred Ashmore.
Are you talking about like the Cannonball car?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they're
Mustang?
talking that it was broken like fucking 3 times 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, there's
So with the whole cannonball thing, is there so much time before the actual fucking other runs were released? Mm-hmm. Statute of limitations.
yeah, they have to
Yeah.
wait.
You don't want to get your ass fucking. I mean, because you'll go to fucking jail over
Yeah,
this
they
shit.
will take your ass to jail. Ohio will come and get you.
Yeah. Speaking of Ohio, fuck that place.
Yes.
Ohio is not for lovers.
No, it is
Absolutely fucking not.
not. No, I've known a couple of guys that done cannonballs, and they're like, you have to wait.
I think the idea of that stuff, is really awesome. But at the end of the day, like the majority of stuff like that, that's a rich man's game.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
absolutely.
racing momotorcycles and racing cars and shit. That's not
It's
for the
fucking
faint of
anything
heart.
these days, man. If you don't have deep enough pockets for it, you can't.
And it's
enjoy it.
kind
you
of
just
it's kind of
legitimately
just
can't do it.
it's destroying a lot of it because it's like the car scene in Oklahoma used to be really great,
Uh-huh.
and that's a big reason. Like I thought I was gonna like get into cars and shit when I got done playing baseball and stuff. And I go
Right.
to a couple of these meets, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And I hear shit like
I'm sad we missed that SRT coming out of
My
Cars
buddy
and
was
Coffee.
there.
oh the
Yeah.
oh,
The
shit.
SRT
Dodge.
My buddy was
SRT
there, and
truck.
he was
Dude, that
like,
dude's he started a GoFundMe, and
Fuck
people are
yeah.
like, no,
Roasted.
fuck
Yeah.
this guy. Don't send him your shit.
James
Fuck
over
that kid.
James
He's-
over at
he called it like this is a special piece of history. And they're like, you're a special piece of shit.
James Piontek, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
built by
Built by amateurs.
I can never remember the name of that shop, but he was talking. He's like, if you donate to this and I find out about it, you're not welcome to my shop. And I was like, fuck yeah,
His
dude.
shop's kind of out our way, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's out by you guys. He's trying
Well,
to
he
move
used to have a shop out.
Hair Noir. No,
No, it was not too far from Southside Sleds because I went over there to pick up some wheels with a buddy, and there's a dude powder coating in there, and then he had all the shit behind it.
Yeah, he's
Got
moved
bunch
around
of-
a couple
he's got
times.
a bunch of Miatas and all that.
Oh yeah, he's got a
Yeah.
bunch of.
He
them.
just had a 240 SX for $1,500.
I saw that.
That thing looked
Yeah.
like fucking shit.
Yeah. Well,
It
it's
looked
240
like
SX, dude.
shit.
Like, you're not finding, unless you're importing them in, you're not getting good ones anymore here.
No.
I don't
After-
fucking fit in them anyway, so
So we stopped about 6 miles before Liberty City.
yeah.
And what was cool about that is when we got back on the road, because when we started from Terrell, everybody went out.
Yeah,
because
because we got to pass all you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was what's cool was we're going on, and
I didn't give a shit.
And all of a sudden, like in my fucking mirror, I
A bunch
see
of fucking dickheads are
LP6s.
up on your
Oh,
ass.
yeah.
just
There's
a fucking
no feeling like just being
no,
fucking hammered
and it was
past.
it was actually really fucking cool. And so everybody fucking rolls by, and you had like 4 big groups.
Yeah.
And so it was the first
Super
group
fucking fast.
who they all come by.
Well, I think the first
and-
group that passed you guys, and you might not even got passed by them, but that Houston group.
Yes.
Yes.
So those guys filled
Dude.
up and took off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Houston guys are pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, they were down. I fucking loved partnering with those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Houston fucking sucks. So you got to do something to have some fun down
I
there.
mean,
I mean, you got to bring the fun. You can't rely on the fun being around you.
yeah, no, but it was cool seeing
It's
everybody
like the
and then
Southern Chicago.
seeing you guys roll by.
Yeah.
And then like the next group, and it was like that first group when it was like, who was it? Devin, Trey, and
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
all them, and they're like
Devin and Trey were or
cutting
Devin,
in fucking.
Man, I always wonder, like, what does that sound like coming down the road?
Oh, dude, it's
Dude,
fucking
it's-
insane.
it's-
And
yeah.
I'm not talking like, we're not riding like 65 and it has a little bit of rumble. We're talking about like
Yeah.
Triple-
we
you're-
got guys
yeah.
are in 6th gear that
3,000
are,
RPM.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is fucking
Yeah.
So-
dude, I wish I was at like fucking 4,500 RPM just fucking rolling through there.
So
Which
it-
again, I also wonder what my bike sounds like when you are in your minivan and all your windows are down and I haul ass past you at
Well,
whatever
yeah.
I'm doing.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
So we were cruising at one point, and so Moppin's up front, so he's got lead position for road captain for 2 of us, and then
The
Harrison-
fuck is that?
I have no clue. I was in front of him.
yeah, he was in lane position 1. I'm in lane position 2. Harrison's behind me and back in 1.
Why,
So
why are you talking gay?
Yeah.
that's how it works, dickhead. Anyway, so
I'm in front and you bitches are slower.
yeah,
That's what I heard.
yeah. So we're hanging out cruising.
Where's the beep sound again?
Yeah.
Hold on. Dylan's gonna be like, the fucking robot voice was the shit. So we're hanging out cruising, and we get passed by Johnson's Hot Rod Garage. We're talking about that bullshit for a little
Yeah.
bit. And then I was like, hey, got a group coming up on us. They're coming up. They're all fucking holding lanes, so don't worry about it. So like they come past, and when they came past, I was like, holy fuck, that was loud as shit.
Yeah.
And then immediately after they passed, I was like, I think I have an oil pressure issue because my light was on and off the entire time. I was like, either they're that loud or the KZP is about to shit a
No,
brake.
your bike got scared.
So that was the only gauge I was
It inked.
watching
Your
on my
bike
bike.
inked.
I didn't care how fast I was going. I was just watching that oil pressure. I was
No,
like,
so when we
fuck.
left,
He was like,
scared.
I think my sensor's going out. I should probably check my oil. And I was like, yeah, that'd probably be a good thing.
and about 5 minutes before I let go, I radioed into you, and I was like, because we were just doing music. that
radioed.
day.
What the fuck?
Here it goes.
Yeah.
Here it goes.
So I just go,
Breaker,
hey,
breaker.
I was like, hey man, I gotta check
Pork chop.
Over.
pork chop. I come in and I was like,
Rubber
hey,
ducky.
I was like, I gotta check oil at the next gas stop because my light is no longer flickering; it is just on.
we did not make it there.
Yeah,
No, we did not.
No, we did not.
You know what was fucked up?
Are you talking about on the way back?
Yeah, on the way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
all,
when we-
all I hear in my fucking headset is Hansen go, hey, Cody's on the side of the road.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, yep.
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah, he's there.
yep. I was over there hanging out.
This
So-
is the-
Can't fucking park there.
Because then all of a sudden it's like everybody starts slowing down. You start doing this, and I was like, oh, I guess we're looking at my rearview mirror, and I didn't see anybody back there. I was like, we're going back.
dude.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when it went, I
I should have just done this.
dude, I've had,
Autobots roll out.
I've had a couple of times where I've been in big horsepower cars where they let go and like on the strip and shit, and you're like, what the fuck was it? That was pretty close to that same noise. It was like,
No, I'm just glad it didn't fucking lock up the rear.
oh
tire.
yeah.
yeah.
That was the first thing that Shelby asked. He's like, did it lock up the rear? And I was like, it did for about half a second. Got it over the side of the road. It's fine.
Yeah,
But
did for
even
a
if
half
it
a
did,
second.
you could have
and I
found another one
fucking-
for fucking $150. Been
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing about it. It's like, it was trying to lock up for about a half a second. And then when I pushed it down the hill, it tried to do it again. I was like, yeah,
You
what's
should
up?
do what Bell told you last night. What
Blow it
what
up.
did Bell tell you to do?
M8
I don't
swap
know.
it.
Twin cam swap it.
Oh,
Do the reverse.
you know what
Somebody
was
put a KZ motor in a fucking FXR.
you know what was discussed the other day was the dimensions of a certain size motor. I was like, I just need a dummy block to figure this out.
I'm
So-
sure a fucking like 1500 cc Goldwing engine will fit in there.
That's not the route we were gonna go though.
Oh.
We were talking about doing a twin cam swap on it.
I mean, anything can be done.
Oh yeah, like I already know the guy that was gonna fab the fucking
fab up some mounts.
It's mostly the top tube. We don't know if it will fit underneath.
You
the
only
top tube.
need 3 out of the 4 bolts. You're fine.
You don't need a top tube.
Isn't that right, Hansen?
Yeah, yeah,
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Just what? It's like a big U.
Should have
So
seen
no,
us
what
last
you
night.
what you could do, cut the top tube out, get you some chain, and you weld it so it goes over it. So
No,
it's like
no,
Is
no,
this
no, no, no,
405
no.
Riders?
I'm about to say, last time
Is this
somebody
405
launched-
Riders?
All about that shit.
You know,
We made that kid
you-
so mad.
can you make me handlebars out of fucking chains?
Yes.
And then never corrosion
He
protection.
went
them?
crying to the admins like I was telling him to kill himself. I'm like,
guys
no,
are-
dude.
these
You
guys are
said
pieces
you're
of
gonna
shit.
do it, and I said, see if I care.
Yeah, literally, they know we're the ones that called the cops and got blocked in at Casey's.
Is that the same guy?
No,
No.
he blocked me.
He can't ride his bike because he can't fucking weld. And he made his bars out of fucking
Oh
chain.
no!
Chain.
He said something about being special needs. And I said, yeah, I'm aware.
That'll do it.
Dude,
That'll do it. It wasn't Trump's America yet. There were still DEI programs around when you
Yeah.
said that.
the thing is don't fucking say shit like that if you're not willing to fucking take somebody else saying it to you.
Social media is just giving people a false representation.
It made
of where
everybody
they
soft
stand.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, I really wish that I wasn't around for a lot of that shit.
It was great.
Yeah.
Like I just hear about it. I'm like, the connections that you make are legitimately genuine, and there's nothing that you can gain
Yeah.
from it.
Oh,
And
absolutely. And like,
I'm,
you know,
thinking,
this
I'm thinking of all the shit I did where there were no cameras,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
no,
Yeah, I just-
Yeah.
I hear-
Speaking
Like-
of no fucking cameras, if anybody needs
shut
dirt
up.
on mopping, I've got it.
no,
Yeah.
I hear
allegedly.
about
Yeah.
all the shit that my old man did. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's you get done working at 5:00, you go pound some beers with the boys at the shop. You know, you're working on some hot rods and shit. You get one fired up, and before you know it, you're fucking doing rollers and shit
Oh, yeah.
down the main
Yeah.
strip of
Oh, yeah.
town. And then the one cop in town fucking lights him up. You do a fat ass fucking burnout, and then the truck's gone.
Yeah.
And nobody ever fucking knows about it, or just listen to the stories about him.
Oh, yeah.
Him and my great grandfather, which I'm not going to repeat here, but just like legitimate
right.
good
Debaucheries.
times.
Well,
Yeah.
and so like this was like your real first experience getting out of the state, going to do something as far as motorcycle run. You know, you did Fast Life. You've done it twice.
Yeah.
but as far as like going out somewhere and getting to meet up with other people,
Yeah.
who and actually getting to make a connection with them,
Yeah.
versus hanging out with your own group.
I mean, I made
Such
some.
stuff
I've
like
made
that.
some connections.
I will say what was cool about this is whoever it was, everybody was so fucking laid back and chill.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh,
like,
yeah, there
I
was-
saw people
there-
in the elevator. I don't know who they were, but you could tell they were with the Polaroid.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
they just start, hey man, what's up? How you doing? You know, and so everybody was just like,
Oh, yeah.
there were no egos as far
Yep.
as like.
I think a
I don't
lot
know
of it
you.
is it's
Well,
very.
so the thing is, I mean, there's a bunch of ego there.
I
yes,
get,
clearly.
and it shows,
but-
but it's not. We're all there for the same fucking reason.
Yeah,
to
we're
have
all-
a good fucking
yeah.
time.
Well, that's what I was
to
about to
ride our
say.
fucking bikes.
Yeah.
and to just fucking chill.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
and
it's really rare to get a group of people together anymore where nobody has like really obvious ulterior motives.
Well, exactly.
But
So,
to
like,
get a group of people
Yeah.
that
Yep.
all have the same interests and same intentions at the end
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
day.
exactly. It wasn't
is-
like
We're
going
all-
to Born Free and Born Free, and I have this many followers.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
give
yeah.
a fuck who you
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how many followers you have.
Yeah.
If you have to fucking explain on your Instagram who you are,
Yeah.
You've lost
nobody
me.
fucking
Yeah.
cares.
So
No, because
there
at the end of the day, when you die, nobody's gonna be talking about how many fucking
Yeah.
followers you
your
have. on
Instagram's
Yeah.
gonna fucking
Yep.
go
Yep.
stagnant.
Yeah,
and
that's-
That's kind of
nobody
that's kind of why I've
fucking
kind of
cares.
chilled out. I mean, I got back on Instagram to repost shit for the Polaroid and stuff, but
Right.
still, I'm checking it like once every 3 days.
Yeah.
and honestly, in my personal
You were
experience,
checking more than that because you've been talking a lot of shit to me lately. It was
I
really
was
nice for about a
No,
month.
it wasn't him. It was AI.
yeah.
oh yeah,
my God.
AI.
Holy fuck.
I somehow
I walked in, I was like, what the fuck? I'm getting roasted for no goddamn reason.
I tricked the internet into talking shit for me, so I don't have to directly anymore.
was
I
like-
can't be incriminated.
I'm not gonna lie. The first one I read, I was like, we'll get there. And then by the last one, I was like,
No, dude, I was at the gym. I was at the gym just sitting there, like I was doing all my reports and shit right before I walked in, and it said AI called Cody gay or queer, and I lost my shit. I was legitimately crying.
yeah, dude. I walked in and I was just like, what the fuck?
What was
dude?
funny about it is it was like there was a little bit of buildup. Like it says that first paragraph,
Right.
and then it like paused, and then it was like, boom. We think Cody's gay or queer. And I'm like, this is perfect.
Oh, but even Meta AI believes that Jesus was a black man.
Oh yeah.
Well,
If you
yeah.
ask it,
No
He
more
was.
white Jesus.
no.
He was.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
But still,
about
no Helen
the that was the thing is, so you guys, every time I kind of looked, you guys were all together and that was cool. And then I was off trying to talk to other people I hadn't met yet.
Right.
And so it was really nice to be able to go up and talk to like James, Tolkien White Boy. What's up, buddy? He listens to every episode. And he was like,
Nice.
hey, I know exactly who you are. I was like, because of my hoodie? He goes, no, man, like I've listened to every episode. I love everything you guys
yeah.
are doing. Like the Oklahoma crew is cool. Like you guys.
What was like seeing a bunch of bikes that I know the bikes.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't.
Well, that's how when I went to the first camp out, that's how the majority of people knew each other. They didn't
Yeah.
know each other
Yeah,
by
yeah,
name.
yeah.
You're like, hey, you
Yeah.
got that.
They knew each other by Instagram handles.
Right.
They knew
Which
each
that's
other
a
by
great way to
bikes.
connect.
Yeah,
No, it is.
exactly.
I mean,
But
like that.
I don't care how many
seeing-
people follow you. I don't give a fuck.
Well, so I was talking to
Seeing
James
that
about,
one got killing time.
I think it's
Justin,
I think it's sad that people, feel obligated or they feel like it's essential to talk about how many followers you have.
Well, the
Yeah.
big thing is for that I really can't get behind is COVID and the whole influencer culture.
yeah,
Influencers are fucking stupid.
yeah,
I agree.
You know,
be ambassadors.
Exactly.
Don't be an influencer.
Exactly.
that was the thing about when
Because
I did
Don't
Denver.
fucking push a
influencers,
product you
you
won't
don't
stand behind.
You don't influence shit. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
An ambassador supports a brand, and you support it because you use it and love it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So-
and that's the thing. An influencer
it
to me,
aligns with what you stand for.
And where that
Yeah.
started with for me is politics and celebrities. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck what a celebrity's political opinion
Yeah.
is. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
I'm still going to
Yeah.
form my own opinion based
Absolutely.
off the research I do.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, and that was the thing with Rever. Like when I started doing the Rever maps, like I didn't have anybody that rode. Like I had a bunch of people who are like, oh, I used to ride. Like I had a bike 40 years ago, and I didn't have any.
Old Bjorn.
Bjorn. So I didn't have anybody else, and there was nothing in Oklahoma City. So I was like, so like Bishop.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, go right around Draper. I was like, good point. I'll go do Draper and Overholser.
Hey, watch out for that cat on fucking 405 riders. They'll do 200 miles an hour around that loop.
I went
Big
out.
dick.
There's a
energy.
Mazda 6 that did 200 miles an hour on that loop the last time me and you were there. That motherfucker passed us. I swear to God, 10 times. I saw that kid, windows down, listening to fucking Juice World.
Yeah.
Just every 10 minutes, he's back at that fucking
Blam!
stop sign. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude,
What the fuck?
are you okay?
Yeah. So when
He's
This guy's going through it.
He's working it out.
He was far enough away where I couldn't see that he was crying the whole time he was driving.
so that was the thing about Rever is I started talking to Bjorn. I was like, hey, like there's no maps. And I know a bunch of people that I would see at Cycle Gear or at Maxie's and stuff. Like, hey, you want to go ride? And like, I just want to ride on my own. Ah, that's cool. It's fine. 60% of riders you're going to meet, they ride on their own. All right,
Yeah.
cool. And then I started doing loops. So I'd be like, hey, I want to go up to Perry or something like that. So I'd go do a big dumb loop for like, I killed 3 hours. So you could go do this on a Saturday. You could theoretically leave after breakfast, be home a little after lunch.
Yeah.
And so I started doing that. And then so Bjorn was so nice. He was like, hey, like, I'm going to send you gift cards, hand them out.
Oh, he's such a good dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he's the nicest guy. And he was like, you're not. And I was joking around. I was like, does this make me an influencer? He goes, nope, brand ambassador.
Yeah.
You like the product.
Yep.
To me, the only people who are truly like influencers, like Crucy, like Blockhead,
Jesse James.
like
I think
Speed
those
Dealer,
guys,
those guys who actually are setting a style and actually influencing the culture.
Yes.
well, what's interesting about you saying that is you've asked any of those guys and they say they're not influencers.
No,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
agree, but
Yeah.
And
but-
that's, I think, with the influencers and stuff, I think the biggest downside of it is actually the community itself.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and
Oh,
it's-
yeah, yeah.
and
Everybody
really,
wants to be a look at me.
everybody
Yes.
wants
Uh-huh.
everybody to look at them all the time, which is just, I mean, that's modern
they
society.
either want it, look at me or they want something for free.
because everybody's always been the center. I call it first main character syndrome.
Yeah.
Everybody's the
I'm an
main.
NPC in this world,
Yes,
and I don't. No one's ever gonna tell me different.
Everybody sees
Yeah.
everybody else as an NPC, or like this is
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
my world,
And you're just living
I
in
don't
it.
have to accommodate for anybody else
Yep.
in any
Well,
sense.
And so another thing that COVID really like that I've noticed in the last 2 or 3 years is nobody has any compassion anymore. Nobody gives a fuck.
No, they're all
No.
off trying. Like,
and
And it's crazy that we say that because people come here to the South and they're like, you guys are like, they're like Southern gentlemen and Southern hospitality.
I've lived all over the fucking world. There is no place like Oklahoma.
no,
Oklahoma will always be
Yeah.
home to me.
Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate what Oklahoma has going on. I feel like it's moving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Well, it's it's like what you and I talked about the other day. Is kind of the writing here kind of sucks, but we are halfway to everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it depends on where you ride. The riding here in Central, like Oklahoma City.
It also depends on what you like.
It depends on what you
You
like.
sit here
You know,
and
like
like
Jace-
But you go southeast.
Jace loves Western Oklahoma.
you talk to
and
some
it is beautiful out there.
It is.
if that's what you like.
Yeah.
you talk to some people and they're like, oh, I've never left fucking Lawton and Oklahoma fucking sucks. And I'm like, have you been to fucking Southeast Oklahoma?
It's beautiful.
I was
Have
like,
you been to,
Some of the best writing in the world. is in
people
Oklahoma.
come to fucking southeastern Oklahoma.
Yep.
Oklahoma has the longest rideable stretch of Route 66 in the entire U.S.
Yes, it does.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like, you can run out of shit to do here if you spent a whole year
Right.
doing all of it.
Right.
But at the same time, you really want to haul ass from, let's say, Norman. You're 2 hours and 15 minutes away from Dallas,
Yeah.
which has everything that you need.
Yep.
And I will.
Which Oklahoma City's becoming the next.
I'll go on a
Dallas.
Yeah,
limb and
yeah.
say in probably 15 years, Oklahoma City's going to carry a lot of the attractions that people go to Dallas for.
I don't even think it'll take 15 years.
I don't
man.
either. I
I
think
say
it-
within the next.
I mean,
5.
honestly, once they get that new Paycom Center built,
the new stadium.
Yep.
Because it's not only that,
what
we're-
is that? The Freedom Tower.
Fuck, they're building a taco casa at Memorial and Penn. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
oh damn, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what it'll be? How
Banana
we know
bread at work.
how we know that
Hell
we've
yeah.
made it.
In
if,
and out.
If somehow, fuck In and Out. My
Yeah,
parents
fuck
had that
you.
this last week, and my dad said it was fucking dog shit.
It is.
If we somehow get
Whataburger
a Taco Bell or a Taco John's or a fucking White Castle, if we get a White Castle in Oklahoma City, we fucking made it, boys.
You know what we need is an Ochos Locos.
We need a Larry Flynn. We need a Larry Flynn's Oklahoma
last
City.
fucking
We
thing
need a Larry Flynn's.
But no,
We got night trips.
oh shit, yeah.
Trappers East.
Trappers East. But no, it's people come to Oklahoma and they're like, oh, they don't like try to go out and do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna sit here and say like, I'm from Illinois. I grew up in Illinois for
Kankakee County.
Yeah, Kankakee County.
Kankakee County.
the
Kill it.
the majority of my life when I was younger, I would say till I think it was 8 or 9. So like a lot of my childhood was tied into that.
Right.
But I was probably 30 minutes outside of Chicago. And dude, it is probably as rural as it is in Harrow, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
and
cow
that's be-
farm.
The majority of Illinois, like when people talk about Illinois, they think about Chicago. There's
Yeah.
a lot of there is a ton
Yep.
of shit going on in the
Right.
city of Chicago.
Yeah.
The whole rest of the state
is rural.
is rural.
Yeah.
It is
Far- it's
it is-
farmland.
It is
Yeah.
corn and
Yeah.
soybeans.
That
When
is
you when you
Midwest.
drive, if you drive up to Chicago, it is rural until you get.
I'm going
Chicago.
I'm
To
going.
Chicago.
I'm going to Chicago in
Rural.
April for my grandmother's birthday, and I'm
How
going
old's
to tell
she
you
turning?
what. She's turning 75.
It's pretty hot.
It's my grandmother.
you can punch. You can punch him.
That's fine.
Yeah, but we're going up there.
Now-
We're going up there in April for my grandmother's birthday.
Is your grandpa still alive?
I don't know which is worse out of the two.
He died. He died of the beatus.
Oh.
No, that's actually why I moved to Oklahoma. Was because of him.
Yeah.
But the worst part of driving up to Chicago is
the drive to
Illinois up to
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
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 I don't know, man. Driving through Missouri sucks ass on 44.
You know what? You got
Uranus.
Uranus.
Yeah.
You know,
there's-
and I'm
and
looking
now
at it
you
as,
got
like,
Wally's in St. Louis.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like driving a truck perspective.
Oh, yeah.
It
No.
just sucks.
I mean,
Wally's-
driving a
Wally's
truck
is
in
the
general
shit.
sucks.
What?
Driving a truck in general sucks.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that Wally's right before you get into St. Louis.
Yes. It's the
Yeah.
shit.
yeah, it's
It's
right
the
there by
better
Six
fucking
Flags.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's only two of them. It's fucking that one in Indianapolis, I think, right?
Indy
Something like
sucks
that.
dick.
I haven't been at the Indy.
You know who else sucks dick? Nate.
Nate.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsor, Nate.
He's a proud sponsor of the beer budget this week.
But yeah, no, it's Oklahoma is going to be. I mean, I think the biggest thing that's going to deter a lot of people from coming to Oklahoma, and this is kind of all over the fucking country, is political shit.
You motherfucker!
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that.
Hold on, I'm gonna just go ahead and take a picture of that right now. Everybody give dead airspace for a second. I got you, buddy. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
I gotta say the other thing.
We're gonna have to kill this guy. This is about to be a 3-man podcast.
All right, and just go ahead. Just hold on.
Bananas.
But yeah, people talk shit about like the education and shit.
Why are we going back to that?
Yeah.
Let's get back to motorcycles.
So
hold
well,
on.
you look at we've already got people that are here in Covington. Yes, he's doing big wheel stuff, but his
But,
stuff
I mean,
is
But
Well,
it's cool.
He's
It's
so
cool,
fucking
and it's
far out there.
He is so far out
Yeah.
there, but people are, you've got
You almost can't
people
go to
here.
a show that doesn't.
People
have one
here
of
are
his
going to
bikes
start
there.
doing shit because it's like I was saying to him on the way over here. There's a girl that I follow on Instagram, Whiskey Coco, and she's a painter out of California.
right.
Okay.
And she was kind of like one of those COVID time painters. I think she wrecked her bike, and I'm not going to go into details on it because she has no idea who the fuck I am.
Right.
But she's one of
Not
the
yet.
she's one of the custom painters that I follow on Instagram. Well, there's been this big shift of people from Cali moving out of Cali, and
Devin.
yesterday she said that she and her husband bought a compound or like a bunch of land out in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's a big move as everyone's going towards Tennessee.
Everybody's going towards like
Austin or Nashville.
Yeah, they're going towards
in
like
that area.
rural Texas,
Yeah.
like Nashville-ish area. And I went out to Nashville a couple months ago.
It's
and
the shit, dude.
Nashville's a good time. But
Nashville's
you
a
talk to
real
a lot
good
of
time.
people there, and
They do not like
they
that.
don't like Nashville.
Well, and they don't like Nashville.
They don't
now
like the people it brings.
It's becoming the new Vegas.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But
So-
you go a little bit past that because who's out there? Thundermax is out there.
Thunder Max is out there.
There's a
What's up, Millhouse?
Who's the Sportster guy?
Oh, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark,
Butcher.
Yeah.
Rusty Butcher.
Yeah.
Rusty Butcher. So, and he's out there.
Yep.
And I think, it's going to be a matter of time before, those kinds of people
Yeah.
start looking at
Well, and
Oklahoma
and you
because
look
of
at
the
the-
I-35, I-40.
You look at
Yes.
the small businesses like Joplin. You've got Speed Dealer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's
Dude, and his shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's coming
That's-
on. We're getting him.
That's a work of fucking art.
well, the
It's
cool
impressive.
thing about shit like that is you go to the right town early enough and they will let you have some kind of influence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if somebody let's talk about Jesse James, for example. Jesse James is a big time motorcycle builder.
Right.
And he could go anywhere in the world and do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
But
He was
welding.
what was he in Israel or Saudi Arabia for like a year and a half?
I think
learning-
it was Israel.
Israel
Or
for blacksmithing.
blacksmith,
Yeah, for like a year or
He's
two.
like a master blacksmith or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's got that shop out in just outside of Austin.
yeah,
Right.
in the hills. Yeah.
And a guy like that, jumping into an area as early as he did,
Yeah.
with the influence that he has, he can get away with a lot of shit that he couldn't get away with
Right.
at other places.
Yeah,
Right.
in Long Beach. I was talking to my buddy that lives out there, and he was like, they were fucking outrageously tired of his shit.
Yeah.
California came in. They kept saying, like, the city of Long Beach was like, we don't like you doing fucking fireworks in the garage. We don't like all this shit all the time. And Long Beach is like nice in spots. It's kind of like Oklahoma City. But-
They get to the point where they think that they're better than people like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
And the thing, it's like
Well,
us
and
going to
everybody thinks California is
the shit.
Well, sorry, California thinks California is
end all be all.
everything,
Yeah.
and they set the
California's like my
standard for
fucking
everything.
ball sack.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, it's
100%.
I will say, like, I like LA. It's cool to go hang out. I want to visit there. I would never want to fucking live there.
Oh, absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
the riding and stuff
Yeah.
out there would be beautiful.
Yeah, there's-
I think
Yeah.
the state is in general. If you stay away from like the major cities, which is pretty much
Northern California.
Yeah, you go up to Bakersfield because
is-
Bakersfield's in the middle. It's
Bakersfield
pretty good.
fucking sucks.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
No,
but you get
Bakersfield
raisins there.
fucking
Taking like
sucks.
was it Highway 1 that goes up the
Yep.
coast?
Pacific Coast
Yeah.
Highway.
Yeah,
Pacific
PCH.
Coast Highway. I think
PCW.
that's
Which
The further
Yeah.
north you get in California, closer to Oregon, dude, it's fucking
It's
gorgeous
amazing.
up there.
And
Yeah.
I hear that
Getting
all the
the
time.
fucking-
You've got Yosemite. You've
Yeah.
got the Redwoods.
yeah.
What's the other one that's up there?
Fuck.
I don't know. But
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's just fucking
You get-
breathtaking up there.
San Diego.
El Capitan.
Yeah, you get
Is
all.
that's in that
It's
Yosemite or
somewhere in there,
around
yeah.
there.
Well, so I was talking to a guy at Polar Run about this because he was talking about, oh, you're from Oklahoma City.
Talking to dudes.
Talking to dudes, throwing it up. And he was like, so how's Oklahoma? And I was like, that's pretty good. We've been joking around about how Oklahoma City is basically DFW at this point because Ardmore and everything's
What's also crazy is like Dallas and Fort Worth are so tight niche, like there's no gaps, and so they call it DFW.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City is the exact same way.
Yes.
If you were to look at Oklahoma City on a map,
Yeah.
you would think that it was connected from Norman to Edmond and Yukon to Choctaw.
Which
Yep.
Oklahoma City has the biggest land area, like
Yes.
as far as the city goes.
Yeah,
compared
it
to
stretches.
any state in-
Yeah.
all.
compared to any city in
It
the
stretches
US.
all the way out to Hera, which
So-
Hera is 30 minutes away from Oklahoma City. And the only reason I know that
Yeah.
is looking at houses that apply for USDA loans.
Yeah.
Right.
40 all the way out to Hera and like a mile each way. Oklahoma City police officers still have jurisdiction there.
So my buddy that's from Long Beach was driving through and he was like, how big is Oklahoma City? I was like, you're going to come into Hinton and you're gonna start seeing shit in Hinton. All right.
I would say El Reno.
Well, I was
Calumet.
Well, I was
Calumet.
telling him,
Reno,
I was
yeah.
just explaining. I was like, you're gonna see Hinton, you're gonna see Red Rock Canyon exit, and you're gonna see El Reno immediately after that. After you go through El Reno, it is immediately Oklahoma City.
You hit El Reno, and about 10 minutes later, you're
Yeah.
gonna see Yukon.
Yeah.
Well, and
it's
I was
gonna
like,
be all,
yeah.
and that part of Yukon
Billboards,
is all brand
once
new.
you hit El Reno, it is nonstop billboards.
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
nonstop billboards until you hit Douglas.
Yeah.
well, and
on
I was
40.
I was explaining
It
to
is.
him.
And
I
it's
was like,
going to get bigger because they're they're stretching that up to
once
3
they
lanes.
stretch that out,
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going to build a gas station on Anderson.
yes,
Yeah.
So it's
they are.
probably going to stretch all the way out to Choctaw Road.
so
it is.
I
Because when they closed Douglas,
No, they're putting an on-queue at Peebly.
yeah, that's where the
So they're putting on cue at
people-
Peebly. They
yeah.
got something going on. So there's a massive RV place that's
Yeah.
on Anderson.
yeah, right
Somebody
there on the
bought that piece of
left-hand
property
side.
across the street, and I don't know if it's those guys that just built that building across the street, but they leveled it.
Yeah.
And it looked like they put a bunch of markers in, and it
I
looked
did-
like they put markers in for
I did
like
see
gas
that.
tanks or like the
But they're-
massive pumps.
Because Douglas,
Take a
they're-
picture of
they're
it. Guess what I do
closing-
for a living.
They're closing Douglas between
Uh,
I-40 and 240.
Yes,
yes.
and that
And
No, not all the
Oh, right
way.
behind the children's.
Yeah, they are.
Right
No,
by the.
29th,
Behind-
29th to 59th.
yes, 29th to 59th, and then
Yes.
59th down. So you have to go post from 29th to 59th.
They're closing it
It'll be
behind.
closer to 74.
They're not closing it at
where they're-
29th. They're closing it right behind the
The
children's
hospital.
hospital.
Yeah, the hospital.
So Christie's Toy Box, R.I.P.
Yeah.
So I was explaining to this
Another
dude
good
that's
one
coming in
lost.
from Long Beach. I was like, you're going to see El Reno, and you're going to immediately be in Oklahoma City.
Go
and
to
then you'll go through
Romantics.
Yukon, and then you'll be back in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
And you'll go
Hustler.
through all of Oklahoma City. Then you'll hit like Midwest City, Del City, all those exits. Still Oklahoma City.
Yep.
And then you'll go past that, and you'll be in Oklahoma City almost all the way out to Shawnee. And he was like, no way. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, you can go from this point to that point.
Yeah.
You're still in Oklahoma City. And you, know
got
the
about,
crazy
what,
thing?
10 or 15 miles.
I think McLeod Road is the
Yes.
end of Oklahoma
I
City.
No,
think
it's Pot
McLeod-
County.
I think McLeod-
Haranoa Road, a mile past that is Pot County Road,
yeah.
and that's where it ends. And I was like, the crazy thing is,
It stretches up on 44 all the way up to
Yes.
like Arcadia or Luther or something.
so
too.
I was telling him that. I was like, so what you just
Same
went
on-
through east-west, north-south is the same thing. And he's like, there's no fucking way. I was like, you know, the even more wild thing is, they're going to show you on the map. You get out further corners of it, it's even further out.
Yeah.
Because like you get up by
'Cause
Piedmont.
you get Choctaw Road down to like Indian Hills is still Oklahoma City.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was
Like-
telling him, I was like, Piedmont is completely encompassed by Oklahoma City. And he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, look at this little city that's out here. It's completely encompassed by Oklahoma City. And he was like, there's no fucking way. I'm like, nope, it is.
I think Oklahoma City has the largest landmass in the U.S. for a
Yes.
city.
Welcome to the conversation we talked about.
Yeah.
that a second ago. No, no, it's,
No, I think
it's
it was either
760 square
it was e-
miles.
it's- I think it's either between was it Chicago or Oklahoma City?
No, it's so it's Oklahoma City and Alaska. It's not
What Alaska with a population of what
it may be
2,000 people?
No,
Biggest
it's-
What?
city.
It's
I
still
mean-
the biggest fucking state.
yeah.
Take
Well,
it
it's
back.
either
on a map
Texas.
it's as big as Texas.
well, I can't
No, it's
remember if
bigger.
it's
That's
yeah,
almost
it
twice
is.
the size of Texas.
Yeah, it's
know
insane.
that.
So if you look at the city mass of Oklahoma, like the actual boundaries of Oklahoma City, I think it's either Juneau is just as big because they annexed a bunch of shit out.
Fuck, I don't know.
So it's Juneau and then us because we're like top 3. We keep moving back and forth between like 2 other
Yeah.
cities.
And
So-
it's only going to get bigger as
No.
they keep adding more shit.
no, because that's what I do for a living is keep adding more shit to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma City would be like, oh, we want this other square mile. That's 300 and well, it's 160 times 4. So whatever that fucking number is. But like we keep adding more and more to Oklahoma City. So when we were talking about this Polar Run, and we're like, well, what's Oklahoma City like? It's like it's the biggest little small town in the world. It's not even like Reno. Like you go to Reno, big small town. No, Oklahoma City is really cool because it's like everyone's your homie. Like
Yeah.
even like you talk shit to me, I talk shit to you. Like, but if you called me and you're like, hey, I'm broke down on the side of the road.
Well, it still has a lot of that like
that's like a
southern
motorcycle
feel.
culture thing as well.
Yeah.
You know?
well, and I say that.
I
But
mean,
then
you
I
know,
have other guys that I've ridden with that I cannot call and be like, "Hey, I'm broken down in
I
Atlanta."
think that's anywhere
But,
because
but
you
how
know
much
it
time are you
ties in.
spending around
Well,
with those people?
I mean,
How
you
involved
look at-
with them are you?
Yeah, that's true. I used to hang out with a
I mean, you look down when you broke down. The
Yeah.
first person that stopped was that dude who got out, and
Yes.
he's like, "Hey, I ride. I see motorcycle. I pull over."
Yeah, that ain't no good or
That
whatever.
ain't no, yeah.
Ain't
I'm
never-
a, I'm a
ain't never
Kawasaki.
Ain't never no good.
I'm a Kawasaki mechanic,
I'm a Kawasaki mechanic.
Kawasaki Bukaki.
and then you turn it on, and the look on his,
face.
Oh,
Holy shit!
He's
that
like, burn
ain't-
it.
that ain't never
burn
no
it
good.
now.
When you kept trying to light my gas tank on fire in that McDonald's, I was like, "We're not doing that to this McDonald's here."
But I, kind of to tie into that, I think you're going to run into people like that no matter where you go.
Absolutely.
I think it's more of like a southern thing. I mean, because
Yeah.
being from up north, having family and stuff up north,
Yeah.
they're not they don't have that like hospitality.
Nah.
And you walk around the city of Chicago, and there's what, like 6 million people there or something.
They tell you all
Yeah.
get fucked.
And they just, it's like you don't exist.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you know, down here you can walk into, I mean, one of the busiest places that they got going on in Oklahoma City, wherever it might be that day. It could be a concert, and
Yeah.
you'll run into 20 people that you know at a concert.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, it's eventually, I don't know if that'll go away as Oklahoma City gets bigger,
I don't know.
but
I think they'll hold on to that small town charm. You look
Yeah.
at, I mean,
it'll hold on to it for
It'll
as long
hold
as
on
it
to it
can.
for a while.
Because I think there's still some of that like in Dallas and Fort Worth, but
No,
you get transplants that come in here and they bring, it's like the city of Austin, Texas.
damn trans.
Yeah.
Keep
Plants.
Austin weird. Y'all can keep that
Yeah,
shit.
you can keep that shit.
You know, you have a bunch of people that come in and it kind of it changes the culture.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it's going to be. I don't know how soon it's going to be. There's going to be like a big shift of people who move to Oklahoma City. But
I think it's. I think
I
you're
don't-
already starting to see it with the mass exodus to Austin, and I
Yeah.
think we're catching some of that overflow.
we're catching some
Yeah.
strays, but
Because-
people live here for a little bit, and I think that they're making the decision that, you know, I think a lot of it is politically pushed, but
Yeah.
if their political views don't align with what's going on in Oklahoma City,
Right.
they're finding their way to Tulsa.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the big things.
which
is-
sucks because Ryan Walters is over the whole state. So
Yeah.
like crazy motherfucker.
Well, and the big thing is like, you know, so I do subdivision development for a living. That's what I do. And I do 100 lots at a time. And I'm
this
doing
is
them.
the guy that makes those red
I
lines
know.
where people
Here-
can't live there.
Yeah.
we go.
Well, yeah, that's what I do. But like, you know, so
We don't want your cunt here.
brother,
to me trying to buy a home.
I'm like, dude, I got a discount for you. But like, that's the thing is like, I do 100 homes a month minimum. And I've got 5 years worth of work left.
So does Hansen. He does.
Yeah, I
100
do
homes a
100
month.
homes a month.
Kudos to you, sir. Kudos to you.
I couldn't even talk to that many people. That's too much
Yeah,
conversation.
like, God damn it. I'm just you're like, he's mute. Yeah, he's Helen Keller.
So speaking of concerts, who's aren't you guys got something coming up pretty soon?
Fuck, I got Shane Smith and the Saints next weekend in Tulsa.
Yeah, I'm not going to that. I got 2 tickets for that. Somebody wants them.
And Dexter and the Moon Rocks and
One of them was $130.
So fuck, next month we've got Giovanni and the Hired Guns one night, and then
Yeah.
the next night's Dexter and the Moon Rocks.
both those in
Up
Tulsa.
in Tulsa?
Yep.
Up
Yeah.
in Tulsa.
So you just stand up
Canes.
there?
Fucking Tulsa.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, as somebody who lived in Tulsa, you know, Canes Ballroom is a fucking blast.
It
Oh,
is.
dude,
It is.
absolutely.
It really
Canes
is.
Ballroom, I mean,
One of the best concerts I've ever been to was Eagles of Death Metal at Canes, and the floor just reverberated for fucking 2 hours.
well, it's
you
like
didn't
that,
dance. The floor danced for you.
It's like that Turnpike song where I lost my heart at,
Lost my heart at the corner of East and Main.
yeah.
Yep.
I lost mine at a Co Wetzel concert. Bliss out of my fucking mind. Dude, I spent like $250 on beer that night, and it was raining outside. And
Like I'm writing a fucking Radiohead song.
Did
right
you
now.
have your pants on when you left?
oh, dude, I fell asleep in my pants. My
Isn't that how most
I don't
people do it?
lose my.
And we
some
got
people-
Calf Fry coming up.
Yeah, we got Calf Fry coming up,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
you
So
know,
what all are you doing concert wise this year?
he's doing Calf Fry.
I'm
You're
doing,
doing
Calf
Calf
Fry.
Fry?
I already got my tickets to that.
Okay.
I'm doing what's his name? Jason Aldean with a wife.
Uh huh.
And
This guy likes dudes.
I mean,
He does.
she loves Jason Aldean.
I think it was like one of my first concerts, like by myself. Not
My
with
first
my
concert
parents.
was Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
ICP. You down with
No,
the
I'm
clown,
joking.
baby?
I never went and saw one.
Yeah. I was like,
Those are the only two that I had. Well, no,
No, we
and
have
Sword,
Sword.
and Rickshaw Billy's
Yeah,
down
Rickshaw-
in Dallas.
yeah.
I want to go see. Apparently, Belmont's going to be playing at 89th Street, but it's
Oh,
on
yeah.
Tuesday. Really, the bands that I want to make a point to see is I want to see Knock Loose. I missed them twice last year because of the
Yeah.
fucking camp out. And then there's a couple of bands out of France. One of them is called Landmarks. I want to see really bad, but they're
Parlez-vous français?
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
exactly.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm excited about
This is America,
Calf
baby.
Fry. That's going to be a good
Where's
one.
that one at?
It's going to be up
Tumbleweed
at
and Stillwater.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, is it
Sad
still?
cowboy music.
So
Yeah,
Treat-
I knew I wasn't going to it.
Treaty Oak is going to be playing. That's
Yeah.
going to be a problem. That's probably going to be the next time that I
Old,
drink.
old 60.
Old 60 is going to be there. Old 60 is going to play before Treaty Oak, more than likely.
Treaty
Right.
Oaks headliner that night.
That's
Yeah.
going to be a long fucking day for me.
That is. That
Then
is.
we're going to turn around, and then Wyatt Flores is probably on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I told myself I wasn't going to drink a whole lot.
Oh,
at,
you're going to get hammered that
at
weekend.
Wyatt Flores in Tulsa, and I was
This one?
absolutely
Yeah.
fucking dumb. So I know for sure, and I've already kind of made
You probably won't like it. It's
No.
sad cowboy music.
No, there's another one that's like something that's similar name, but
Yeah.
like I was hanging out at a bar with a friend, and I was like hanging out, buying this guy drinks the whole night, like fucking partying, and they're like, "Oh yeah,
And
we're in
it-
this band. It's
yeah.
over at the tower."
Out of all of them, man, the band that you'd probably like the most would be Treaty Oak.
No, he
yeah,
won't. He
no.
won't. He won't like it.
Well, and that's the thing too.
And then
is,
Paul Bear is coming in
March.
Kublai
23rd.
Khan's gonna be playing at Diamond Ballroom in a couple months, and I might just go to see fucking Kublai Khan and fucking.
Here's my thing too: is there was that year I went to 330 concerts.
Jeez,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, there was a bunch of shows that kept happening, like $5 shows I
Yeah.
kept going to and all that stuff. I mean,
Somebody that you've never heard of.
That doesn't
Yeah.
count.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go to. I saw that was the year I saw like Ron.
Yeah, I've listened to fucking crackheads sing on the side of the road too, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, can you give me $1?
I'll suck your dick for $5, baby.
Stepping on my fucking cord,
Get it out from underneath me, goddamn, dude.
fucking yanking my head down.
Oh, that's the cord doing it.
Anyway, but that's the thing is like, there's a lot of those shows I'm like, I probably would never like
Yeah.
this fucking band. I'll go see them live. I'm like, that's one of the greatest things I've ever seen live.
So
Well, it's like they talk about Kublai Khan, Matt, the lead singer for Kublai Khan. His call outs at his fucking shows are insane. And they were talking about like they saw him in Tennessee after they dropped a song a couple years ago.
what are you doing the 20th?
The 20th
Yeah,
of this month?
Yeah,
Shit, dude. I don't know.
you need to make sure you're coming to show at the 89th with us.
Who we going to? It's a Thursday, dude.
Yeah, you can go. It'll be early.
Who is it?
It is My Witch, My Blood.
My
is
Witch,
playing.
My Blood.
Yeah,
Is it a bunch of goth chicks?
Jesus,
that's a
Christ.
nice haircut you got.
What the fuck's going on right now?
Yeah. So you know the guy that cuts hair next to where you got your fresh haircut?
Oh, was it Matt?
Mac. Yeah,
Mac, yeah.
his band is playing on
Hey, he
the
plays
20th.
drums.
Yeah, his band, My Witch, My Blood, is playing at 89th Street on the 20th.
Hell yeah.
So you should go support your barbershop.
My barbershop.
Yeah, support, because I'm pretty sure your barber will be there.
I support good times. My barberette.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, haircut looks good.
Thank you. Yeah, I kind of feel a little naked without the mullet.
Yeah.
I feel like I look a little bit more professional.
Did she do that, or did you tell her to do it?
What, cut the hair?
Yeah, get rid of the mullet.
I told her.
Oh.
I don't think she. Every time I go in, and really, I don't think dudes really give a shit. But every time I've had one in my experience, I have had really good women cut my hair.
Right.
And like up in Kankakee, there was a chick that cut my hair, and it was fucking. I think it was one of the best haircuts I've ever had.
Right.
I think it's because they have that cosmetology school tied into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But a lot of chicks that end up cutting my hair, they are kind of hesitant about it at first. Because what's funny is I got the mullet cut off
Right.
like 6 years to the date that I cut my hair when I was up in Enid playing baseball. Because we all had to cut our hair, and I had some long ass fucking hair.
Right.
And I walked in and have that chick cut my hair, and she's like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna give you like
she's
fucking,
like Goldilocks.
She's
I can't
I'm
do
gonna give
this.
you like $70.
She's like, she's like, your hair's so pretty.
That's what she said. I was like, I'm
Right.
gonna give you $70 to cut my hair, and she's like, I cut a lot of men's hair, and the volume and just the hair that you got going on right now for a guy
Yeah.
would make a woman jealous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, word.
You're like, I don't know really what to do.
What are you doing later, barber lady?
Word to your mother.
And so she ended up cutting it, and
You ever seen her wiener? You want to?
with my luck, she's probably been married fucking 2 or 3 times, has 4 kids.
She's a fucking barber.
Roof of her mouth is just permanently bruised.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. No offense to ladies like that, but
We love you.
Yeah,
I
Right?
love
they're
you
all
guys.
great women.
I love you guys all the same.
Yeah.
Angels.
Apparently, I love you guys more than just a regular, normal woman who goes to church and has a good family and all that stuff.
You guys are dirtbags.
But no, so I don't know, man. I just got tired of the long hair. I just was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'm gonna cut it. See, I mean, if
You
I-
look less weird not having it now, because every time I saw it, I was always like,
I mean, I don't look like I fucking touch kids like the guy to my right.
Yeah.
Did it happen?
He looks like he's a 12-year-old trying to play somebody
Oh, yeah.
who touches 12-year-olds.
He's like, yeah.
He's a black man playing a
he's
white
the-
man playing a black man.
He's the
I'm just
type.
a dude playing another dude that's playing another dude.
He's the type of guy that walks in and you walk out of the kitchen.
Oh no shit.
Would you like to take a seat? No, I'm fucking down here.
Hi,
He,
take a
he
seat.
opens up the fucking fridge to put the fucking boxed wine in there, and I walk out of it.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
buddy,
Hey, I'm Chris Hansen.
take a
Why don't
seat.
you have a seat?
Take a seat.
Am I free to leave?
You know
Sure,
she-
no.
you
right
know
out
she-
that door.
You know she's 14. She told me that she was 18.
We have the receipts that says that clearly she says she's 14.
Oh, dude, I've been seeing videos of that stuff pop up, and just the shit that these guys say.
Oh,
And they're like, you know that you said this, right? And he's like,
I-
oh, I didn't say that. And
So-
then he reads it to him, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I have secondhand embarrassment from
Yeah.
what that
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
said to this 14-year-old girl.
Well, there's been some of them popping up on my Instagram feed, and it's the ones where it's not him. It's just like the random like dad hunter dudes, and
Oh,
they're like
yeah.
be in Walmart, and they're like, "Hey,
start-
Ralph,
yeah.
you know,
beating
you
the
here to
shit-
fuck a 13-year-old boy?"
I saw one of
and
those.
then like just punch him in the face, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh,
who you gonna tell, bitch? Who you gonna
yeah,
tell?
exactly.
He's like, I'm gonna call the police, and they're like, yeah,
I
they're
saw
like,
the
yeah,
police.
call the police.
I saw one of those the other day, and dude, they walked up on this dude at like Target or something. They're
Right.
like, hey, James, and he looked behind him, and they were trying to fuck with him.
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
it was a black dude,
He was like,
and
not
they
fucking
rolled
having
up on him, and I could tell immediately that that dude was gonna be ready to swing as soon as these
You
these
can
white
see in his eyes.
these fucking white guys walk up on him like that.
right.
And he turned around and they start fucking brawling. And they were fucking they were stomping him and shit. And he dropped the phone and shit.
Right.
He fucking shot him.
What?
The guy that
Oh,
was
wait, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
the guy
The
that
other one.
was fucking recording. and
Normally,
shit,
it's the other way around.
he fucking shot him.
He shot them.
Yeah, the black dude shot because it was like 4 guys jumping him, and they never.
This is the slowest exit ever.
If he wasn't such a fat piece of shit,
Hey, grab me a beer while you're up.
yeah. So they're like fucking stomping him and shit. Like it was like a 2-minute video. I was like, what the fuck's going on? You just hear,
bam, bam, bam. Yeah.
fuck you, you ain't shit. And then all of a sudden you hear pop, pop. And he's like, he shot me. He shot me. And then the video cut out. And I'm like, I knew it was going to happen eventually.
So I was over on the east side one night. I'm over there partying at 10th Martin Luther King.
My side, baby.
East side down. So we're over there partying. We go to this little shitty convenience store.
All eyes on me.
We're at this shitty convenience store at 16th
Poor
and Martin
girl.
Luther King. And this guy keeps going, don't fucking pull on me. Don't fucking pull on me. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get back in my car.
Buddy, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to pull my dick out and piss on you.
So I see these two guys kind of like grab. You know how I coat check people? You know, like in the bar.
I remember that experience.
Yeah. So
Yeah, cats.
Yep. So one dude, old boy, fucking coat checks the other guy.
Clubstyle Arcadia.
Yeah. So, so dude goes fucking coat checks this guy, and I just hear like pop pop, pop pop. I'm like, oh, it's time to leave. My buddy that's in the convenience store was like, he needs to hurry the fuck up, dude. Like I just watched someone get fucking murdered, like unabashedly, and the dude just fucking puts his shit back in. What are you doing? Puts shit back in his fucking waistband, walks off into the fucking desert. Eventually, I was like, that's cool. I just watched a guy get fucking killed. Super neat.
First time. You
well,
remember
yeah,
it? Yeah.
Yeah. You always remember the first time. Good saying.
I mean,
Yeah, you know,
vaguely.
To me, it's just another day. I had a 4.2 KD ratio on fucking Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So, you know, murder was the case that they gave me.
Murder was the case. My old boxing coach used to walk out to that song. It's always fucking a good crowd opener.
Boxing. What are you fucking doing playing speed bag with dude dicks?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was a good time. I paid a lot of money to do all that shit for years.
Fucking playing with a double speed bag.
No, I never did the double. So
Again, another thing that people pay an ignorant amount of money for that I
Dude.
don't understand.
I don't get it.
yeah, that's
Bunch
one of
of
those.
cock and ball torture.
Dude, I've met some.
Kira loves it.
Ew.
Ooh, hey.
Who's that?
I'm concerned is what I came back into.
You talk about sounding all the time.
Okay.
Sounding or soaking?
I'm
Both.
not Mormon.
Yeah. All right, so
He just touches a few.
what was the highlight of your polar run, Burrito?
Oh man, really for me, it's just the getting with everybody, because most of the Texas guys we typically only see once or twice a year.
Yeah.
We don't do Daytona.
Nuh-uh.
Most of us don't do Sturgis. Born Free,
Yeah.
But as far as like my biggest thing is definitely getting to see everybody.
Okay.
I
That's
mean, we
cool.
may cruise down there for one of their bike nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Man, but I like my big thing is Devin was kept asking. He's like, when are you coming down T-bar down here? I was like, dude, I'm driving down. I do not want to go through fucking Dallas traffic on my fucking
It's
bike.
not bad.
It's not bad.
Really?
It's really not bad.
But they ask us when we're going down there, but we went down there about 3 or 4 times last year and they never came up
So we
here.
made it 2.5
I mean,
times.
yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
I was about to say the
yeah,
intentions were
yeah,
good.
yeah.
And then
Delivery.
Bell fucked one of those up.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
made
poor
it to
guy.
Sanger.
Sanger. Not a fresh.
Is that really
And-
where you guys made it to? Was Sanger?
Fuck yes.
And,
okay.
and a valve
And we
decided
rode
to
fucking 2 up to
Yeet.
Fuzzies.
Cody itself out of
Yeah.
this world.
Yeet.
Yeah, Kamikaze itself. You know, the new name for the Kawasaki for the KZP should be the Kamikaze.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Cuck Masaki.
That's a special sticker.
I kind of like that one.
Masaki is actually going to probably be a sticker that happens. Hansen,
Yeah.
what was your favorite part of the Polar Run?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I think it was a ride back. You know that.
Did that ride back through
No,
East
I
Texas?
mean-
That right
That
back
ride back.
after we left Atlanta.
After we left you bitches.
The ride back was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather was
Yeah.
fucking perfect.
Oh yeah, you guys got fucking
I was.
primo riding
I mean,
weather.
fucking what, February 1st or 2nd, whatever day it was.
Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm fucking riding in a t-shirt
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Like when
fuck-
we left the hotel and as we started riding, I'm like,
I should have put a hoodie on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I fucked
No,
up.
it was
Yeah.
it was beautiful. I mean, probably the part that I'll remember the most is definitely the fucking ride to the Dallas area. I mean, that was fucking
Yeah.
cold. And it wasn't like there was anything I could do about it cold.
Dude, you know what was so you come over
Which I think, I'm going to be honest, don't mean to cut you off, but I think we're the only people that experience real polar conditions out of the entire 110 people.
I think some of
I
the
don't-
Houston guys said it
Yeah,
was
they
I don't
said it was
know.
pretty cold.
Because
In the 40s? Is that what you just said?
30s.
Yeah. 30.
I don't know.
0.
the last part of our ride, because we went down the day before.
Oh yeah, because Cody had
Oh, yeah,
issues with his
'cause-
bike.
'cause-
Because
Yeah.
we left
Cause-
Oklahoma City at 2, and that's when you guys got to the hotel was 2.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
because the Kukmasaki broke down the first time.
Yeah, that was his cry for help.
Yeah, it was.
It was like
it was
send me back home.
Get me home.
Yeah.
and it was.
And I was like, no, I'm here.
so fucking cold.
They ride you, bitch.
Doing that repair on the side of what was it, 69?
Yeah,
What was the highway? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, doing the
and 69 outside of the town of Whitewright,
Hey, that's
which
where my
is
street glide came
which
from.
is
Is
just
that really where
yeah.
it came from?
Which
yeah,
is
I've been
just-
there.
north and west of the town of Blackland.
I feel like there's been a race war there.
Yeah, there was. And you could tell.
One of those is a sundown town.
Yeah. And I didn't have that worry about me. No, like doing the repair on the side of the road, I felt so Harrison was like, God damn, I'm gonna fuck that up for the rest
Jesus
of the time.
Christ.
So
I'm
Harrison,
offended.
anyway, so Harrison, we pull over to the side of the road. He's like, what's going on with the bike? Start telling him, I'm like, I just need to wire some shit together to get me next town. Like, I'll crash there. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And he's like, I don't want a chopper anymore. Because he had been talking about getting an Ironhead chopper for a little bit. He's like, I just want to do that. And I'm like, all right, cool. And
Hey,
then,
man, you get a fucking face tattoo and you gotta have a chopper.
I mean,
yeah.
Duh.
yeah.
Well, then immediately he's like, I'm not about this life anymore. I just want to fucking get on the bike, ride the bike, and be done with the
Yeah.
bike. I'm like, well, part of the journey is your shit's clapped, and now
Oh,
you're
dude,
fixing.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's like the biggest, I think, contributor to the chopper shit is that. Like it's
Yeah.
It's
it's
part of
it's
the experience.
unreliable. It's I mean, but
That's
then
the
again,
whole allure of it.
my big thing with the chopper shit, just it's my personal thing. I can't fucking ride that slow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like
Well, the thing is, so like if you're with a group of other chopper guys,
Yeah.
you know, it's
I was in a-
crapshoot
I
if
was in a
anybody's gonna fucking
group.
blow their shit up.
Yeah,
I was in a group and I left the group to ride like a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Then
look,
again, that ties
I
back
like-
into 27 and fucking dumb.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I don't
I
have
like
patience.
going fast. I do, but there is something to be said about slowing down and taking your time and
Yeah.
just enjoying it. And like,
See, that's what I
like,
try to tell the girls, but they don't listen.
I mean,
So, and to go with what Moppin's saying, like for Devilstone this year for you, it'll be your first time getting to see that area. Dude, I want you to fucking take
Everything in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
enjoy it.
I want to get so close to nature, I'm in nature. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you guys are catching my drift.
I'm
feel
going to
like I'm
become
thinking-
one with
yeah.
that cactus.
But I mean, so for
There's
you,
cactus
it'll
in
be your
Wyoming.
first time seeing that part of the country.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
some of Wyoming's prettiest spot. So there's a lot of it that's high desert.
Dude,
that
I've
just
used
sucks
I've,
ass.
I've used 3D view on Google Maps. I've been ground level.
well, and that's the thing too. Is like when I did the Talamina back in the day in the cars, like we would go through, we'd run it real hard in the car. We'd go through, run it. So you go through at speed limits, make sure everything's good, see where gravel, kitty litter is, everything is at. Go back, run it real hard 2 or 3 times, and then you go back through last time to make sure like I got to see everything that day.
Right.
And
I
you're getting
didn't leave
sunset.
any car parts along the way.
Yeah, fuck, I did leave an alternator fucking somewhere on the 360 view. I was like, it fucking yeeted itself, but
I don't think people understand how beautiful that part of Oklahoma is.
No, they
No,
really
they really don't.
They
I mean,
really
when we went
Well,
for this last camp
and
out,
it's not just Talamina. You can go up through
Highway 1.
Highway 1. You
Yeah.
go up through
Pig Trail, all
yeah.
that up into Eureka.
Heavener, Hugo, up around 10 Killer,
Dude.
Fort Gibson, all the way around Eufaula. Like that
Eastern
whole area
Oklahoma.
is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
well,
and-
it's just the tail
And
end
it's
of the,
windy.
it's the tail
And
end of
it's
the
fucking
Ozarks.
windy.
Yeah,
It's tail of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
You know, because like, you know, would be a good run or a ride, a good time would be going out to like Fort Smith and then going down Magazine Mountain Way to Hot Springs.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, it's beautiful out that way.
To me, that's bigger than the Pig Trail because the Pig Trail's got it's too busy. It's too
We-
mainstream.
yeah.
You know,
Me
you
and
got
him
too
rode
much
pigs.
traffic.
We found that out.
We rode Pig Trail. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest with you.
You almost died.
No, it just
Thanks, Bell.
I couldn't ride fast enough to. Well, we didn't almost die on Pig Trail. All the roads around Pig Trail,
Right.
I thought were better than Pig Trail, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
because they had half of the road under construction, and every 5
Yeah.
minutes you were stopping for like 20 minutes to let 3-4
Yep.
miles of traffic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it just wasn't enjoyable. And that's kind of like that's to me. People talk about like Tail of the Dragon and stuff.
Tell the
That's-
Dragon is beautiful and it is cool to go see, but you're doing 15-20 miles
And that's
an
the
hour
thing.
the
It's
entire way.
it's just not
Yeah.
like the
We're
amount
like-
it's like Sturgis and Daytona to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's parts about it that are fun, and when I leave, I'm not going to be unsatisfied.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I wanted to go fucking party and shit, there's a bunch of other places I'd rather go than Daytona, Florida.
Yeah.
And see, and what you'll figure
Yep.
out whenever we go do Devil's Stone is whenever
How
we're
nice
riding
the
in
Black Hills are when it's not
Dude.
Sturgis.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because you can actually ride.
Yes.
You're not
Oh
having to
my
worry
God.
about the fucking 800 other dickheads that
On
just bought
trikes?
just bought a Harley that
and-
don't know how
And
to
that's
ride.
why I don't want, because we ran into that when we fucking went to the BBB. Is I'm sitting here and my bike isn't a piece of shit by any means.
No.
The road bike.
No.
And this dude in a fucking chromed out trike is fucking on my dick because I parked too close to him.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, I'll get up there and I'll fucking beat those tattoos off you, motherfucker.
Right.
Well, that was the
I
thing.
don't want to talk about your fucking your.
But he's got
I'll
reverse.
beat your ass and fuck your wife, man. I don't want to talk about your fucking freewheeler that you got every chrome accessories. He's got boat flares.
Kiriak and everything.
He
Yeah.
had boat running boards on that fucking bike. He's like, man, you're parked too close to my bike. I'm like, one, I'm gonna leave before you because you can't pull out of here.
Right.
All right, let's establish that right now. I was like, I got more money tied up. You have as much in chrome as I have in suspension.
Yeah.
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 So I don't want my bike parked next to your piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip the script on you.
Right.
But he stands up talking all that like, oh, you're too. I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Well, that was the thing so Edmond Bike Night when I first went on the FJ, I had a couple guys on like Road Kings. They're like, don't get that close to my bike. I'm like,
Dude, I don't give a fuck.
no. I was like,
that
if you fall
is
into
Look,
my bike,
look
let me
here-
help you up.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck if it was your bike either, Blake. I've
Right.
seen you drop it off
ride
with a
your
fucking lift.
People who really ride their bike. Yes, I don't want my bike fucked up,
Yeah,
but
clearly.
I'm not
Man,
that
you bust
worried about
people bust their ass to have nice shit, and as
Yeah.
somebody who my job is to fix people's shit that they fuck up.
Yeah.
I understand that. I don't want people scratching my bike. My bike's
Yeah.
it's just a black road glide,
Yeah, we know.
and to get all shitty about it, like I understand it to an extent.
right.
But it's more like, hey man, you think you can move over a little bit? Not, hey man, you're too close to my fucking bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because you know what he really did once I stood up? He shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come up off of a 50cc
He's like,
scooter. and
oh,
you're,
I got a crick.
He's like,
in
oh,
my-
never mind. This
I got
guy,
a-
ooh,
I got a crick in my neck from
He was
looking
like,
up.
Yeah,
babe, go in the bathroom. Don't look at this guy. But no, I
Oh
understand.
no, I'm pregnant.
I understand people not
no.
wanting their. Oh shit, yeah. I understand people not wanting their stuff messed up, but there's like a way to do it, and that BBB is just a small example of it. At Sturgis,
Yeah.
dude, my anxiety would be through the roof
Yeah.
because I have to worry about like when people are drunk like that and shit.
Yep.
It's everywhere I go.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like I'm handling myself pretty well, and it's just a bunch of dick measuring competitions and shit, and that's kind of
That's all the motorcycles are, man.
It ties in with the motorcycle shit, and that's kind of I think Oklahoma's stuck like in a crossroads as far as motorcycles and stuff, because you have stuff like the 405 riders, which is predominantly a younger crowd, and you get the occasional 50s or 40 or 50-year-old
Smooth
pervert.
Dash James Brown, but
yeah, you get the occasional pervert who's sitting there staring at a bunch of 16, 17, 18
not him.
girls.
That's not James Brown. Yeah, but
yeah. I don't know who that guy is, but I'm sure there's a couple of them out there. I see him talk about him.
Yeah.
And then you get a lot of the Hell Yeah brothers.
Yeah, it's
And
95%.
95% of it. And a lot of people in Oklahoma don't ride their shit. And
Well,
I'm not saying everybody, but the issue that we've been having, and it's kind of tying into our bike night and shit, is we appreciate everybody that comes to bike night.
Right.
thank you.
Like,
Except for you.
yeah. And,
Mutual,
everybody's welcome for the
mutual
most
hate for
part.
Cody.
Like, it's mostly like on a personal level. If we don't like you on a personal level, kind of shit like that.
Don't be a dick.
But
Don't be a douchebag.
it's not a fucking dick measuring contest.
Yeah,
We're not sitting here talking about, I paid $20,000 for a paint job.
Right.
I paid for this. I paid for
Or
that.
showing up and being
We
like,
know Lumen has the nicest bike.
or showing up.
shit.
Hey, you want to race for $500?
Yeah, I'm just and what
No,
a lot of that
motherfucker.
ties
I know
into-
what you got in there.
It's the big wheel bagger, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Kind of diving into the performance shit. It's like the fat tire, big wheel performance bat. I'm like, that shit's so fucking dumb.
yeah.
Well,
And it carries a certain ego
yeah.
and a certain mentality with it. And I don't know. I mean, I've never been about it, but I'm also a guy that was like, I'm second generation body shops and shit. So usually the guys that we run into, like, you see a guy like that come up to like the shop or something, you tell him to fuck off.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to work with you.
Right.
And
No, you're going to be a pain in the ass the entire time. This is
I
a pain
see
in
those
the
guys
ass.
as just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's like how Brian and Chubby feel about you showing up at their fucking shop.
Oh, yeah.
You're not buying anything. You're just there.
Yeah, I'm always like,
stealing oxygen from them.
yeah, I'm like, whatever you want. But
man, Cody was here 12 times this month, and the AC and the electric bill seem to be a little bit higher.
as soon
Guys
as they
stealing all
call,
of our
though,
AC,
What-
stealing all our cold air.
as soon as they call, I'm over there helping them out though.
One of the two of us has actually been a paying customer to them.
Two of us have been paying customers because I paid.
Would you buy a
So,
t-shirt?
like, really,
Favors don't count.
No,
as
no.
far as motorcycle shops that we have here in the city, it's those two at the chop shop
Yeah.
and then Southside.
Yeah.
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 My first real experience with a motorcycle shop,
I guess they have, and I'm not going to try to plug them in or anything, but there is the toolbox out in Shawnee.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which I've never dealt with them.
I hear
Yeah,
great
I've-
things about that
exactly.
guy.
It's just, he's so far out. I've never dealt with him.
And,
I mean,
and my go-to is
yeah.
David at Mustang Motorcycle Machine,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he
So
he
the-
is always so.
So the
packed
first
out.
one I ever
Busy as fuck.
first one I ever dealt with was it used to be over on 39th and Penn was Ray's.
Yeah.
And I went in there one time and he yelled at me. And like I just gotten a fucking Harley. It was a basket case. Never known anything about Harleys. And I was trying to figure it out. And he fucking like yelled at me and told me not to come back. And I was like, fuck that guy.
Is he still in business?
No,
Nope,
That's
he's
exactly
It's
why.
been closed
and
for a long
and
time
then
now.
now it's like if I do need stuff, I'll go down to Freedom,
Yeah.
and like, what's his name? Doug, is that who's the old guy?
Dale.
Dale.
Old
Yeah,
Dale.
Dale. Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm looking for this. What kind of bike you got? And you start
And as
talking.
long as it's not a metric bike, he doesn't
Dude,
give a fuck.
he-
Well,
And
you know what's
and
crazy
that-
about
Actually,
that?
as long as it's a Harley.
yeah,
Yeah.
At the end of the
But-
day, it's all about, it's like going on a tool truck and buying tools.
Yeah.
You might want Snap-on tools, but if the guy that's selling you the shit's a fucking piece of shit, you don't want to work with them.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
people want
Yeah.
to spend time and they want to give money to people
Yeah.
who they feel like is going to appreciate it.
And we've got a really good group of guys here in Oklahoma City that show up on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
And I mean, for the most part, we don't care what you ride,
No. I mean, so legitimately.
We've had guy. I mean,
except for Cody.
I mean, it's T-bar. It's T-bar Thursdays, but
I mean, we've
the
had
chopper
motherfuckers
guys
show up on a Honda 80,
Yeah, we had guys showing up on.
a monkey. There was a Honda
Monkeys and
monkey.
shit. Yeah.
Monkeys and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That was-
Monkeys and shit.
At the end of the day, you get to talk to him a little bit, and you're like, oh, this dude's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you get the guy that comes in here, and he might have the fucking baddest bike on the entire line, but he walks into that fucking bar and walks out and says some shit like, oh man, fuck this place. I couldn't get a beer in the first 30 seconds. Please leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. By
And
all
please
means.
don't come back.
I mean, we've had, like Seabass showed up.
Yeah.
And when he first showed up on we were kind of like, because he was kind of quiet
Yeah.
and he kept coming back, and it was like, you get to talking to him and knowing to him.
Sebastian.
Which, yeah,
Sebastian,
I mean, hell,
yeah.
Hansen
Yeah.
and I, we rode to Arkansas with him.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
rode
no,
Arkansas.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's a,
Sebastian's known my dad the whole time.
Yeah.
And so he's
Really?
talking. Yeah, Sebastian's the one that's done. Sebastian is
Oh,
a Indian
yeah.
mechanic.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
My dad
yeah.
owns a Challenger.
I forgot about your dad
Okay.
owning a
So,
Challenger. Yeah.
he's like, oh man, I was fucking with your dad's bike. Like I did the oil change and I did the forks rebuilds and
Yeah.
shit. And I was like, you're the kid that's in the back of the fucking Indian dealership, aren't you?
Yep.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, we're good to go. Like
Yeah.
I know who you are.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, and then
Yeah.
we start chopping it up, and then we rode to Arkansas
He's
with
coming
him.
out to
Yeah.
the house when we're working
No,
on the
no,
he
I
came
know.
out to-
Like-
we
like-
put was it the cam in the bike?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was my
Yeah.
cam, and he came out and we hung out, and he was,
Yeah.
drank a couple beers and had a good time, and I feel like for him, great kid. He's probably my age. I don't know why I call him a kid.
Yeah, I was like,
I think
he's
he's fucking
exactly
younger
your
than
age.
me.
Because you're like
he's
3
a
foot
he's a
taller
good
than-
dude.
Yeah.
No, he is. He was a super nice, like real approachable, and then you've got there was another guy, the guy that Pinky out of
Oh, Caleb.
Caleb.
Yeah.
He showed up, and like, dude, he rides he rides. I see him all over town.
He's all. I mean,
Yeah,
that-
he's-
and he's
I know.
always riding.
always riding.
I think-
and he was supposed to come down to Polar Ride.
Yeah,
He was
overslept.
late. Is
Yeah,
what it was.
he was profusely going,
Way to
I'm
go.
so sorry that I didn't come. I was like, you're fine. He had a great weekend at home.
I think the big thing with a lot of people, especially with motorcycle culture, is they see bikes like some of the bikes that show up.
Yeah.
they're fucking legit,
Yeah.
and people are a little intimidated by that.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I feel like
Yeah.
a little bit ties into what the car community in Oklahoma City turned into, where you got a guy with a fucking 6 or 7 second
Right,
car.
right.
You go to try to talk to him, and they don't want to give you
Get
the time of
fucked,
day.
sir. Yeah.
So
Well,
you
and-
see the equivalent in something that you're passionate about in a motorcycle,
right.
And you want to go talk to the guy, but you remember that one time where you saw the equivalent in a car,
Right.
And they blew
Yeah.
you off, and it's like, no,
I mean,
dude,
I mean that was part of the like with us. Okay, so with the Polar Ride, we went down the day before. Part of the reasoning behind that was one because I knew it was going to take us. There's no way we're running 100 miles an hour down there.
No.
And
And
at 4 in the morning.
it ties
No,
in.
you told me
ride your
to
own
take
ride.
the wrong bike for
right.
that.
And so it was like, hey, we want to go. We want to show up. We're going to go down the day before, so we're not out in the middle of nowhere, riding in the middle of the night, and just fucking like, we'll see you down there. And it was just like you said, we rode our own ride. We got passed by every fucking person in the fucking Polar Ride.
Got passed by 107
the other
motorcycles.
we got
Got passed by 107 motorcycles.
we got passed by 107
The
motorcycles.
flip side of that is
Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we
you
saw you in the right lane.
We saw your guys' bikes. What is up with your bike? What's up with his bike?" I was like, "Well, when it's that's his bike." And
This one's slow.
Yeah,
This one's slower.
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it
I
was
was
funny
like-
because where do you ride? I was like, I'm on a Sporty, he's on a KZP, and everybody was like, you are the guys we passed.
oh,
that was us.
So I still need to figure out who it was. This guy comes up in this big group, and they all slow down simultaneously.
And flip you off.
No,
That was me.
that was you, and that was him.
that was third group. This was second group. So this guy comes up, and he looks over, and he just snaps his neck, and he goes, "Ah, police bike." And he looks at me. I look at him. I'm like, "What are we
Guys
doing?"
kiss.
And no, and he pats the top of his helmet for a cop, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" I about fell off the bike laughing so hard because he looked at his buddy next to him, and he's like, "Cop," and then he laughs, and I laughed, and we're all laughing, and they all take off immediately after that. I was like, "That was hilarious."
dude. That
I think this.
there were
last
some
week-
nice looking
Really
Yeah,
bikes.
there's bikes
Yeah.
that shit
The-
on, a lot of the shit that, I mean, my bike, there's bikes that, Lumen's bike's badass, but then you look at this bike, it's like, holy shit, there's
Yeah,
levels to it.
yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that's like my thing is I don't ride a nice new bike.
Nope.
No,
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 And
we
I,
know.
I don't have T-bars.
You don't even know
You-
one.
yeah, you don't. Yeah, your
You
bike.
put
There's
all three-
nothing nice
you
about
put
your
all
bike.
three bikes together and it still be
Black
shit.
Street Glide, broke down, had to
But
go fucking
what do I
22
do?
hours.
It goes,
I ride my bike and
When
I
you
show
start
up
it.
to shit.
Yeah.
What was funny, speaking of the Black Street Light, was when we were standing out there where all the bikes were parked.
All the
and the
black
noise it
rides.
makes when you
And,
try to start it.
Yeah. Who was the guy that parked by us with the gray
Connor.
lowrider? Connor.
Yeah.
So Jace comes out.
Oh, the saddlebag.
to
issue?
get his
The
saddlebag.
saddlebag.
And he was like, I was over there trying to open the saddlebag on that gray lowrider because he thought he,
I think
he
it
had
was
his
that-
jacket in it.
It was that Dark Horse.
Dark
Yeah,
horses,
Dark Horse.
yeah, with
Yeah.
the
He
with
was
the
trying to-
orange graphics.
He was trying
Yeah.
to open
Yeah.
Dark Horse's
He's
bag.
like,
And
your
what-
bags are locked.
What I thought was interesting about it is I got to looking at both of the bikes, and this probably isn't a test to how much Jay's strength that night. Marcus's bike has an ST fairing or
Yes.
RP fairing on it and lowers.
Yeah, I
And
was like, dude, look at the
It's
front.
it's not an ST at all.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
it was a late night for those guys.
Yeah, and I was
Earlier
like,
morning.
I put two and two together. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
When he said he was over at Dark Horses, I was like, yeah, but you went to go to Connors? He's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
There,
I was like, the
there was,
non-Harley
he's
there was
like-
there was one point at
I wasn't going to explain how these bags are broken anyway.
There was at one point at Sandbar when Devin's like, I've had 35 Jaeger bombs. And I'm like, how are you alive?
Yeah, they were said that like Devin went to sleep at 10 o'clock. This is Aquarius or something.
Yeah. So Devin and I were at the bar line for Sandbar, and we start bullshitting. He's like, "Do you want to do a Jaeger bomb with me?" I was like, "Of course." Like, how many can we do? He's like, "I think I'm on number 30 right now." I was like, "All right, I got some catching up to
Yeah.
do." Yeah.
I think,
Nobody
like
saw me steal that second tequila shot at the strip club. Actually, I think you were watching me do it.
I was glad I wasn't going to have to take it.
yeah, I was gonna take it, but
I think a big thing about what this weekend shows and what can be said about it is,
The
you see,
scene's not fucking dead.
I mean, that could be said about it.
Dead, bro.
I think when
Dude, I don't
people
give a fuck.
people on the outside that are looking in look at the kind of shit that we're doing,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, dude, it's
That's something I want to be a part of.
it's something I want to be a part of, but these guys aren't like what is depicted.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
I don't think a single person that goes to shit like that is your typical Harley Davidson rider.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
a lot of it has been said. I've seen it said before. I couldn't tell you where I saw it, but they were talking about the performance scene and what it really is. And yeah, there's performance bikes that do the traction shit, but at the end of the day, the performance scene was built on people who want to ride their bikes.
Yep.
And they were saying that it's the chopper scene's growing, but it's not the chopper scene that it used to be.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I wasn't around for the chopper scene early, but my old man painted bikes for guys that rode choppers. I have possession of a 1932 Triumph out of bikes and stuff that he's painted.
Right.
So we knew some of the dudes that were in the scenes in the late 90s, early 2000s. My uncle built bikes up in Kankakee.
Right.
And someone said that the old chopper scene was about getting on your shit and riding it.
Yeah.
And the last version of that was the beginning of the performance scene.
Yeah.
Guys going out, hopping on dynas, hopping on, bubble road glides and riding their shit.
Yeah.
And at the very base of it, that's what all this stuff is about.
Yep.
It's people have had these bikes for years, and you just continuously add on.
Yeah.
You put $10,000 into a road glide over the span of 4 years, you have an insane fucking bike.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But the question on that is, you put $10,000 into a road glide, how many miles you put on it? And that's the big thing. So did you put 10,000 miles on it, or did you put
that's
50,
that's
100?
the split is you get the people who put 10,000 a year into it and they don't ride it, and you get people who put $10,000 a year into it and they hit a peak, and then 25 to 3,000 that every single year goes back into rebuilding forks and doing maintenance and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't remember who said it, but I think it might have been in the magazine that FXR Division sent me when I ordered that fender. But it actually might have been Jesse James, but they were like, how do you feel about the performance scene?
Right,
And they're
right.
like, people who are building at the heart of it, at the where it's supposed to be and where it was founded, these guys are building these performance bikes, but they're performing in the aspect of
pulling it into a fucking parking lot,
pulling it out of the fucking driveway and riding it across the country.
Look at Jace last year. I mean, on his FXR.
Yeah.
How many
Went
miles?
all over the fucking
22,000 miles last
Yeah.
year, I think is what he said.
Yeah.
Well,
coast to coast, border to border.
Well, and that's
that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I mean,
And
we'll
it-
see if he
again,
does it again this year.
That is a
and
massive.
he's talking about doing
Well-
it already.
well,
that is a
and-
massive luxury
and-
to be able to do that.
And so, like talking
Clearly.
with,
You're right, it is.
talking with him,
It's pretty nice.
talking with him about doing the chopper thing, and it's like, he wants to slow down. Instead of doing 120 across the country, it's like actually
enjoy the view.
enjoy the view.
Yeah.
And I, look, I understand that, in both ways, like going across, being able to slow down, take the back roads, and like, dude, it's fucking beautiful out here.
And
I
as-
wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
As he gets deeper into the photography thing, I
That's what
think
I was
that's
about to
what's
say.
really
Yeah.
influenced
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
the stopping and slowing
well,
down.
you
which I
view
used to
things
have-
differently.
I used to have such a
Yeah.
hard time
Right.
stopping to take a picture. I mean,
Yeah.
oh man, it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, it's If I stop and see something, or if I see something, I'm gonna stop.
I think
Well,
that's a big thing, and and the one thing that me and him have in common is
You're both male and white.
yeah. No, he's a custom painter.
I was
I was gonna call him. No.
I was like, hold on, let me get the button up.
No, he's a custom painter, and he's taken it
Are you
way further than I have.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, me and him, our job is to see colors.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
shut the fuck up. Like we see,
Thank you for being on the
you know
same
we
what?
page.
stare at colors and shit all
Yeah.
fucking day.
Yeah.
And I see shit that regular people don't see. Like as far as like, how like sunsets and shit. They're like, oh, it's orange. And I'm like, nah, dude,
it's pink and red.
that's some wild shit going on up there.
Yeah.
So, him having the photography shit and then having that eye for colors and shit.
Yep.
And,
Well, and not only that,
which I think ties into him, helping him with photography. Is
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does.
we
Yeah.
see shades and palettes
understanding
differently.
color theory.
right. Well, and
That's
having
the
to be
biggest thing about being
having
a
to be
painter.
creative. Like with him doing his helmets, like he's not doing cookie cutter helmets,
No.
No.
and that you set yourself up because where you have to be more, try always having that creativity on
He
point.
has
Yeah.
found
And even as a painter, you have to you see things differently and trying to be different and taking inspiration from either other painters or other things or things you've seen, like a sunset,
Yes.
and but having to have that vision, like sometimes it's like, I just want,
to slow down.
slow down.
The stuff that he does is, I'm not going to say it's like, it's pretty busy. He does some pretty busy paint jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not pretty busy in the sense that he's putting 16, 17 different candies on a helmet.
Right.
But the way that it flows and the the
Yeah.
pinstriping and stuff, they're pretty busy helmets.
Yeah.
And something that I've seen other painters talk about, and this is something that I've kind of looked into while I try to kind of dive into that realm a little bit, is a lot of guys get their color palettes from nature books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him being a photographer and him being a painter,
Yep.
it almost helps him in the aspect of his color palettes.
Creatively wise, like he's
Because
gonna have a lot
he's-
more.
He has
range
all
to pull
these
from.
shots of nature and how what colors naturally go together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so a lot of people buy those like National Geographic books,
Mhm.
and then on some of them, I think they break down the color
Yep.
palettes and the bottoms. And if you're sitting here and wanting to do something that a lot of people don't do, everybody know red and black goes good. Red,
Right,
red
yeah,
and
right.
white. But what colors can I use for pinstriping that still go together and they're
Yep.
not going to?
You got to know your complementary, your
complementary,
contrasting,
colors,
all that stuff. Yeah.
You know, and so you're sitting there and you're like, man, how can I do something? Taylor Schultz is phenomenal at it.
Yep.
How can I make colors that nobody thinks go well together?
Yes.
How can
And
I,
they and
together.
and how can I make it work together?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it ties into photography. It ties into painting. Just having those, like Blake said, the color theory stuff. That's one of the biggest parts of being a fucking
Mm-hmm.
painter. I mean, me as a tech rep, that's what I go out and do is I'm tinting everybody's colors and leaving blues out and adding reds and
Right.
yellows.
Right.
Because a regular person goes
Yeah.
up and they see silver. And I'm like, no, this
Yeah.
silver has a
Yeah.
shit ton of red in it. This
Yeah.
ain't going to fly, buddy.
Well,
It's like in
it's like
photography.
well, sorry.
You can always take a black and white picture and always make it look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Like
An out of focus picture, black and white will
always fix it. Yeah. It's
Almost
always.
But black and
But-
white and paint always
Well,
looks
what's
good.
funny was
Yeah.
like when
Ask
we were
help.
talking about Harley's new lineup and we were talking about all the new colors, and this motherfucker, like, oh yeah, that's red candy over black.
Yeah.
The
it's
poisonberry, and
it's
then it
a
was like the
blue-
mystic shift. You were like, oh, that's just this with the this, and
Yeah.
That's a like a hyper.
That poisenberry
Pearl.
fucks.
Oh,
that,
yeah,
poi-
it
that
does.
It's a
poisonberry
blue to
fucks.
purple pearl.
Yes, yeah, it is, and
Yeah.
more blue than purple.
Yeah. To make purple, blue is one of the colors that you have to use.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense that you're going to get a little hue of red, you're going to get a little hue of blue, but it's really strong in that color.
Yeah,
But what people don't like, and this is why you couldn't sell one or buy one online and stuff, because if you look at those photos, that's not natural sunlight.
yeah, yeah.
And as a painter, what fixes fucked up paint jobs and bad blends and shit. And I come from the collision side of stuff, so I'm trying to blend colors into other colors and hide them. Sunlight's the biggest thing. It can look great inside, but when
when you get outside,
you
you're
get
gonna
guys
see
who are
every
painters like
fucking-
Oh, look
Taylor
at you.
Schultz,
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers, Jace.
Yeah.
They use artificial light from all angles when they're painting this stuff because you need to see it from all angles.
Right.
Because like part of my job is when I'm doing these color tinting and matching colors and stuff, it might look great on the face, but then when you look at it at a 45-degree angle, it looks like fucking dog shit.
Right.
And maybe all your metallic just disappears. Well, it's the way the metallic lays down. So, in photography and stuff, your job is to enhance stuff and make it look better.
Right.
And that's why when you see these photos and stuff of these colors, you're like, oh, dude, that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then when you go look at the dealership, you're like, where's the blue?
Right.
But then when you walk into a lot of these Harley dealerships, what are they? Dark as fuck.
Yep.
Yes.
They're
Or
it's dim.
20-year-old fluorescent lighting.
Yeah.
If you got one of these $45,000 motorcycles sitting in your showroom
Like Cody's
floor,
basement.
and the biggest thing about it is this color shifting pearl, put some fucking lights on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no
Let some customers see it from all
Put
these
it in a
different
window.
angles. Yeah,
That's the thing is you're
Put
gonna
it-
window shop that bike because you want to pay for that paint job.
Yes.
You're
Oh,
buying.
absolutely.
Well,
Anybody
people-
buying that bike is for
Oh,
that color.
Yeah, that's the
The
only
thing-
reason they're getting.
people don't
that.
understand how expensive that is to recreate.
Yeah.
You know, as somebody who paints cars and shit,
Yeah.
somebody's like, oh man, I bought this white, F-250. I want it to be blue. Should have fucking bought a blue one, buddy.
Yeah. No shit, dude.
How much do you
Yeah.
think it's going to cost? I'm like, well, if you want me to fucking color change your F-250, let's start at about $12,000.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, oh, what? I'm like, dude.
If you wanted it, you should have bought it or go get a fucking wrap. So it'll be done with.
Yeah,
it.
that's exactly how wraps are up to about $5,000 now.
Yeah. Wraps aren't cheap.
And so
Then wraps here last in 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years is what they say on the wraps.
Yeah.
Now they have clear bras that you can put over the wraps, but again, at the end of the day, your biggest deterrent in Oklahoma is heat and the
Yeah.
adhesives.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still yellow. It's
Still going to yellow.
Yeah.
It's still going to get hot. The adhesive is going to cook.
Yeah.
I mean, the roof of a black vehicle gets up to 160
Yeah.
degrees in the summers.
Yeah.
You put
For 4 or 5 months straight.
You
Yes.
leave that outside on August 7th, and you let that shit sit under the sun for a 12-hour day, and you want to go
Yeah.
pull your wrap off, it'll probably be pretty easy.
Yeah. You're just fucking right here, just ripping it
And
off.
it's
Yeah.
probably going to take your paint with it.
Yes.
It won't take your paint with it if you do it right. You got to heat that stuff off before you take it off.
Right.
You try to take that stuff off when it's cold, it's stuck. So that's why they want you to replace it every 3 to 5 years, is because it starts to, like Toyotas. Toyota from the factory put that clear bra on there.
Right.
Well, people left it on there for 15 years. And then so I go to try to take it off to paint a fucking hood, and it takes me 2.5 days and a torch
Yeah.
and
You get that motherfucker
80
off.
grit
Yeah.
and primer.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you done yet? I'm like,
like,
no.
no.
They clear bra half of the front clip of the car.
Right.
And so you're supposed to get that stuff swapped out every few years.
Dang.
But, that's kind of a paint thing. But, back to Harley putting these paint jobs and stuff on them, you're not buying if everybody just wanted to buy something that was cookie cutter and cheap, they'd buy black.
Yeah.
Black or white. Those are the two cheapest paint to
So-
manufacture.
When it came up this weekend, I was asked by a particular person. They were like, "Why did you buy that fucking shitty KZP?" And I'm like, "If I wanted a black Street Glide, I would have bought a white one."
That came up a lot this weekend.
Yeah. I was like, if I wanted a black Harley, I'd go buy a white one. Like
I mean,
that's
I own a black Harley, and it's great in the sense that I can just grab some 8555, which is a Chevy paint color, and just paint everything black. That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
From a maintenance perspective, as a painter, I fucking hate the upkeep of the color black.
Yeah.
You know what a much better color is? Any fucking silver or any white. I'd rather have a white pearl on it.
Yeah.
right.
And white pearls, the pearl part gets expensive.
I mean, what you could do is like somebody else in here and just have your black Harley covered in bugs.
Yeah.
And then you never have to worry about it.
Shiny paint causes stress.
Bingo. If you ride your shit enough, you don't even care anymore.
I never washed my bikes.
Or lay it over
His
on
bike
a,
got washed.
lay it over on a
in
dirt
Rome.
sandy road.
No, Paris. We were in Paris and your bike got washed.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
washed my bike for me.
Yeah.
You washed his bike. For
Oh
him?
yeah, at the gas station.
Yeah, I took
did
that
see
big
that.
ass-
I did see that.
I took that
With
big
the
ass
squeegee.
Yeah, I took that big ass pole and
yeah.
he said, "Don't touch my bike with that dirty ass thing. People use it to, I don't know, fucking wash their ass or something." So I watched it. I watched
He's
his
a
fairing.
truck driver. He probably knows. He's like,
He probably does use it to shower, that fucking dirty son of a bitch.
Showered yesterday.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, same. But yeah,
What's
no.
a shower?
Yeah. Back in my day, we didn't have showers.
We take our bath once a month in the creek.
I showered in the blood of the Roman Empire.
The sun never set.
Some people would love to shower in the spit of goth women.
Hey.
Hey,
I was
you're right.
I mean, is there a place? Can we do it? Are we going?
Goth IHOP.
Larry Flynn's Shreveport
All right, Moppin, what was your favorite part of the Polar Run?
ride.
Ride. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I didn't run.
Yeah, you
it
did not
was
run.
Definitely not committing any felonies.
That we're
You
definitely
sure
not video.
about that.
I am 100% positive. that-
Definitely did not mean
Garth.
to,
Where the
Definitely
bodies,
did-
Garth.
definitely did not mean to drop the fact. I was like, oh, that's a
It
felony.
was probably the 10-minute ride back home that we got to do because that was a lot of fun, and then somebody ruined it.
It was longer than 10 minutes.
But was
the
it?
ride was 10 minutes.
The ride was 10
like
minutes.
45 minutes.
The
Yeah.
I think it was
sitting in Starbucks for 4.5 hours.
Told you could leave.
I know, where was I going
You
to
guys
go?
went to Starbucks?
There was a Starbucks next to McDonald's.
You were too good for the McDonald's?
I mean, I ended up going to the McDonald's too, but
They both have free Wi-Fi.
the Starbucks had comfier benches.
Too bad there wasn't like a Panera.
I know.
Oh, yeah. I was
Dude,
wondering if
the
they had one.
Whataburger
I-
was
Phenomenal.
I actually there was part of me that was like, I need to go over to Walmart and buy a hammock and just string that motherfucker up in that suicide forest back there.
Did
where
you
those-
see the
that
guy
dude with the fucking 30-pack of Busch Light just walked out of?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so that guy came out, and then there was another guy that had a fucking 1-gallon gas jug. Did you see him?
And he was like
Walking
all
around.
tweaking out on something.
He walks out of the fucking forest with a 1-gallon gas can, goes to the
then-
gas station, comes back, and he's just drizzling
Yeah.
that shit.
That's one of those towns where everybody happens to wear the same thing and hang out at the same place at
Yeah,
Saturday at
yeah.
8:30 at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was.
But no, I don't know. The ride home was probably that by Texarkana where it
That
was
30
twisted.
minutes just got to
That
ride.
30 minutes to ride.
Yeah.
That was fun when you guys kind of broke off, and
Yeah.
so I broke off from them, and it was him and Harrison were back there. I could see Harrison's light in my mirror, so I was like, okay, we're good.
I kept motioning
And-
for Harrison. I was like, go ahead. And he's like, I'm
He
good.
likes going fast in straight lines.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I totally
yeah.
get it. Yeah.
He's so straight he can't take curves.
I don't know. I mean, all Saturday night was fun, hitting the different bars, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was
like it was frustrating trying to find some place to eat.
Dude, the food thing pissed
The
me.
food
the
thing
fuck
pissed
off.
me
I
off.
don't understand what
And then
the
when we
fuck was
finally
happening there.
did find food, it was bullshit.
We watched a restaurant close and reopen as something else.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Yeah.
We walked to that place and there were no signs on it. And when we left Sandbar, that place had been completely rebuilt as
You
a
know,
different restaurant.
Right.
They were doing it as a protest.
Yeah, that's what Cody said, that they were going to do this fucking restaurant as a protest. They got this big ass fucking sign.
Yeah.
I don't know how those two guys got that fucking sign up there. 'Cause
I don't know.
No idea.
there wasn't a ladder in sight.
No.
They're on fucking shoulders, dude. There was no way that was.
I don't know.
Fucking he's
Sandbar-
on his shoulders, his dick slapping him in the forehead.
Sandbar was
right.
fun. Hustler was fun. I mean, it was a good time. It was a good weekend. Actually, hanging out with, like I said, meeting all the people that all the Texas guys, and not
Yeah.
just the Dallas guys.
I think that's the only place and
and the guy that when somebody said something about honky, I didn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say
I was
that.
so upset I didn't hear
we
that.
all carry guns in Shreveport.
Yeah, well, no, I'd probably say the same thing if I was surrounded by,
Yes.
40 white trash looking motherfuckers with one or two guys that look like they could be a cartel member.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, because let's be honest, those Houston guys were throwing down some cash.
They were throwing down
Yeah.
some real, and they were, for the most part,
They were cool
pretty-
as- they were
they were
cool
cool
as
as
hell.
fuck, dude.
No, dude, they were the nicest guys.
They were cool as fuck, but
Yeah.
Who
there's
was
some
the one-
people.
Soto. We talked to him for a while.
Yeah.
Some guy named Soto.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the Playboy,
Yeah.
With the Playboy, he's got the rat tail.
the rat
Yeah.
tail. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome dude, great dude. We talked to him.
He was
for,
he was cool as shit.
we talked to him for a little bit, and he
Yeah.
was a great guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
Is it Mark Soto? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Solo Buffalo.
Yeah. So
like I said,
Buffalo.
it was cool meeting a lot of people I've seen and followed on Instagram, and they're normal, like they're like us. That what's his name, Jive Ass Honky,
Just
Oh,
regular
fucking
old
Kyle
fucking
is the shit, dude.
dude. And they're like you said, everybody. I know there's egos, but nobody was. There was one person that had an ego and was acting like he was better than everybody with his Louis bag on his motorcycle.
Oh fucking
and
Christ.
then, but everybody
I was like,
else,
he's not making it 2.5
Hey,
hours.
no,
to do
and
it.
I'm being, and honestly, it's like nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to fucking big dog everybody. Nobody gives a fuck. At the end of the day, I didn't see you at any of the bars. Didn't see you at any of the stuff having fun, and everybody else you talk to is just chill as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was cool. I got in the elevator with that. What was she on? Maybe the girl that was on that.
The Dyna
Wine-
Lowrider S.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and her husband.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the girl that was on that bobber?
The girl that was on the bobber.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
The chick who I said, I don't want to get stuck behind her, and then she's hauling ass. And I'm like, maybe
Maybe you need to rethink that
Right,
statement.
right.
Yeah, maybe I need to stop judging people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I got in the elevator with her and her husband, and we were just kind of
Dude,
because we couldn't figure out how to get the elevator to work because the one
Neither
key,
could
I'm
Hansen.
so
the one
fucking
key
No.
card, there was like one side of it wouldn't work.
I would fucking put the key card in there and it would beep red.
Yeah.
And then I go up to the fucking door and my fucking door won't work. And it's the key that we just fucking had made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I put mine in upside down and backwards both times. I was like, why? Because I got stuck on the 17th floor. I was like, please come save me.
Yeah.
I think,
I don't know. I just think it was cool. Everybody was fucking chill.
again,
Everybody
I think
had a good time.
I think it ties into, a group of people who are there for the same reason.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And,
It's absolutely.
Like I said, there are everybody has a little bit of an ego. Everybody has their comfort zone and shit. I'm not gonna speak on anybody having egos, or I didn't experience anybody having an ego towards me. People were pretty. I mean, we talked and
Yeah.
we had
I
we
like
had
I
good
said,
conversation. We rode side by side.
Well,
but,
and like I said, when the only reason I'm saying it is because when I was talking to somebody and I'm like, yeah, we came down 177, came backwards. Why? Because that's what I want to do,
that's what I wanted
motherfucker.
to do, yeah.
None of your god, you don't pay my bills. You don't do anything. I can do what the fuck I want. Like I like riding.
I'm a
that
man.
way.
I'm 40.
I mean,
Well, not
I'm-
40 yet, but yeah.
I'm a little more than that.
52.
I'm a man. I was born in 40.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, yeah, I rode my ride. I don't give a fuck about you. You ride your ride.
At the end of the day, it's just you can't really be worried about what other people got going
And
on.
I think that's why I try to push, Yellowstone so hard. Is
Yeah.
because it's not all Harleys.
Yeah.
It's not all, performance guys or chopper guys. It's motorcycle.
Well, don't
Exactly.
they got 2 trips, one set up off road, one set up on
Yeah,
road,
I mean,
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like ADV Fest
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Revzilla. Like you can go do off-road shit, and then you
Yep.
can also go do the on-road shit.
But we're there for motorcycles.
yeah.
yeah.
Not fucking
Yeah.
anything else.
Nah, dude, we're there to get bitches.
And the performance,
I'm there to fight a fucking grizzly.
the
Well, okay.
I'm gonna wake up and punch. It's gonna be like that video of that fucking grizzly bear doing fucking karate on the river.
Just a linebacker for
You're gonna wake
Yeah.
up and I'm out there
It's-
fucking
you're-
giving it to
Chargers.
people's elbow. I'm gonna give it some fucking sweet chin music.
you're gonna be like fucking Kurt,
Perk Angle.
Tom Skirt, and
What?
Who's the other comedian? Shirtless.
Bert Kreischer?
Bert
Bert Kreischer.
I was like,
when
Kurt.
he fucking, you're gonna be like Bert Kreischer when he fucking wrestled that bear.
Marshmallow! Marshmallow! Marshmallow!
That's such a. I'm kind of offended that you called me that.
Bert
compared to
Kreischer or the
Kreischer.
bear?
I mean,
The bear part fits. But
Hey,
yeah.
we
no,
trust.
I like the performance aspect of it. A lot of people got their bikes really fucking.
I will say that was-
stroked up.
I think when you see
And-
bikes and shit like that, that's you can definitely tell that people are passionate about that shit.
Oh,
a
absolutely,
lot. I mean,
100%.
dude, a lot of those guys, that is their form of transportation.
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
got. I
Yeah.
mean, people got Kia Souls with their fucking check engine light on, but they got
Yeah.
they got
badass
a fucking $60,000 Harley.
Yeah.
and honestly,
I mean, there's people there driving $3,000 vehicles with check engine light on.
that's kind of what I was talking about. But
Yeah.
if I didn't have this fucking job that got that truck that I got,
Yeah,
I'd probably be rolling around something that's paid off.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
clapped out a Honda Civic.
I mean,
Yeah.
and that's
I probably would have kept the red truck, but at the end of
Well-
the day, that that's not really my priority. Is to have
Yeah.
all this. I mean,
Well, it's like-
I look materialistic, but I'm
Well,
only
see,
paying
and
$200 a month
the
for that
older
truck.
I've gotten, the less I give a fuck about what people think about the shit that I have.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
give a
you're
fuck.
fucking
100%.
You're fucking 30, man. You're on the way out.
Dude, I know.
Well, it's like
Well, I'm 4 years
Like-
ahead of him, and I really don't give a shit. at
like
this
what I'm
point.
doing to my bike. So I looked at selling it and getting a new bike.
You should.
Yeah,
right now as is. Yeah.
Either
mine's,
like a twin cam
but-
bagger or
but you know what?
a Dyna.
Mine's paid off,
Exactly.
Well, my Dyna's
Oh,
paid
yeah.
off.
and for what I would end up spending, and then that's just to get the bike, and then that doesn't even start to include all the stuff I want to do to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'm pushing 20, 25.
Dude, if I took all the money that I put in the bagger last year and put it towards the actual principal of the bike, I think that thing would be paid off.
Right.
Yeah. So with that said, my whole mentality, I'm not crazy about the new road glides. I don't really have a desire to go out and buy a new bike. I'm dead set on when that road glide is done,
right,
and paid off, that's going to be it. I bought my Dyna, I financed my Dyna. I'll never fucking do that again.
Right.
Yeah,
You'll never see me spend more than fucking $4,000 on a Dyna.
Right.
If fucking that. If I get the hair on my ass to go out and buy a badass Concord Purple FXDX or something, I might, but I ain't going to buy it.
Right.
Fucking for $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. And so I know I joke around and tell people to buy new bikes and shit and all that. But in fucking 2 years, I ain't gonna be. That's gonna be the bike I got.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's how, because I was looking at it, and so mine was like spend 20, 25, or spend 4 or 5, and I
upgrades.
You probably did the same thing that I did when I was thinking about buying a Road Glide. I was like, well, maybe I'll just buy like a 2001, a 2003, and I'll put some money in it. But I did a build sheet on both.
Right.
I did a build sheet on buying a brand new one and then doing a couple things here and there. And then I did a build sheet on buying like a skinny tire 2003 or like a 2013. 2013 is really what I was looking at.
Right.
And I was like, well, fuck, dude, here's $3,000 for some wheels. And then here's this and here's that. And then I was like, well, then, where am I at as far as when it was all said and done? And it was that build sheet ended up being like $50,000.
Right.
So I was like, well, let me call up, the local Harley dealership and see what I can get out the door for a Road Glide, like a brand new ST.
Ready to turn.
Right.
Yeah, burn.
And I was like, I'm not going to need I love the Prodigy wheels that are on it. There's what I'm going to have to do is going to be minimal.
Right.
And so I called them up and it was like dude, almost to the fucking cent. It was going to be exactly the same. And so I was like, well, shit, this has all this power already. This is going to be
right.
Obviously, it snowballed a little bit out of control since then.
Firm.
I mean, it's a firm. It's the plate.
Hey, it happens.
It
happens.
happens.
It happens.
All my firm is. I mean,
Fuel Moto's sending me Christmas cards. It happens.
They're calling me like, "Hey man, how you doing? You haven't bought anything from us in a little bit."
Yeah.
I mean, I just.
They're like, "Are you still alive?"
I just bought some bars and.
They're
shit,
like, "Oh,
so
by the way, you need this, this, and this." And
I got to use my
damn
affirm card the other day, but no, it's. I understand when people not want to spend money like that on it because you want to enjoy the ride more. And there's been people that came to bike night. They're like, "Oh, you need to buy an old one and then convert it and build it and all this." So I'm like, man, I'll save a little bit of money, but I ain't gonna be saving a whole lot.
Right.
And honestly, some of this stuff is gonna be outside of my expertise. And
Well,
I carry, and I've had this happen on like cars and stuff before. But if somebody's gonna work on my stuff that isn't me, I expect them to have the same level of attention that I put into the stuff
100%.
that I do.
Yep.
Why the fuck do I have to keep working on it?
You just oversee.
Who needs bolt cutters anymore?
Yeah, let's give Chris a pair of fucking dikes and then have him.
It's your ARP case. That's why we love you. That's why we keep.
No, he just fucking takes the shit off. He took my fucking rear subframe apart and it fucking shifted. And he's like, you're gonna have to fix this. It's like anything that requires high torque specs. Yeah, we just need Chris to come fucking bust that nut.
Hey.
Like at the camp out, hey man, we need you to do the compensator, but we really need to make sure we're going the right direction because you could really fuck some stuff up.
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
But no, back to the whole building them and stuff. It's a money pit.
It is.
And you got to to spend that kind of money. You got to have.
It is.
Gotta have some passion about it.
Well, and that's like I said, with the main reason of mine, I like how my bike fits me and how I've got it set up. And so at the end of the day, when I looked at getting a new bike and starting over, and it's like, well, if I throw this into the engine and just make it what I want it to do, then I win it's the best of both worlds.
If I had a Road Glide platform that was paid off sitting at the house,
oh no, I get it.
100%, I would have built that.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that platform. I had the Dyna.
No, yeah.
And so your decision is easier to make with you having the platform already.
Yeah.
And it's a bike that you're comfortable with and everything. But I didn't have that, so it was like, well, we're starting from scratch on both sides.
I'm
so
ready. I'm ready to
what
get
direction do I need to go?
I'm ready to get mine back together.
It's gonna be bad, some bitch.
It'll be a little rowdy.
Be a runner.
I want to get a cam
right.
in the dyno this year. That's probably the only thing I really want to do. I was talking to Blake about if I had the resources to do it, I would do a complete frame off build on the dyno.
Yeah.
And I'd probably go. I wouldn't go crazy on a
I think-
paint job, but I'd have a pretty clean. I'd probably go purple. Honestly.
Anything would look better than what it looks like.
Yeah.
now.
When I'm done with the soft
I
tail,
fucking hate
Bitch.
blue.
when I'm done with the soft tail, I want to like
Your
do
car's
something to
blue.
the Evo.
That's a pretty.
Your car
blue.
is, but your car's a Ford. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Found on road
For-
dead. Fix it again, Tony.
First on
It's
race
Fiat,
day,
but-
baby.
No, when I
In
get
all
done
my
with
years,
this-
that's the first time I've ever heard first on race day. It's a pretty good one. Not gonna lie.
Found off road digging.
yeah. No, when I get done with the soft tail, I want to like spice up the Evo a little bit, figure out something to do on it. Whether it's,
I mean, it's you have.
but it
you
runs. That thing is.
Oh yeah, it scooted pretty good the other day.
Yeah, I mean, and
He's
I've-
like, "Can you check my carburetor tune on this?"
I mean,
was like, "Yeah."
the Sporty's clean. You know,
I
I'm gonna say it, and I've said it the whole time. A set of chrome thrash and T-bars on that
Yeah.
son of a bitch, and some chrome rear shocks.
yeah,
What, you got spokes on it?
yeah. Well,
Spokes
on the front,
Yeah.
so it came with that mag on the back.
You put some like 9-spoke
I've been looking at
Paper
nine.
clips look good on that bike too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
paper clips look good
Yeah.
on everything.
yeah.
Talk to Lane.
I've actually
Talk to
been-
shout out to Lane.
Yeah. Shout Lane.
R.I.P.
I
Public Mary.
actually
Our
have
Harley
been
tech support.
Yeah, that's our Harley IT.
Yeah.
because
Please help me with this.
I was
Yeah.
looking at that Dyna that Donnie
Just got
just got and like the wheels on
Who?
it and but
Big
I'm
D
like,
man, man.
but I'm like I would put some spokes on that or some
I mean, I think
some
9-spoke mags.
some
dude.
spokes mags would look fucking good on
That's
that.
the only that I love the way the tins look on that bike so much. The front wheel looks so good. That rear mag always kills me on it.
Yeah.
It's all, but like I said, it's not my bike. It's your bike.
This guy drives a KZP. I don't give a fuck what he thinks.
What kind of guy has a
He-
Harley with
He
wheels?
he
that don't
rode. Let me rephrase. Rode past tense a KZP. No,
We're still
I-
not entirely sure it's dead.
Rurp.
no, that motherfucker died.
We're gonna start when we get done with this.
if a fucking woman made the noises that motor was making, she would be on a murder mystery.
Bring it in here. It's fired up.
Beyond first 48.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you think
Your
Kim would
wife
feel
would
about that?
murder you.
she did not want to hear it run whenever we got
Let's
home.
bring the street glide in here and fucking do a burnout.
Oh no, I'm not.
Hey.
Yeah, you can do it in the
You guys,
garage.
you got smoke detectors?
Yeah. Well, no, they're all
No.
out because they're all beeped.
They all beeped.
they all beep.
They would be beeping because he grew up on the east
Oh
side.
yeah, he's
So it'd be like beep.
oh,
You
fuck.
know what happened was systematically one would beep and I would pull it down. And I'm like, I'll take care of this later, and I just never.
Oh, so
did.
now you got just fucking
Yeah, I
hanging
just have
around
all
the house.
ribs. Yeah,
You motherfucker.
Landlord special, baby.
that's right. Cock
I'm
over the
surprised,
fucking
I'm
paint.
surprised you're just in pain over it.
I just
I
delivered.
mean, I think that one has been.
Yeah.
The
That's where the old one used to be.
that was actually a lamp.
These all fucking periwinkle blue walls.
We were gonna paint it, and then it got lit, and I was like, "Oh, it's not that bad in here."
No, these are lilac.
They did black in here.
Fuck no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, paint them black and then put a UV light in here. Art.
Yeah.
You know the thing is you know,
What the fuck?
I was like, dog. You know, my thing is you know, I. He's like, I'm just gonna ruin your part of this. You know, I've been hanging out with you guys for a long time. I always love seeing your guys' bikes and everything you guys have done to it. Like, you know,
I think it's our contribution to the Make-A-Wish program.
Yeah.
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 You know, it's cool seeing Devin's Dyna. Like, that's a really cool bike. I like the paint job on that. I love the fairing on it. It's a really cool
Which
bike.
Devin?
Devin.
Our Devin
Our
or-
Devin. Our Devin.
Our Devin.
Yeah, that
yes.
Ferrari red, baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
I thought that
That-
was clear when I said
Gilly's bike.
No,
Billy's
because
bike.
Loudmouth has was it Desert Fox?
Dude, that
Oh,
thing.
I
looks-
haven't seen it in person yet, though.
Yeah.
That thing.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
if
yeah.
you've seen it
Sorry,
yet.
yeah. Sorry, that was my bad. So you know, it's cool seeing everybody's bike locally. Lumen's bike every time, always a stopper for me. I really enjoy that bike. I had not been around the performance bagger, the performance bike, that many of them that were that good looking.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right, because this last camp out, you know, that was, I mean, there were some performance bikes there.
yeah, they were.
but
I mean,
I think it was 6. They had the performance bike show that was there.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
talk about, you know, some of the best performance Harleys, you know, in the country. They were there.
Yeah.
And it was sitting in that center section for everybody to see. And,
Yeah.
you know,
There were a couple this year because what was it? That El Paso,
Mhm.
the
Yeah, Blake's more familiar with those guys, but they got some. I mean, one of those bikes is like one of the original Trask Assault turbo bikes,
Yeah.
and they're just. I mean, they're insane fucking bikes, and it's Oklahoma City is no matter how you look at it, it's always going to be a small market.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
you're going to see
at
a
least
lot of the
probably
same thing.
at least probably in our lifetimes, it's going to stay a relatively small market.
Yeah,
And
I'd agree with that.
For the Harley stuff, it's going to stay pretty. I mean, it's going to predominantly stay the Hell Yeah Brother stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But
and I
when you
mean,
s-
it's a face, just like the big wheel stuff.
Yeah,
and
And
then,
that shit's coming back.
like Softail stuff, Vikla stuff.
Yeah.
It was all a face
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a lot of people.
I don't know. I still
Well,
like some of that.
I mean,
some
I
of that
think
Nicholas
I
stuff.
think we've kind of found our niche, and that's probably what we're going to sit in for a while. I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt that the majority of us dabble a little bit in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Performance stuff's in right now, but eventually, when you have something fully built, or you think it's
Well-
fully built, where do you go from there?
And
then so
I don't
it's-
think you have to, because like
Well, you can keep
you-
a performance bagger, and you can build
keep
a
your
chopper.
performance bagger
Yeah.
and build a chopper just
Yeah.
because it's like you're like, I want to build something,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
like
like-
having a good time and like, oh shit, now
Well,
I
it's-
got to go, go down and talk to Nate or Billy and be like, hey,
Well,
what,
and hardtail
what
this
bracket
sports-
do I need to build this? Or
'Cause, I
talk
mean,
to
what
Brian
happens?
and,
One day they may be like, yeah, having choppers and shit is cool, but I want to ride all lower 48.
Exactly. So, that's like me with my bagger. I could jump on it and go wherever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
yeah.
And hopefully make it home.
Yeah, there we
and then
go.
my chopper, I don't think it'll make it out of my shop.
Well, it
yeah.
won't because
And-
there's no wiring in it right now,
Well, that's my thing is
and it shoots fucking sparks every time you hit a bump.
what?
or like, so like I was telling you, I'm like 26.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No,
Yeah.
2600.
I'm gonna build a 2-stroke, and I'm doing the Built
Yeah.
100. And
Yeah, we
we're
were talking
going.
about-
I'm
yeah.
I'm going. I just got to find me what 2-stroke platform am I gonna do it on?
Kawasaki's coming out with a new 2-stroke. You should buy 2 of them.
Yeah, race the modern class.
That actually would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, that was my thing.
I don't know that
There's nothing-
fucking
there's
74.
nothing
That
modern
little
about
74
mopping.
Indian.
Yeah, he sent me some badass shit the other day.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've
he
been
blew up
looking
my phone.
like,
I was like, Jesus Christ, God damn it!
because I'm like, yeah, do it on like a fucking 70, 80 cc.
The pull start class where it's
Dude,
at,
do a
man.
500cc 2-stroke.
He doesn't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Oh, is that just me?
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
No, and-
I just want to break a hip.
That might kill you.
Yeah.
Muffin, that might kill you.
That might kill him. That was one of the big things about Shreveport was, I had talked to a lot of those guys before. They were all really cool. I've been talking to them for years on Instagram and all that stuff. It's cool to see them in person. That was really fucking nice to go out and actually talk to them, see those performance bikes and see all that stuff that's different than what we have at home.
Yeah.
Like, I've been doing car stuff most of my life. I've gone to the different drag races and all that shit. That's enjoyable time.
So was it the Houston guys? There was a group of like 9 bikes that were like custom paint jobs.
everything.
Houston.
I
Was
think
that?
it was
It's all
Houston.
Yeah, they
H-Town.
rolled past us as we were coming into Shreveport, and I'm like, God damn.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't the Houston guys. Houston guys were there
The first ones.
Yeah. So
I mean, they're like I said, there. It actually might have been some of the Dallas guys.
Because it was that
Yeah.
blue one with the blue.
It was Dallas guys.
That's
Okay,
Dallas.
okay.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
That-
like Jaden,
Mhm.
Drive
Yeah.
Ass Honky.
Yeah.
That group. I think they. I don't know if they met us in Terrell or not, but
But they
Big Wheel Cody.
Yes.
Is it Big
Yeah.
Wheel Cody? The white and red one.
So they
Yeah.
they didn't then because
No,
they
they
passed
didn't.
us. Everybody, like I said, when we crossed over the highway, we were just coming into Shreveport,
Yeah.
and they passed us.
Yeah. No.
And
that
it was like-
that was. Basically, that's like the core group of kind of where a lot of this stuff started was those guys.
Right.
It's like those are Jace's homies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they, it's not being like directly in the scene like you are, and kind of seeing what is actually out there, like kind of a broader spectrum of what it is.
yes.
Is kind of I feel like it'd be a pretty cool thing to see. Like there,
Yeah.
again, like there's levels to it. Like
Yeah.
the baddest bike in Oklahoma might be a regular bike in SoCal.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's kind of
you
that's
go
honestly the
down to
truth.
Terrell, Texas, and you get on your Battleship Gray Road Glide, and the guy with the Street Glide
That is
challenges you to a race, and you blow your head
Gunship
gasket. What?
Gunship Gray.
Gunship Gray. And he
The
runs
only-
over a
the only
colon
CVO
hole.
color to be manufactured.
He runs over a cone hole table to go beat you and blow your head gaskets and all that stuff. Thanks, Kirby.
Yeah.
That was a really good story for that. But no, that was cool to see all that stuff. From the appreciation standpoint, it's like, those guys have a lot of time and effort into their bikes. Everybody that puts miles in their bike or puts time and effort into it, there's a lot of those big wheel baggers where I'm like, it's not what I would own, but it's cool.
Yeah.
You
I
put a
mean,
lot.
there's a certain level of craftsmanship that goes into it.
Yeah.
And whether it's your thing or not, it can be appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because
It's
the
like
paint
that-
the paint jobs on those big wheel baggers are fucking ignorant.
Phenomenal.
They're
Well,
insane.
it was like that guy that had that V Rod out at
Matt.
Chicken Shack.
Yeah.
That was the performance V
Oh,
Rod.
yeah. Let's
Well,
let's hop out on Route 66. Let's see who's the fastest bike. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you got a 315 rear tire,
No shit.
Yeah.
dude.
You should be able to do this.
In a
Like,
straight
We're gonna
line.
die
that's-
if we try to turn.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
he tried to turn in the parking lot and he was like,
we leave this fucking place and it's immediately into a turn. So
yeah. He was like, no.
There's a reason why you left
we're
on
gonna
the
go
trailer.
left instead of right. And I'm like, no, it's I think I'm not in that scene. But
No.
there's definitely some fucking culture vultures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is like, so I got into the Volvos because they were cheap and they were rear-wheel drive and you could drift them and do a bunch of goofy shit with them. And then guys that were like, oh, I can't afford a BMW, they got into Volvos. And I was like, that's cool. Like,
Got into
welcome
C5
to the
Corvettes.
Well, yeah, and those guys, even those guys were like, oh, I want a C5, I can't afford one. I'm gonna go get a rear-wheel drive Volvo, big turbo, and all that stuff on it.
hog ass cam.
Yeah, fucking, I want it to fucking hot
I
for
call it a
teacher.
race cam.
Yeah,
I'm coming into my Corvette era.
Yeah, you are. Reebok time. But that's the thing is like, I had guys that would come through that realm and they'd be like, oh, I really want to do X, Y, and Z with my car. Like, all right, here's all the information. Go do it. Like, go build it. And then they wouldn't do shit with it. And then we had show guys that were building, the lowrider trucks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mini trucks and stuff.
Yeah, mini trucks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They'd come over and they'd be like, oh, I bought this because I could get it. It's cheap and all that stuff. And I appreciate all that stuff. But I've also been
It's
next
just
to...
resourcefulness.
Yeah, that was my thing. I grew up being extremely poor. So everything I had was because I was going to do what I was going to do with what I had.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the first comments I got that was from someone locally that was like, oh, it's a piece of shit bike. I was like, hey, road down here. I don't give a shit. Like, sure, you have a really expensive motorcycle. That's cool. I have miles on my bike.
Didn't ride home.
It rode here. It rode to this exact point.
It rode here.
I don't understand the whole needing to comment on every single fucking aspect of everything.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
thing. I didn't
Like,
say shit about...
I talk a lot of shit.
Yes,
We know.
We know.
Well, and like that's
An
like
ignorant amount.
wishing you were somewhere. Fucking go.
Yeah, like,
Don't
I'm not...
fucking post being all sad and shit about it.
Like, if you were in the
Go.
fucking Bahamas, I'm like, I want to go to the
It's
Bahamas next
that
month.
FOMO shit, man, that everybody's all tied
Yep,
into.
I
Fear of
don't-
missing out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I can't. Because that's what also, it ties back into the social media shit. I can't post cool shit this weekend because I'm not out doing cool shit.
yeah.
So people think they're going to be like, oh, what's so-and-so doing, man? They're not posting anything this weekend. Well,
I'm fucking laying floors at a
let's
fucking rental
post about,
property.
all the fucking dog shit that you have to go through 95% of the time for the 5% of cool shit that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's only 5%. It's probably even less than that because you only realistically get a week of vacation a year.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, for most people. I mean,
Peasants.
some people can take whole months off because they're blowing their boss and shit in the old green peat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But us normal people, we can't do that. So it's like,
I mean, you could blow,
You could
you
do
could
that.
blow people in the
Yeah,
back
you-
of Green Pete, but
I mean,
it's
there's
not going to do you any good. It's going to
Hey.
do him good.
yeah.
fucking don't bring a. I would never in my life put a fucking black light in that fucking truck.
It would blind you.
It would be brighter than my fucking OPC.
It would.
I haven't
It
done
would.
shit in that truck.
You'd be Helen Keller. The light would be so bright you'd go deaf.
Doesn't have air conditioning. It smelled like a turtle tank.
But
It already does.
Yeah.
it's like the shit that doesn't make sense to me is people take all these photos and stuff at these events that they go to and then they drag it out for the whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Like it's fucking October and let's talk about this shit that I did in fucking June.
Well,
Why don't you
see,
fucking do something in
So
June?
I get that, because you have such a good
Because I
time
wanna
with this
be an
event
influencer.
and
Yeah.
you want to be there still.
Yeah.
no, that's so we were talking about this. So Sheriff and she was like, oh, so you're recording with who and who today? And I was like, well, yeah, we got Hansen and Burrito on. I was like,
fucking hate Chris. He's a piece of shit.
no, she said to kick your ass to the curb. But you guys are basically doing the end of the recap because everyone's posted for the last week. You guys had a good time. And now everyone's going to be looking for the next event. Nitty gritty,
T-bars at the Tonkas, baby.
Yeah.
Round
T-bars
two.
and Tatankas. We fucked that
Talk
one
about
up.
Oklahoma.
Hard cocks at the Hard Rock, baby.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like when you talk about, I don't want to just have the one event that year.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
no,
I would love to be able to squeeze in Nitty Gritty, Texas Hills, Fandango, Born Free, and Texas and California.
Yeah.
Fandango would be fun.
I want to spend more of my time this year hitting my last 2 states on the West Coast.
Yep.
Taking all of June off. That's my plan. And
Again, people just not having real jobs, just being able to do shit like that.
Hey, man.
the thing is, I'm not going to wait until I'm
some of us may be
70
unemployed.
years
We could go
old.
with you.
Yeah, you better cash in on that $150,000 worth of vacation.
I
that you
mean,
got.
I don't know.
No.
Elon may just erase that.
I gave
Canceled.
so much of my time working early in my 20s.
Yeah, same.
Not wanting to take any vacation, saying yes to everything that came up, and now I'm like, fuck that.
Dude, no, once I hit 30, I
gonna
was
do
like,
shit.
I legitimately, you guys will be like, what are you doing today?
30.
And I started off my 30s with a fucking awesome trip.
Yeah.
That sucked at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah? Was it awesome? Was the whole trip awesome?
The whole trip was not awesome, but
I heard it
No,
sucked.
you
I
know,
heard it
it's
sucked
still
in Utah.
fucking did it.
There was an eighth of
you
it.
didn't look awesome. when
Utah
we
fucking sucked.
pulled up to that gas station.
Did I
in
fucking-
Arizona.
hold on.
Middle breakdown.
I was actually talking to Evans about this the other day because he was like, how did he look when you picked him up?
Not great.
No, and he was like, was it the same face that you were making when your dad picked you guys up? And I was like, probably.
No, it wasn't.
No, I was like, it
His
wasn't.
was sadder.
Man, that was a very tough trip.
Oh no,
As far
I
as
can
the
imagine-
mileage
I
I
can
did on
imagine how
some days-
mentally draining it was.
mentally.
Oh, absolutely.
Mentally, yes, I can.
Yeah,
that was
like-
a tough trip.
Because my thing is like, yes, I have the old bike. Yes, it's the slow bike. Yes, I want to have a good time with you guys. You guys go have fun. I'll be
and
home.
so like with that thing, with the very end of that trip, whenever everything started going wrong, is coming out of California to Phoenix, hanging out with Lane and Brandon. That was fucking awesome. And then I make it up to Payson, wake up, get on my bike, start having fucking issues immediately, and I'm like,
yeah.
this is it.
Yeah,
Well, and that was the thing too, is like as soon as you said like I'm fucked, I was like, all right, cool, we're figuring this out. Because like I can't imagine. Like my thing is I'm always a protector. Like
And I'm so grateful for the amount of help I got on that trip.
Yeah.
Fucking all the Texas guys, trying to find shut up, trying to find some
Deeper.
just somewhere for me to get to where we
Yes.
could figure something out.
Right.
And then you guys coming out and picking
Yeah.
me up.
well, and that was the thing too, is like I like when I was broke down, you guys, I figured like, okay, cool. There's a
the
trailer.
thing is we knew there was nothing we could do with your bike.
No,
That-
no, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
whenever you started it, we knew it was done for.
well,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you guys, I mean,
but mine, we didn't know if it was fuel, air, what.
because I even
and it
tried
was still running.
and I tried to troubleshoot that with you on the side of the road. I was like, what can we do to
Well,
get
the thing
you?
is-
Everything but a crank.
You guys should have taken the motor out and checked the crank sensor.
To be fair, my frame was broken.
was broke. Well, because we talked
It
about all
still
that
is
stuff.
broken.
Thanks, Michael.
No,
Those are some
I don't know. Didn't it get TIG welded with a sparkle?
TIG.
that was my exhaust.
Well, and
TIG. There ain't no TIG welder in that shop.
Not
there's
yet.
stick feet. But that was the thing, is like
That was
I
a
s-
fucking battery and a fucking coat hanger.
It's a little late for the coat hanger.
I thought that was called Plan Burrito.
But that was when you were out
Hey,
there.
Plan B, baby.
But even though everything on that trip went fucking wrong, it's not going to stop me from doing it again.
No, I mean,
No,
like,
absolutely.
that was the first thing whenever we get back
Redemption
home.
arc.
So we get back home. First thing my wife asked, she's like, "Are you gonna do that trip again next year?" Fuck yeah, without a question. Like I'm
All
going.
right.
Yeah, every year and if they don't do it, we're gonna make it happen again. Like,
Yeah.
why not? Like, why can't we do that again?
Culture vultures.
I will reap
I mean-
every fucking benefit show that I ever go to. If it's gonna be an event I'm gonna go to and it's the last year of it, I guess I'm gonna run like 18 events. But every event that we go to,
I'm kind of scared because some events it's like, yeah.
The thing is, event or not, it's not going to stop me from riding my bike.
Hey, have you
No,
guys ever
yeah.
considered going to Sturgis?
Do you guys want to go to Sturgis with us? Hansen and I are going to leave Friday, hang out Saturday, roll home Sunday.
When is it?
August.
When in August?
Beginning of August.
Oh, it's my birthday.
mean-
yeah, I guess technically
Just a weekend?
Yeah.
it's a long ride up and a long ride back.
800 there, hang out for the day, 800 home.
I mean, I might be down for that.
He says that now. Don't let him lie to you.
His arthritis might kick in between now and then.
I mean,
my back.
Dude, Devilstone.
Dude, okay, so
I don't have time for Devilstone this year because of
Because of what? Your 10 million hours of vacation?
No.
I can only take so much of
You've
that.
got a lot going on this year.
I've got a
You
lot
in
going on this
Europe.
year, and Europe's the big thing.
What are
I
you
don't
doing in
have-
Europe?
Well, your mom?
she doesn't have a passport, so that's impossible.
Your
We've
mom
got
doesn't have-
time.
Because
Why don't you ask your grandmother?
Well, because the fucked up thing
We're
is,
going back to see the homeland.
I don't think she can have a passport.
so the fucked up thing is he goes to his European vacation.
Well, I just want to know what country you're going to.
He's going to several.
Spain, France, and Italy.
because you're
very
gone.
nice.
Bring me back one of them Spanish women.
I will
have
do
one
that.
for you. She's a wonderful lady. She runs the marketing
Don't
for
listen to him.
MotoGP.
You've seen the women. Don't.
Yeah,
Hey,
after Mrs. Australia.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
she's a wonderful
yeah.
lady. Anyway,
Sydney
And she has
Avenue.
a beautiful personality.
Oh yeah.
she has great tits. Anyway,
Yeah. Sandbar.
Oh yeah. All ass, no dick,
She got a massive personality. She got a double wide personality.
or Gorlock.
I thought you were talking about Gorlock.
I'm hungry.
Let's talk about the bartender.
The bartender
Oh, the
about
chick
fucking
that said
shot a guy in front
what?
of
No ass or
No.
all ass, no
dick,
tits.
no
And
dick.
she didn't have
an ass.
an ass.
She just had a very distinguished shiver about her. She was like, "It's so
Hey,
cold."
You know, it's hard to live up in the shadow of some of those women that were at the strip club.
Yep.
So coming up,
I'm not going to say that they are the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
gotta
But
see their titties.
if I saw one of
Here
them
we
in
go.
public, I probably would have told you guys, I love that woman. So I got a little bit of reevaluation
Yeah,
to do in my
that-
life.
Yeah, you do. You have a lot.
You don't know what it's like to be loved. I do.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't know what it's like to be loved.
Yeah, what is that?
Don't hurt me.
I know unconditional love from my parents.
it's not the same.
I know it's not.
So coming up, T-bars and Tatankas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, hard rocks to the hard cock.
We've made it 3
Or hard
hours
cocks
to
with the
give
hard
this
rock.
bombshell.
Okay. Yeah.
gotta-
nobody
you gotta-
else.
listening.
Nobody else
This
is
is
listening.
listening.
Yeah, you gotta wait
Yeah.
till the end.
Nate
Yeah.
and Mitch are.
Yeah.
Shout
Nate,
out,
And
Nate
Hiram.
won't go.
shout
'cause-
out, Mitch.
Nate's bike won't make it that far.
No.
But yeah, April 12th, April 13th, Oklahoma City to Tulsa for
Yeah.
T-bars to Tonkas.
On Route 66.
Yep,
On
Route
Route
66 the whole
We're gonna
way.
do like last year. Meet at Pops.
Yep, meet at Pops, eat lunch at Ruby's again,
Yep.
go up to the casino, raise
Yep.
hell, have fun.
Wonderful
Oh
lady.
my god. Yeah.
Wonderful lady.
Oh,
Yes, we'll
absolutely.
probably give her a little bit of a warning.
Yes. I think she really,
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, she was pretty swamped the last time that we were
Yeah,
there.
I mean, we had a good turnout last year, and
Yeah.
hopefully we can do the same this year.
I mean, if we get the exact same turnout, that'd be fucking awesome.
Well, I know Rusty's down to go, and then see, this is the other thing that's really weird is how many people that you guys know really well that ask me what the fuck everybody is doing because apparently you're too busy to answer the phone and I got nothing going on. But like, probably about 10 people ask what the fuck's going on.
Hey,
Which I know
nobody-
a lot of people have been looking for this announcement.
Yeah.
As far as the
Well,
T-bars
we
to
announced
Tonkas.
it, last year, the day
Right.
after the pole ride or something.
Yeah.
So really, it's in the last year. There's been so many changes in people's personal lives and their professional lives that we've
Yeah.
been trying to accommodate a lot of that, which is why we've kind of been chilling on the bike nights in the winter because it was really just the core group last year that showed up in the winters anyway.
Yeah.
And so again, it's the core group that is coming out and hanging out, with the exception of a couple guys are popping up in there.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
And
the bike nights aren't over. I think, for this year, a big focus for us is creating like Sunday events for people to come out and ride.
once a month, get a good group ride to go out, eat lunch.
Yeah.
Nothing far. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
No, and then
I mean,
couple hours
for like a 4-hour day,
Yeah.
like 4 hours riding,
Yeah.
take the scenic route, see some shit, let people see parts of Oklahoma that they probably won't usually see.
yes.
They'll
Yeah.
probably, there might be a camping trip out to Tallahena sometime this
That'd be nice.
year.
That'd be fun.
Not to try to steal the thunder from fucking the camp out not existing anymore, but that's a beautiful
That's our
part.
backyard.
That's
Yeah.
a beautiful
Yeah,
part of
it is.
Oklahoma.
It is.
And to ride that once a year or a few times a year, it's nice to have in our back pocket. So, we'll probably find our way all over Oklahoma. T-Bars and Tatanka is kind of our little Route 66 up to Tulsa kind of trip, and there's some stuff here and there that we can go check out, but kind of just speaking off the top of the head, maybe kind of chilling on the bike nights and toning them down to like twice a month. But with that said, going out to Shawnee and supporting out.
It would be nice to check out some other ones because I
Yeah.
know.
Shawnee's
Last
got a
year-
massive fucking bike night.
Yeah,
and,
probably-
and it was always on
Thursdays.
Thursdays.
On Thursdays.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
And
third
then-
Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
And so, you know,
And
I've
the
talked
people were saying the Southside Hooters one was
Fucking
bad.
poppin'.
is popping again, and
Yeah.
you know, we were doing bike night a little. I mean, they've been doing bike nights and shit for a long time, but they took a break,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so naturally, you know, some of the guys that were showing up to our stuff have been going out there and kind of bouncing back and forth between them and stuff. And,
Right.
you know, you get these guys like, I want to hit all of them, but I can't.
Right.
And the
right.
Shawnee thing that's a big deal. I mean, I went out there once and then hit our bike night, and there was a fuck ton of bikes out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like
it's
1,200.
and the
Weird.
town of Shawnee is fucking, you know, backs that 100%.
Yep.
Yes.
And so just going out and like, yeah, we have our little scene, but you know, to kind of connect, because there's bikes out there that are fucking badass dynos, and there's a couple badass baggers floating around here that
Never
don't-
come out.
we don't know they
I
exist, and
see-
they don't
Right,
know
right.
about us.
Yeah.
So, you know, showing up at events like this and kind of grabbing those guys and
Yep.
you know,
Hey, we
talking
got this
to
going
them,
on
and
and all
it's
this stuff.
kind of like going to like shit like the Polar Ride. Like you
Yeah.
meet people
Yeah.
and you know, you start networking and stuff. They don't are like, what the fuck's, you know, T-Bar Thursdays and what the fuck's Clubstyle Oklahoma? Like,
Yeah.
And
no,
then you
this
get-
is what we do, man. I mean,
Then you had the Sundays where the Southside guys are down at Crossroads doing
Yeah,
their
they're-
stunning,
they're out there
stunning
fucking
stuff.
stunts
Yeah.
and shit.
they're out doing 100% legal
Yeah.
activities.
Right.
And you know,
have
just having a good old fashioned Bible study over at Crossroads Mall.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I wouldn't
praising
mind.
the Lord.
I wouldn't mind going and hearing some gospel.
Yeah,
you know,
You got to do a nooner over here because Jesus Christ loves you.
yeah, just checking out Motorcycle Jesus. You
yeah,
know,
Yeah.
yeah.
but you know, just kind of finding our way to be more involved in stuff like that. You know,
Well, and
nothing that you know, like I'm not gonna say selling out, but like not trying to, you know, hey, you guys gotta give us money, or you guys gotta what we need to benefit from going to your shit.
Yeah.
Just fucking, I'm not gonna call anybody and tell them like, hey, we're showing up, we need, you know, booth space, or we need some space to park the bikes.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
if that's what guys want to do, then you know, I'll go out and I'll talk to the guys from Shawnee. I know a couple guys that are kind of tied into that pretty good, but at the end of the day, you know, we don't, this club style stuff and just us hanging out, it's not for profit, it's not to make any money, it's just
Right,
it's
right.
just guys hanging out. And so
Just bros
to go
being bros.
just guys being dudes.
Yeah.
So just hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna roll out in a group
D's
of
and A's.
15 to 20 guys. We're gonna show up to Shawnee and we're gonna probably park at the end of it, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to come check out the bikes, or you want to come bullshit with us, or you know, we see you hanging out by your bike and it's like, that's a badass ST, that's a badass dyno. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's like when we went to fucking
Fort Thunder.
Arena Cross.
Yeah.
There's a fucking dyno sitting outside with what gold 13
Gold 13 spokes.
spokes.
Oh, really? Oh,
shit.
Yeah, it was a
Clean
fucking
as
dyno
hell.
it was a clean ass fucking dyno that nobody's ever seen before.
Well, and that's
And I know for a fact that dude would probably be interested
right.
in what we got going on,
Yeah.
because you know who buys that kind of shit and is interested in fucking arena cross? Young guys in their fucking 20s and early 30s.
yeah.
I mean, there's a good chance that's a fucking 21-year-old kid that is like, yeah, I bought this fucking dyno because I saw, you know, all these retired motocross guys going out and getting into stunning and all
Yeah.
this shit. And
Right.
I went out and bought that's why I bought my dyno.
Yeah.
Is because of shit going on the West Coast.
Yep.
And it's like, well, now I got this. I don't know who to ride with. I don't have
Well-
any guys who are in the same shit that I'm into.
And that's a big deal. Is I had a lot of people that I know that own Harleys that were like, I don't have T-bars, I don't have all this stuff. I'm not like, and I'm like, just come on out.
and then-
hang
Come
out.
out so we can persuade you.
And you
Well, yeah, exactly.
and you're not
but-
a hell yeah brother. And it's
Yeah,
like
well, and that's the big thing is most of the people I know that like have a Harley that are riding around, but they don't know about club style events. They're like, I can't come out. I'm like, why can't I ride my Metro bike out?
It's the same question I get all the time. Like, I mean, my dad's fucking like, hey, man, you know, I'm like, fucking come on out.
yeah,
Like, dude,
if
it's,
that'd be
If-
cool as shit.
yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, let us help you make bad decisions.
Yeah.
If and my
it's-
thing is too is I'm like, if you come out and you have a really cool Sportster, you're like, I don't want to touch it. Cool, just hang out.
Mopping sporty.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to keep telling them, like,
Yeah.
this is what you need to
You,
do.
you should do this, and this to it.
But at the end of
It's
the day,
his bike. Like,
at the end of the day, man, you know,
It
you
rips.
might show up to one of these things and you're like, man, I need risers. I mean, you might have all the parts you need by the end of the night.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a set of risers that are just gonna be coming off the dyno in a couple weeks, and they're probably gonna go to fucking him.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know,
Well, yeah, if they come off of my shop, they're staying there.
You know, I did a turbo replacement on your truck.
I have
and I, need to
I have a seat on my Sportster.
yeah, he's just slutting himself out. But
Yeah.
anyway, so
Hey.
you know, you get these guys that show up to stuff.
It's
and,
firing up tonight.
It
No,
probably
it's
will
not.
be.
Oh,
It's Friday.
It really might.
It's Fire Friday, dude.
You're fired Friday. But,
But
yeah,
that was-
you get these young guys that, it starts on dinos for the majority of people.
Yeah.
21-year-old kids don't got fucking 30 G's to drop. I mean,
No,
I say 30
no.
G's.
It starts
That's cheap.
on dinos or sportsters
Yeah.
because
Yes.
a lot of them, the only thing they can afford is
Is
either
a
883
Yes,
or
yeah,
A $3,000 bike with the fucking Amazon
Yeah.
fucking risers and
100%.
shit. And again, it ties back into what we were talking about earlier. Is I think those guys are a little intimidated by some of the guys that are a little bit more established.
Yeah.
and
Well,
I can speak.
$1,000 DMR risers.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I can. There's sacrifices that I've had to make to have the shit that I have, and at the end of the day, some of them are a little.
I
Like,
go say shit. Don't worry.
yeah, we ain't gonna say shit about it.
Hey, the only one that's hood rat rich around here is Lumen.
Yeah.
Lumen's hood rat rich.
I know 100%.
What's his license plate
100%.
say? Hood built.
Hood
Hood
built.
bill. And I think it ties into kind of the shit that we're into. There's nothing that makes sense about dumping this kind of money into
No,
any
yeah.
kind of toy.
Yeah.
No.
I think all of us could very easily say that we could live a very nice life if we just had a fucking Honda Civic sitting outside
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just drove back and forth to work, and we
Yeah.
have all this money and savings and shit. But I mean, what are you gonna do with it?
Well, and that was one of the things.
Yeah, what are you
I'm
gonna do with
live
it,
my
mopping?
fucking life.
What are you gonna do with all the
Yeah.
vacation time, mopping?
Yeah.
yeah.
I fucking wish I could.
He's
Go
gonna
to
bring me
Europe.
back a nice Spanish woman.
She'd be like,
A
"Hey,
Spaniard.
papi. Hey,
Hola.
did you see
I
the
wish.
president?
I wish.
The president of Colombia. It was like he actually said, "I'll have to pull it up. Cocaine should be legal. You should be able to buy it like wine."
Yeah, the only reason we're not cocaine's illegal is because it comes from South America.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it comes from Venezuela and
So
Libya and all
we-
those places.
well,
need to
I
take a
mean,
trip
I'm not
to
into
Colombia.
I'm not into drugs at all.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
None of us are.
Nope. Never.
okay.
Speak for yourself.
I'm dropping an edible as soon as I get done with this.
Like,
fucking
I'm not-
I have
podcast.
a problem if you don't remember.
I don't dabble in that shit at all. And I think honestly, there's pills that are worse than fucking coke.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
And,
it
you
really-
know,
Sometimes I just
I'm
wanna
the big
drink some
issue right
beers and
now-
do
I'm
some
addicted to
mushrooms.
other things.
It's fucking fentanyl.
Yeah.
That's in fucking everything.
so
I'm
the old
addicted. I'm addicted to the
fent baby.
deadliest drug there is.
life.
Women.
Goth Latina mommies.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
feel that. I feel that on a personal level.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you. Yeah,
I feel
I'm
that on a
addicted.
personal level.
Yeah.
My feed is garbage. Which I
Your
thought
what?
my
Your
feed.
fetus.
I thought you said your fetus, and I was like,
His
what?
fetus is
You got
garbage.
one of those?
Yeah, I was like, what?
I mean, they ain't calling me. so
Shanae, where you at?
I don't know they exist. Oh, Sharkeisha. But
Anyway, we're 3 hours into this.
All right.
we got all day, bro.
You said when we walked in, just 3 hours.
I did not say that way.
Yeah,
I said
you did.
3 hours, motherfucker. Yeah, well,
way to go.
Oh, you just ruined that.
there. No.
Over here's just fucking touching the tip on everything.
Yeah.
Now, just like Forrest Gump said, I'm pretty tired. I'll go home now.
Yeah,
go
you've
home
been asleep for like the last
Yeah.
45 minutes.
No, this seriously. At the end of the night, at the end of the day, come out to T-Bar, even if you're.
Absolutely.
Here's
we,
the-
we,
every-
we
Fucking
all started.
douchebag, I don't give a fuck.
We
Yeah,
all
no
we
shit.
all started at the same place, and
On a tricycle.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And
I had one of them flame huffies.
I had a big
What's
wheel.
it like to have money
Big
when you
wheel
were a
swim?
kid?
I had a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
a big like the plastic 3-wheel big wheels with
Yeah.
the little where you could
The green
Drift
machine.
it.
Yeah,
The green
it's the
machine.
green
Yeah.
Oh,
machine,
bro.
I wish they would make an adult version.
Oh.
of it.
Oh, they
Not
do.
A, not
It's
a
called-
fucking drift trike.
Yeah.
no, not a
Fucking
drift
big
truck.
wheel with the levers.
They
Yeah,
have one.
yeah.
We just
It's
extended this another
stupidly
hour.
expensive. Yeah. Moppin and Burrito just woke the fuck up. I was like, all right, cool. Devin's not going to be the only 4-hour episode we ever put out.
I just felt my dick move.
No,
His hands has got his hand on your leg.
That's okay.
Hey, Poppy.
no. I one of the
Come
things.
on, Big Daddy.
So, I'm a
Muy
diehard.
bonita.
Am I muy bonita? Yes, very muy bonita. One of the things is like I get asked by a lot of guys. They're like, "Oh, I want to get a Harley. I don't know anything about Harleys. Can I come out to T-Bar?" I'm like, "Yeah, come out
I
to
thought
T-Bar."
they asked you if you do anal.
Yeah, they do ask that too.
I don't
But,
think anybody here knows anything about Harleys.
yeah, but they'll ask. I'm like, I don't know. I know a little bit. I know enough to be dangerous. Like, you probably don't want to get a fucking iron head. You probably don't want a shovel head.
Yeah,
like,
you do.
Whatever.
Yeah, you damn sure don't want a fucking Ironhead Sporty.
No.
Yeah, but like, yeah, the one I sent
If
you.
you
the
do,
other day.
you
Yeah.
better start it and run it every fucking day.
Yeah,
Yeah, you better go to MMI.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so I
Yeah.
was like, I was telling some people the other day. They're like,
And if you get a shovel head, you better have fucking money.
That was really aggressively bad.
I'd just be okay with some head.
Yeah. But I was telling some people the other day, I was like, come on out, hang out, have a good time. Everyone is approachable, even though they don't look approachable. Everyone's a good time. It's not bad. Come in, hang out. And then if
I
there's
remember my first time.
Yeah. If you don't know, someone there will know.
Exactly. Yeah.
And someone there will tell you, hey, I like this. There's another product that's probably this one. You can go check this one out.
Yep.
If you don't like this one, go.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Like, I don't know what you would have gone with shock wise if, Cody and I had rolled up because we're both geezer front and rear.
I probably would have been running.
Actually, no, he's legends up front.
It probably would have been, it would have been limited. My knowledge would have been limited to obviously what they push hard, which is Legends and the Fox and Progressive and stuff. But
what are you running?
I run the Geezer. I mean, I knew about Geezer, but I didn't know anybody that ran Geezer. Except for him, I knew Geezer from the Cruzy shit,
right?
And but Cruzy doesn't run Geezers on his stuff,
so which is also very confusing.
Well, that guy is it's
he's constantly changing shit.
He tries everything.
Well,
and it's part of. I mean, he rides his bike differently than I do too.
Yeah,
and he probably gets a different kind of customer support than I do too.
Right.
Well,
I mean, Saddleman's not going out here making me custom seats and making this absolutely dialed in for me.
Yeah.
So I got to find something that is. I mean, I think with a lot of small companies that I've dealt with on shit that I bought, even the ones that fucked up my orders about 5 or 6 times.
No shit.
Thank you, Elite.
Dude, hey, fuck them.
I think,
they fucked mine up too.
I think that
if you never order from them, you'll never have. To
I
deal
would
with
get better customer support from somebody like Geezer than some of these bigger companies are getting.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's like
awesome.
It's like when I call FXR division.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to one of the fucking owners.
Yeah.
And, and that's they know what the fuck they're talking about, and everything that they say is a representation of the company that they're trying to build.
Yep. And that's like Frank at Speed Dealers. I've heard
touches every
single thing before it goes out the door.
It's like Geezer. Geezer's a one man show.
Yeah,
or at least I'm under the impression. When he had his stroke or heart attack.
Yeah, it slowed everything down.
Slowed down because he's a one man show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's coming from guys who were getting parts from him on a race team.
Yeah.
I think it was A+ Cycles or something.
Yep.
Up in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
They run all his shit on all their bikes, and they were straight up telling me like, "Dude, we can't even get anything, and we run all his parts for race bikes."
Right.
Yeah. Well, and that's something too. Is it's like when you come into the Harley world, I respect what you guys all have, and it's really cool, and it's neat to say like, oh, you can go over here and get Clockwork's fucking windscreen and all that stuff.
Well, and so like that's not. Whenever we give you the shit about not having a Harley, it's not so much that you're being different by having something else.
Yeah,
because you're gay.
It's there's so much more aftermarket support.
Yes, and
in making with Harley it's so much easier to make that bike yours, bike, than it is anything else in the world.
And which still a lot of those bikes end up very, very similar.
Well, and that was so for the longest time when I first started riding, everyone's like, "Oh, get a Dyna, get a Street Glide, get blah 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 blah, get a black one." I'm like, it becomes the Jace is over at Dark Horse's bike as opposed to Connor's bike, and it drove me fucking nuts for the longest time.
Well, I mean, I think you can see based off of what you saw on Saturday that a lot of guys are, as a painter, I understand why people don't want to spend that kind of money on paint.
Yeah,
because it is you don't gain anything from it except for looks.
No, and it's
and if you're not a very big I need people to look at me. A lot of those guys have really simple paint jobs because they don't want to be seen.
Yeah, like my thing from street racing for a long time is I don't want to be noticed by the cops.
Exactly.
And then you get a black Street Glide,
which goes back to the whole club style. Everybody's got a black bike.
Everybody
wears a white helmet.
At the heart of it, it's the same because you can't depict those people. Basically, it's no face, no case.
Yeah, and that was something that is appealing from the Harley side of the point, but I've also never had anything that had a really big aftermarket support. Like when I built all the stuff for my motor for my black turbo wagon, that was from my buddy Josh out in Arizona and California at the time. I called him. I said, I'm doing this, this, and this. What do I need to buy from you today?
Yeah.
And it was him touching my shit.
It's a real niche.
Yeah. And I like the niche part of it. But then you get into, and that's the thing too, is like, I don't group you guys into the Hooters crowd and I'm saying that as a very broad spectrum, but I
don't think I own a Harley shirt.
I have one.
You know what's fucked up is I own a Harley hat. but no Harley.
But that, I mean, that just shows kind of where our heads are at. Is
Yeah.
I'm not going into a fucking Harley dealership and spending $80 on a cutoff sleeve shirt.
No, Cletus McFarlane, I just sent that.
The video?
Yeah.
They spent $160 on t-shirts.
Yeah.
T-shirts.
They're like,
Yeah, we're buying into this lifestyle, brother. This is what we wanted to be.
And that was at first, the chopper thing. I was like, I really like the look of choppers. I really wanted one of those and build one. And that would have been really cool. But
I
now
have shirts, but they're for blankets.
yeah, well, it's different for you because you're Quentin and Nilton. Over
I
there.
think, a part of everybody's, stable or whatever you want to call it, you got to have one thing that's in there that's reliable.
Yeah.
And reliable does not mean brand new.
No, it's just you can get on that motherfucker and you put
But,
miles on it.
your boy hits you up and is like, hey, man, I want to go down to Fort Worth and grab some barbecue today.
Yeah, I get on
Well,
the FJ.
you can't bust out your 1965 Sporty and be like, yeah, this is what we're going to take today.
Yeah.
I said today, not this weekend.
Yeah. Well, and that's there's a certain part of that where
Hey.
Mine's a little one.
yeah. There's a certain part of that where
Let's watch those shots here.
I enjoy
Unintentional strays.
I enjoy having my 2020 Sierra where I'm like I get in that motherfucker, I can turn the key or press a button
And go.
and it's good.
And that's why I bought my truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a job where I'm driving around all the time, and while having a single cab short bed truck is fucking awesome, and it's loud and obnoxious and annoying.
It does not do what I needed to
It
do.
doesn't do what I needed to do.
Yeah.
So I had to let go of it. But
Well,
if your only cars are 1,000 horsepower this, 700 horsepower this, this old beater that's got a inline four from 1955 is in there. You're not really. You don't have anything where you could just say like, hey man, I want to go to Seattle.
Yeah.
I want every dealership and every O'Reilly's to have, if something bad were to happen, I could get it fixed on the side of the road.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we were thinking when we were building or putting the cam and stuff in the bagger is, yeah, having a full-blown motor would be, cool. But, man, what happens when you are in the middle of nowhere, America,
Yes.
and nobody has anything?
Well,
Yeah.
and that's
And if it's something small, something that, would
Right.
never be an issue to somebody else.
but to you it's the end of the day. It's the
And
end of the ride.
Unintentionally, I've put some of those parts on the bike, like my air filter. My
Yeah.
air filter is from HPI. I have to buy air filters from HPI.
Mm-hmm.
Now, kind of like the bearings on the Dyna, I did a conversion kit on the Dyna. Well, I don't know what fucking bearings those are, so we had to order some.
Yeah.
Now we have the part number and shit. So,
Well,
but
and that comes back from drag racing for so long is like drag weeks, the drag and drive things are really fucking cool
Sick
to do.
Week.
Yeah, Sick Week, Drag and Drive, Rocky Mountain Race Week, all those
Yeah.
things. Super cool. Those guys realistically can't not have a trailer with them because they have to have a trailer full of parts.
And they have to double down on things that have high probabilities of breaking.
They have roller rockers set up, ready to go. They have their entire valve trains ready to pull out of a
pretty
tray.
much their whole top end
Yeah,
is
it's
sitting
just
in the
ready to
trailer.
go. And
if you run into fucking eating a piston or eating a push rod or something, they're fucked.
Yeah. Well, and that's so coming from the world of what I was doing for the longest time was I had a lot of aftermarket parts on my car that was, this is the Ford part number I need for this. This is the Buick part number I need for that.
Kind of like doing swaps and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you go
Yeah.
to O'Reilly's, you're like, I got a 2003,
Is it 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive?
I got a Silverado. They're like, all right, what motor's in it?
Well,
An LT1.
yeah.
They're like, he's like, just look up parts for a 2018 Camaro.
Well, and that was the thing.
Or
Like,
you go in there with a part number and they're like, what's going on? I gave you a
gave you the
goddamn part number. Just
I-
look up the part number.
dude, I cannot
It's
tell
going
you.
on a boat.
Yeah. I was like,
It's
it's
like I had to
going.
call Harley this morning, and he's like, "What is it? What do you need?" And I was like, "Here's the part number, man.
Yeah.
Just
Like-
put the parts in the back, bro."
And that's something for me, for my level, what I enjoy is like, I used to give you a little bit of shit because it was just ribbing you about your catalog built bike because you're like, oh, I got this kid, I did this and this. I respect it and I do enjoy it, but I like doing the Frankenstein shit where it's like this should not work all together, but I enjoyed how it all
Yeah.
went together at the end.
A firm isn't too crazy on me piecing together shit. I like to just have
I
one
beg to
payment.
differ.
bet
they
they love
they
it.
fucking love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not big on Frankenstein and shit because that's multiple payments I have to make all at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just
The
like
compound interest on this is just eating me out of house.
if Get Lowered has everything that I need, I'm buying everything from Get Lowered.
Yeah.
If Boosted Brad had a pair of seats on his website that I wanted, I probably would have thrown that in the cart.
Yeah.
But
I assume you ordered from Get Lowered.
no, I didn't order from Get Lowered this time around. I got everything from Boosted Brad.
But
DMR Racing.
that was one of the things talking to the guys at the Polar Run. That was really cool to talk to, like James from it's not Alexandria, but it's something in Louisiana. I'm sorry,
Asking
James.
Alexandria.
No. But like, super cool guy that had a really killer paint job on his bike. He's like, I mini trucked for a long time. I paint this bike this color.
Oh
scheme.
yeah.
I can't remember what town he's from, but he's south of Shreveport. And he was like, so why don't you have a Harley? I was like, man, still want to spend the money on it. Do this.
I like to suck dick.
I like
Okay.
Kawasaki. But like, but what was cool?
Kumasaki.
But it was cool because like he was like, oh, I've done this and this bike. That's mine. It's the only bike that's out there like that. Well, yeah, because your paint job screams that. But
right.
there was a tremendous amount of those bikes where I was like, that's cool. Never seen that before. That's neat. Oh, I want that. Oh,
Well, I think a lot of that stuff for a lot like FXRs and Dynas and baggers and stuff. A lot of those guys have started. They made a part, and then there was demand for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so they started to make more.
Well, and that's what
Oh,
because you
fuck.
look at who did the gauge delete, and
My machinist.
Yeah, my
yeah,
machinist.
and then
Machinist.
Harley picked it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my machinist did one. I'm pretty sure that's how Boosted Brad started. Was he was painting bikes. He was
Yeah.
a custom painter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, he started making foot pegs and stuff.
Because I saw
Yeah.
where my machinist was kind of bitching about that, like,
Yeah.
oh, we did this a year ago,
Yeah.
And now you're
and
getting
that
into
and
it.
now
Oh,
look at-
it was Thrashin'.
was Thrashin'.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't my machinist. Thrashin' did a gauge relocation kit for the heads-up display, which
Right.
is actually what I'm going to be putting on the bagger.
Yeah.
right,
They did the one gauge, like the lowrider S's.
right,
And so Harley did it. And they're like, that's fucking our design.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is kind of shitty because
Because there was another one I was actually reading a guy was talking about where V Twin has stolen
V10
some-
Visionary.
yeah, has taken a bunch of
Well, and
That's the dark side of the whole
Yes.
the whole thing. I think that's what you're going to see anywhere because I've seen it in car shit here
Yes.
recently.
Right,
People
right.
have been designing certain products and then you're like, oh,
here's
this,
my catch can. Here's
this
this.
motherfucker
Yeah.
ripped this off completely, or
Yeah.
I 3D printed it and then I sent it for them for manufacturing and they did a couple modifications and I didn't
And
see
all of a
any-
sudden now they own it.
I didn't see any money from it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
they didn't give me any credit for it and just bullshit
Right.
like that. You're going to see that in anything that you do, but
especially stuff like that where it's like the need for it and everybody's like, oh,
Well,
that
that's-
makes so much more sense.
that's Harley Davidson's, I think, pretty much massive MO is what's cool out there. Why do you think the lowrider?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Why does the lowrider ST exist?
Yes.
yeah,
No shit.
FXRP was fucking going through the roof, and everybody's putting defender bags on their dynos and
Yeah.
fairings and stuff. So let's just
Why
offer it
not
from the
go ahead?
manufacturer.
yeah,
Or
Yeah.
inverted front ends. Did they need to put inverted front ends on their bike?
No.
But their competitors were, and
Yeah.
there was a increase in people wanting to put inverted front ends on their bikes. So they did it.
Yeah.
They should have done it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But
and
Harley jumps on the bandwagon late, and it's like, them offering all these different colors now. For the longest time, everybody just wanted a black fucking Harley.
right.
Well, now
Yeah.
everybody and their fucking dog and every
Has-
dealership is going out there doing all these crazy purples and shit.
Yeah.
I've been saying for like the last 3 years, Harley needs to do like a really nice purple. And
Yeah.
what did Harley offer this year?
a really
a
lot-
nice.
dog shit
yeah.
purple.
They offered 2 purples.
Yeah.
Their CVO has purple on
Yes,
it.
and
Yeah.
it looks good.
But
that denim it would look good gloss.
Yeah. I mean,
That-
you honestly, we wouldn't know until we fucking glossed it.
True.
No, yeah, we don't know.
Because I don't know if it has any metallic
Yeah.
or
Well,
anything in it. But
and-
they're
but,
late
but
to
like
the
when they
party.
came out with the El Diablo and they came out with the tobacco fade and it was like, yeah, we're offering a kick-ass paint job, but you're gonna pay for it.
Oh,
you
you're
know?
going to
yeah.
pay way more.
You're
You
gonna
know,
pay
it's like,
way
oh, that
more.
low
You'd
rider
pay
ST is
less-
47.
You'd pay
because-
less for a nicer paint job.
Yeah,
That was
And I say that
Yeah.
because, when I worked at Fort Thunder,
Right.
the El Diablos just came out. They don't wet sand or any of that shit.
Oh,
You
really?
Can, you can feel all the fucking pinstriping. The pinstriping is done by hand.
Yeah.
I want to say
it's
done
like
by
the
hand.
Right.
crossbones.
Crossbones, yeah.
Yeah.
Crossbones. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was done
I
by
can
hand.
see the brush strokes.
Yeah.
That's legitimate pinstriping.
Right.
But, could I do that paint job? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you give me some time,
Yeah.
I'll probably figure it out. You give it to somebody like Jace or Schultz or something, they get it
Yeah.
knocked out right away. They probably do a better job.
Right.
But,
right.
You're going to pay a lot for that. You're going to
Yeah.
pay probably double of what you should be paying, which
Right.
is why they have a hard time selling them because who is a ST appealing to? A young guy.
Yeah.
How many guys who are, do you think anybody's got $35,000 for a non-touring bike
No.
Well,
before
yes.
financing?
Yeah.
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 No. I mean,
Yeah.
they were,
And you're lucky if you get it for 35.
yeah.
Because when
they were,
when
they
I
were-
looked at the one I looked at was up at
Harley World.
no
Yeah.
Iron
Yeah.
47.
That
and
was
12 of that was the Harley tax. It was
That was-
dealer.
Fort Thunder bought,
Market value.
Fort
Yeah.
Thunder,
Yes. Yeah.
Thunder got the 4th El Diablo
Yes.
and they bought it from another dealership.
Yep.
they paid full price for it from the auto dealership.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So imagine the markup
Yeah.
on what's already marked up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because also at the same time, number 4 was supposed to belong to like a VP.
Yes.
Wow.
1 through 5 weren't supposed to belong to the public. At
Well,
least that's what we were told. So
Right,
they
right.
did that, and it's like, oh, and they're calling people like, oh, people want STs. They just wanted a fucking gray, white, or black ST. They're like, well, we got an El Diablo. How much do you want for it? XX amount. Buzz.
Dude, that
Fuck you. I'm not paying that.
so
Yeah.
that was the thing is, so we were up, the El Diablo comes out. That was the first new Harley I thought about actually purchasing. And we go out there and I was like, how much is this thing out the door? And she gives me a price that I felt was fair for what she could do for me. And I was like, nah, I'm not paying that much money for that bike. Because
Yeah. There was a 4 in front of it.
yeah, because to
Like,
me,
and
I'll just go get whatever the cheapest ST is. I'll just go ahead and get that.
Don't even do that, dude. You can find like right now we found a fuck ton of Softail standards for like 7 or 8.
Yeah, there's standards for 7 or 8. There's
Well-
lowriders for like 11 or 12. If you
Yeah.
want an ST,
I
man,
know
they
where
got
you can get
STs
a black one for 13.
for free.
Well, but yeah, but that was my
Give
thing.
it some Viagra, it'll fix it right
So
up.
that was my thing about it was I started looking at it. I was like, as much as I'm going to spend on this, I'm still going to have an El Diablo someone else has. It's a little different number.
Well, you saw the El Diablo that was at the
Yeah.
Polar Ride.
And
I mean,
It's
I've
still
seen-
that is still a good looking paint.
No,
it is a good looking
bike.
paint job,
It
but
is.
when you break it down to the base of it, that is just it's a black bike with a paint job on it.
Right.
It's still a production bike.
It's
Right.
still a
Well,
production
and-
bike.
and
No,
I-
100%. It's like the tobacco fade.
yeah,
That is a good looking paint job.
yeah.
But
it's a
it's
a great paint job.
I might
But-
run into another guy that has that same tobacco fade.
it is a product. Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah.
I talked to Cal. I said, if I bought one and I want to do this and this with it, how much is it? And he goes,
Yeah.
it's this much money for it. And I was like,
I mean,
all right, cool.
and
that's my
you
bike.
can pay $10,000 for a bike
Yeah.
that 1,500 other people have, or you could pay $10,000, which is pretty steep
Yeah.
for custom
Well,
painters.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, that's
Crackers Fast Johnny is still just a Fast Johnny.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fast Johnny, but
Yeah, it's a
I mean-
badass bike, and
Yeah.
I think he had some paint work done to it because somebody
Yeah.
dropped their bike on his. But at the end of the day, it's still a mass-produced bike.
Yeah.
and that's not taking anything.
I mean, and that's
that's
one
not
thing.
taking anything away from that bike.
No.
But
That's-
from a paint perspective, if you're
Yeah.
that guy who wants to stand out and be different,
yeah.
you're gonna have to pay somebody
Right.
to.
Well, yeah, because let's
And
talk about
that's
to
one
imagine
thing.
something.
That's one thing I like about my Sportster. Like,
Yeah,
There's-
you're one of the only Sportsters that I've seen that have any kind of scallop paint job on it.
yeah, well, and
yeah,
at,
and nobody else
at Polar,
is going.
And odds are nobody's going to do that because scallops are not. It's not in right
it's
now.
not yeah
right.
What's in right now is like lowrider mixed with flames
Yes.
and shit.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
At Polar, there was so many people that came up and said, "Oh, it's you two. Your buddies on the fucking Sportster."
You're the slow guys we passed.
Yeah. Well, that was the
shit.
first thing they all
Passed
said
you
that.
45 minutes ago.
They were like, I
5
thought you
miles
were.
away.
I thought you weren't with us. So they would go, "Oh, that dude's fucking Sportster 10 job is amazing." I was like, "Yep." And they're like, "Oh, you're on the KZP." I was like, "Yep." And like, those are
Yeah.
fucking killer bikes. I was like, "Yeah, thanks very much. Like, I really appreciate that." But
and at the time I got that, I was like, because I paid $2,000 for that paint job.
yeah,
Yeah.
And so, and of course this was 127 years ago.
Yeah, $2,000 anymore just gets your fender painted.
no, yeah,
No
exactly.
shit,
Yeah.
And back then I was like, fuck, for 2 fenders in a tank. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, but it is the shit.
yeah.
And like that's always my thing about that when someone goes, "Oh, when you want to talk about like Harley is the brand to get your
yeah.
personality out." I was like, "Look at his Sportster.
Yeah.
That is
Well, and the guy
100%
that-
his Sportster."
Like I was gonna put badges on it, and because I had some older badges that I liked, and the guy was like, "Hey, I went ahead and when I did it, I hand painted the barn shield on
yeah.
there," and I was like, "Oh, okay," and I was just like, "Fuck yeah!" Like it looks like everything about it. I was like,
I think custom paint jobs look better with like vinyl stickers or hand painted, like covered in clear.
"Yeah,
I'm not too crazy about like what Blake's got on his bike on a custom paint job.
right,
I think that kind of like with I think it's Marcus, Dark Horse. He's got the
Yeah.
orange,
the
yeah.
orange wings,
With
the wings.
Yeah.
So
like
those are
the-
hand
The
painted.
Fat Bob or the whatever wings from back in the day.
Yeah.
It's inspired from that. They're painted
they're-
on there and they're buried in clear.
Yeah.
And I think that's how
Yeah.
shit like that should be. If I could pinstripe and I had that artistic ability,
Yeah,
I'd probably paint the bagger like.
I mean
kinda-
Gillies looks good.
Yes.
Gillies looks really good.
Gillies is
You
a
know
vinyl.
whose does not?
It is.
Yeah. No.
Gillies did not look good the first time I tried to put them on there.
No.
Right.
No,
right.
because you went and redid it.
I
Twice?
did. I put them on there and then I fucking took them off and then I put them back on there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
those things fuck. I mean, those stickers are fucking thick.
Yeah. Well, and
I
that's
mean, you can still feel them, and I got like 6 coats of clear on there. That's some
It's
some
all right.
girthy stickers.
yeah. And that's the thing.
But it
too.
looks good.
You know, when we talk
simple.
about,
It's
His
simple.
paint, his bike.
I gotta get his
actually
fairing done after a year, but
did you finally get it done?
no, it's not done.
Oh well, you know, yeah, it's goals, 2025 goals.
Once
But
I get an air compressor for Blake's shop, then I'll probably paint it in there.
yeah, I mean that's the thing about it. When it comes down to the Harley stuff, is like, you know, I give you guys a hard time about, you know, Black Street Glide, Black Road Glide, and all that stuff.
Oh, it's gay.
yeah,
100%.
yeah, but like,
It's so homosexual.
But it
It's-
is-
It's gayer than kissing another dude.
but the thing is at the same time, it's like
Maybe.
you go out to Polar and you go see all these other kick-ass bikes, and you're like, oh, that's cool, and like, but then I go, oh, if we went to Sturgis, it would be like Street Glide, Dyna, and they're all basically the same factory bike, and I'm like, which one is fucking which
It's
bike?
because every guy wants to be the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all want to
Yeah.
be the super hell yeah brother, but you know, they're all
Yeah,
kissing.
my dick's bigger than yours. You know, my wife
Probably.
has bigger tits.
Yeah.
I will say
I
don't
don't
have
know,
it.
man.
I like the one thing that has been kind of cool seeing is how down in Austin, what's it, Cowboy,
Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
You see how good they're
stuff,
doing?
the stuff they're doing for the scene.
See what happens when you buy into it a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
exactly.
Your dealership is one of the premier dealerships to buy motorcycles from
Yeah.
the entire
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
People from all over the country
Or buying and shipping
are
out.
buying from you.
yeah,
Yeah.
And so you buy into it just a little bit.
yeah.
And
It's
look at,
kinda-
look at all the attention it brings.
Yeah.
But you know what? That used to be House of, I think the guy who runs it used to be House of Harley.
Yeah.
So guys were buying bikes from him at House of Harley. They followed him to Cowboy Austin.
Right.
But look how good that dealership's doing.
Yeah.
They're building badass
Yeah.
shit. They're like one of the premier dealerships if this is what you're into.
Well, and doing shit where you're bringing people in from like
All over the country.
all over the country, and
Florida to fucking California. You
Yep.
got
Yeah.
guys coming in to check out a couple guys who built some bikes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, why
And
isn't
it's kind of cool because I mean, there's some things that'd be like, you know, it'd be kind of cool to fucking rip down there.
Go check it out. Yeah.
And
It's
go
like
check it out,
You buy
and-
into it a little bit and you pay some guys some money to come out there who know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is 90% of dealerships won't do that
Yep.
because it's not the majority of their market.
Yeah.
Well,
And their market is getting smaller because guys are not buying local because they want to buy from the guy who, you know, is into the same shit that they're into.
Yep.
well, and then there was an article that was done 2 years ago. It was a bunch of guys that were, you know, previously Street Glide, Road Glide guys that have been riding forever. They probably have 50, 60,000 miles on their bike. They go to Daytona once a year. They go do Sturgis once a year, whatever they're going to do. And those guys are all migrating down from the big bikes to 300, 400 cc's because now they're well into their 60s and their 70s. And they're like, well, I need something I want to go ride, but I can still fucking put it underneath my legs. So you're seeing that trend still where our Moppin's age and, you know, his dad and
hey.
but like our parents are seriously going, I can't have my Ultra Glide anymore. I'm going to have to go get something. Like they're not even getting Gold Wings because the Gold Wings still too heavy for them.
That's kind of where I think the trikes come in. That's
Yes.
that's Harley's big selling point to people who are like that is they're not going to try to sell you a Sportster. They're going to try to sell you a trike.
Well, and
Yeah.
that
And
because
then
it makes
they-
the most sense for you.
It makes the most sense, and it's also like, you know, you still get the wind in your hair.
Yeah.
And you
Old ladies on the back.
old
you
ladies
got
on the
beer.
back. She's cranking the hog from behind and all that.
Brother.
Brother.
I'm gonna
come, brother.
Don't call me brother. I'll come.
At the end of the day, that's the most expensive motorcycle that they have in the dealership.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in a point in your life where you need to be spending less money,
Yeah.
and you're gonna go drop fucking 30 to 45K on
Yep.
a trike.
Yep.
And you know, odds are 95% of the people that do that, they don't ride like that anymore.
No.
Nope.
No.
Realistically, they need to go out and buy a fucking classic car.
Yeah.
Or they need to go buy a motorhome, toter home, something like
Yeah.
that.
Fuck
It's-
no.
Yeah, this
Don't those people in fucking motorhomes.
Hey.
No, I mean,
But
but
that's
that's
fucking old people homes.
but that's something too. Is like
You've
gonna
lived long
tell-
enough, Grandpa.
I'm gonna tell your mother you said that.
But that's something too, is like, you know, talking about the industry as a whole, you know, there's a lot of guys that, you know, there's different builders across the country that are doing different stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, your local environment seems to play a big role in what you're into.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's real flat. Oklahoma has, you know, a couple twisties around here and there.
right.
Which makes sense why everybody here has fucking
Really?
95-inch factory 47s and,
Yeah.
you know, assless chaps and
Yeah. Margarita Island bikes.
yeah.
But
Kissing dudes.
I think that's one of the big things is that, you know, from the outside perspective is you see these guys in the industry that are either they were building performance baggers maybe a year or two ago because that's what all the business coming in the door was, and now they're getting into choppers. Well, it's like, and I see these people go, I can't believe they're doing this, and this. I'm like, well, if that's how they earn their bread and butter is by selling aftermarket bikes or aftermarket parts, and if everything is shifting towards, hey, all the guys that were wanting to get Dynas 2 years ago are now getting fucking iron heads or whatever fucking chopper or whatever bullshit they're getting. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sell them all that shit. Like, why not make my fucking bread on all
I mean,
this?
you gotta change with the times.
Yeah.
That's what Harley
Yeah.
Davidson had to do is they had to start making bikes that were up to date.
And
the problem
that's-
was people already built that bike,
Yes.
and it was time for them to move on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of the Dyna guys and the sporty guys moved up to baggers.
Yeah. So
I
then
mean-
you'll see those performance bikes ish on the showroom floor where it's like, oh, you would have just seen a Road Glide 5-6 years ago that hadn't had anything done to it.
Thing is they're 2 or 3 years too late.
Yeah. Well, and that's also because it's, you got to move a whole ship as opposed to a fucking pontoon.
Yeah, I mean on a grand scale of things, but the people who are buying those bikes from the dealership and those pre-built bikes and stuff, it's again,
Yeah.
in 2 years you'll be able to pick that bike up with 7,000 miles on it for
Yeah.
like my Road Glide, for example, that exact same build that I got next year is gonna be worth like 20,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
and
and
it's
that,
like, and mine's road, my bike's road, but somebody built the exact same thing as me, put the exact same amount of money in as me, and let it sit for 2 years.
Yep.
Pick it up with fucking 6,000 miles on it.
mm-hmm.
It's like my Dyna. I picked up my Dyna for fucking $10,000 and it was completely unmolested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a 2011 with like 6,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So motorcycles lose value extremely fast.
Right.
Yeah. It's like,
Especially with them coming
Well,
out,
like when I picked mine up, it was a garage queen. I
Yeah.
mean, it was
which is great from a buyer's perspective.
yeah,
right.
it's a buyer's market on that. It's a buyer's market. Like
Oh,
when I
yeah.
bought the FJ, I bought a 2017 FJ in 21 with 180 miles on it.
Hey.
Yeah.
If it's got tires and tits.
If it flies, fucks, or floats, like you're just dumping money into it. Thanks, Burrito. That was a really good line. I always really appreciate that you dropped that one on me. But like, that's the thing about it is when you think about buying, like when I look at buying a Harley, I'm not gonna go buy a brand new one. I'm gonna go buy a used one.
I give people shit about going out and buying new bikes and stuff. And if you're in a position where you can buy a brand new M8, hell yeah. I'd love to buy a brand new S or a Lowrider ST. I was in a position where I could buy a brand new bike.
Yeah.
But with that said, what I paid for my bike was the cheapest price probably in the entire United States that you get a bike for. And
Right.
for that specific bike.
right.
yeah,
And that's with connections and stuff that I had. And, I reaped the benefits of that.
Right.
But, a lot of guys don't have they're not that fortunate.
no.
So, if you want like Dynas,
yeah,
I'll tell everybody, do not buy a fucking Dyna from a dealership.
no shit.
Yep.
Go to your bank and get a personal loan or something, or save
Get the best rate you can get.
put some fucking money back.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna bend you over and they're gonna take you for everything that you got.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and again, I don't think that there's a Dyna or a Sportster out there that's worth more than $6,500. Unless, like Gillies. Gillies is a badass bike.
Yeah.
no shit.
But you're kind of looking for specific things. When you
Yeah,
jump
his
into
got
that.
a-
But you want
yeah.
a good builder's bike,
Yeah.
like a 2007 or 2008, just FXDB, nice street bob.
Yeah.
Add some shit to it, make it cool, shit
Yep.
here and there. Because you're not buying a Dyna because it's the most comfortable. Well, I say this, I'm 6'7".
Yeah.
So you're not buying a Dyna because you want to take it coast to coast. You're buying a Dyna because you want something that's it seems a little sporty. It's loud, obnoxious. It's
Right.
It's cool.
It gets you around town.
it's kind of
gets
cool.
you
It's kind of
laid.
hip.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your introduction bike. But
I mean, when I bought mine, it was 10 years old. It had 8,000 miles on it.
yeah, it's kind of
and I'm looking at it, and I'm from a standpoint. You rode that for maybe 2 months during the summertime, and it sat in your garage the rest of the time.
my guy rode mine like 900 miles a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's about what mine was.
we
I'm
put-
like,
we put that on the bike this last weekend.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Y'all did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made the whole trip.
Yeah.
But
Thanks.
it's the dealerships and stuff kind of hinder. I'm not gonna say hinder, but they like to capitalize on that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Especially
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
they're in the business to
they're
make money.
they're buying a bike for $27,000. They got it marked up to $40,000, and then they're gonna put a custom paint job on it. I mean, you're gonna walk out the door with like a $65,000 bike that they probably realistically only have like 35 in,
Right.
Yeah. Well, and I think the big thing too
because they
is-
fuck over the painters that paint that shit too.
Yeah.
They fuck over everybody.
Yeah, I mean they're in the
I
business
can
of making
imagine.
money, but one of the big things is the guy in Florida, Blackbeard.
Yeah, Black Bert's
Oh, the guy who does all the like mechanic special. And
Yeah,
when I say
yeah.
mechanic special,
Yeah,
I mean, you better know how to work on your shit because you got to bring a trailer.
He is hilarious.
So
He's a funny dude.
So I have another buddy that sent me a bike, and he was like, "You should fly down to Florida."
Sleepy there, buddy.
Yeah, he's like, he hasn't said a goddamn word for
Yeah.
about an hour
That's
now.
I'm
'cause he
surprised he's
fucking-
not snoring.
Interrupting my nap.
He was bitching the whole time about how cold it was when he rode over here.
He's just ready to warm up. So there was a bike that got sent to me by one buddy, but a couple other people sent it. And they're like, "You should fly down, buy that, and then ride that bike back." I was like, you know how he started the video with mechanic special, and I was like, I don't fly with my tools, and I'm not going to go to Harbor Freight and buy all that shit. Like I love a good challenge, and fucking look at the shit I own. I love a good challenge.
Yeah, I don't like to put myself in a situation that's going to be extremely inconvenient on purpose.
Yeah,
like I've been married
100%.
for fucking how long now? I'm already good on that. So like,
I'm sure Kim's going to appreciate that.
yeah, no, she knows. She knows.
she doesn't listen.
Yeah, she's not listening. But
Podcast
She's
done.
not interested
I can't believe
in
this
his
shit's going on
life.
in my home.
she's
All this homosexual activity.
She's like, it fucking sounds super gay in there right now. But there's
There
something.
will not be a jar cum in this house.
Oh, shit.
God damn it! Oh, fuck, I got so much editing to do.
We're 3 some hours in. Nobody's listened but Nate. Hi, Nate.
Imagine if this was live streamed.
Cody,
Dude,
Cody
Blake
has
would have
a
been
jar
so
of cum.
fucked.
Yeah, dude. What was wild was at Polar there was like
I'd be asleep.
four or 5 guys that were like, I took days off of work to listen to Devin's episode. I was like, what the fuck? Like, well, yeah, I had to listen to it. I'm like, yeah, there wasn't any Pitha, whatever it was.
Priya.
Yeah. But
She
that's
sounds hideous.
but that's
Well,
Jesus
she's
Christ.
prison rape, so they probably so.
well to
Ooh,
do.
rough.
But that's something to be said about the Harley
She's wearing
market.
khakis.
When it comes into the bikes and all that stuff, there's so many guys that'll go out and just rush to, they come out to a bike night. They go, oh, I got to go get a Lowrider ST or whatever.
Yeah.
Go fucking find one. Go cultivate it out on your own. Organically find it. Go get something
Well,
cool.
and that's like
Oh, you woke up.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Hey,
We'd
welcome,
like to
welcome
our
to the
special guest
show.
for part 2.
So with Sydney wanting to learn how to ride, she's looked at the lowrider S's and
Yeah.
STs, and I'm like,
Just backpacker, man up.
Oh, I have a question about
no.
that. I do. So for Devilstone, for DSR, you don't want her to be a backpack?
no, fuck no.
Now, why
How
is
about
that?
a front pack?
Because
Sit down,
I
Steve.
want to be able to ride my fucking bike.
Okay.
And
So
I don't mean that like anything towards her. It's
No.
just I want to be able to, when we're riding through the Bighorns or
Yeah.
through Yellowstone, I want to be
Snap
able to ride
belts.
my bike
Okay.
how I built it to be ridden.
No, what
Okay.
he wants to do is he wants her to buy a cool bike so he can have a second bike.
Yeah.
That was okay.
He wants her to buy a brand new Lowrider ST so he can
I
have
want
a
a
cool
fucking
Lowrider ST.
Road Glide ST, baby.
Yep. So I was wondering because
CVO ST.
when Kim's on the back of the bike, you guys are like, you ride slow. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but like I'm doing what I.
I don't-
Hold up.
I don't
When
ride
Kim's not on the back of the bike,
No.
you ride slow,
No,
Cody,
motherfucker.
you had,
know.
you had a lean angle of 2 degrees.
He can attest.
it's
that
1.5.
I do not ride slow when I have her on the back.
No, so with Kim on the back,
Yeah.
like I'm always worried because she's all the time freaking out. She's pulling at me and doing weird shit. I'm like,
Disconnect your headset and let her eat, buddy.
right, no, I'd done that. So like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
can
all right,
get-
cool, whatever.
Deal with that shit when you get home. That's what I did. Well,
Yeah.
mine died, but we got home and she was like, I was so fucking scared. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I didn't know.
Yeah, well, and that's
You should have said something.
I wasn't.
yeah. When
I
she's
couldn't
on the
hear you
back,
headset.
when she's on the back of my bike, she's all freaking out. I'm like, all right, cool. This is not enjoyable for either one of us now at this point. So I'll calm down for you because I'm like,
Have her on the back more.
Don't worry, baby. I'm scared too.
we were going
You
through.
don't have to be afraid.
We were on hogback. We were on hogback one time, and she starts screaming at me, and she's like, "Slow down, slow down." I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "It's a 55, and we're doing 35." She's like, "You gotta slow down." I was like, "All right, babe. Like, we're taking the real singular."
No, I mean, we went and rode Davis, and then her and we did Tallahena, and I mean, she was fine. What scared her was doing 110, 115
Yeah,
down I-40 with a truck that's doing the same speed right
Yeah,
next
Chris
to us.
is-
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that.
Dickhead
Chris
again.
is acting like a fucking asshole,
Yeah,
pissing this guy off the truck, and
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for him to run me over.
right. Well, I didn't know for sure what it was that she wanted to be. She didn't want to be a backpack.
No,
or-
she wants to learn how to ride, and which I mean, it'll be good for it. It's a lot of learning before we go.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah,
Do you need to borrow the cooter scooter so she just? I mean, like legitimately.
put her on Bell's scooter.
No, she
No, you should be nice to her for a
uh,
little bit. Like 2 weeks on the cooter scooter and then Bell scooter.
She tried to stand the dyno up, but she couldn't.
Oh, really?
But that's that's a big part of why I'm putting the Sportster back together right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
yeah,
this
give her something to
fucking
go.
dickhead was like, let's buy her let's give her Harrison's bike. I'm like, dude, she couldn't stand the dyno.
She'll be all right.
Yeah, she'll be all right on the sports.
It should.
But I mean, the thing with it all is I mean,
I've seen
as
other
much
women
riding-
on
as much riding
bikes
as
like
I do.
Harrison's.
It won't be any
After
easier
a
for her to
long-
have 4 or
long time.
5,000 miles before we go.
No shit. No, and that was my question too. Is like, so Kim had asked about getting a bike at one point. She's like, well, because for about a month, she's like, oh, I think I want to have my own bike. I was like, oh,
She
adorable.
can't ride a bicycle.
There was a lot of conversations about all this stuff, and I was like, all right, cool. If you want
Just
one,
make sure life's insurance. Is
yeah,
paid out.
current and all that stuff. And I was like, all right, if you want,
Raised and updated.
Yeah.
yeah, let's $3 million policy. Let's not get this, $500,000 policy. We got other shit we got to buy.
I
After
give
we're
it
gone.
6 months.
But so, in the grand scheme of things, is like, do you think about when you're going out with the DSR, she's riding behind you and she's just chilling, have her own ride, and you're like, I'm going to take off. I'll be back in a little bit. Or
Oh,
like,
absolutely. And I mean, the thing with that is it's not a Mad Max style deal. It's
yeah.
Fuck.
there's people going 40 over, and there's people doing 40 under. There's always a group you can ride with. And then with the big group of Colorado guys, they'll definitely, because I mean, I'll only run off and get a couple miles ahead. I told her if our headsets disconnect, I'll slow down.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a good place to be in for that.
Yep. And I mean, another thing is I'm going to try and take it easy this year because I want him to fucking enjoy seeing
Enjoy
that
it,
part of
yeah.
that country.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's going to be points where I break off. I'm like, fucking see you at the next turn.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Like,
he
this
said-
is my
he
favorite
says
part of
break
the
off
whole.
like that video doesn't
Follow
exist.
the bike in front of you.
Yeah. They're going to the same spot. We'll see you in a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll pass 12 bikes in a blind 90-degree corner.
Oh, dude, through the big horns, it's Mad Max style through there.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it's
a
so fucking fast. Big fucking 100-mile-an-hour sweepers, and
Ooh.
The thing that we got to get figued out though before we do that is if Blake's bike's going to survive the year.
hey,
This is true. We need
Trying
to.
to kill
We
it.
need to lay bets.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a
somebody
really.
owes me $7. It didn't blow up on the Polar ride.
Who bet you that?
I don't know. I think he just
Oh,
made
I
it
think
up
it was.
himself.
I think it was me.
I think he just said it out loud and he thinks somebody's just going to pay him.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah, I
give me
was like-
$7.
Some guy tried to
I
give you
think-
$7 at the strip club.
That was like $7.
there was some guy that handed me ones. Was like, here, give it to
Yeah,
her.
he's
You
like,
know
we
what
need
to
to-
do.
we need to
I'm like,
upkeep our
dude,
image.
motherfucker.
Okay.
I've been in strip clubs longer than you've been alive.
Okay,
Office over there like, it was a free hot dog.
So you got that said to you, and then you handed me a handful of ones,
Yeah.
and you said the same shit to me. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I have been in strip clubs now." You're
Yeah.
like, I was mostly like,
But I
where
didn't
can
have a
touch at?
stripper ask me or tell me, "Don't be scared."
Hey, here's the deal. I would have taken that money if it was that chick that was on the pole when I left.
Yeah.
I didn't even see who it
I
was.
mean, I don't care. Strip club, gym, fucking. That was a beautiful woman everywhere. And if her dad gave her an ounce of love, she could probably take over
Yeah.
the world.
Was that the brunette?
Yeah.
Yes.
The glasses
dude,
on.
I don't know if she had
Yes.
glasses on,
Yeah,
but I'll
her.
say this. I know she's not a career stripper because she didn't have a single tattoo.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, her.
yeah.
Yeah, she was. She was.
Now,
very
the other
good.
hot career stripper that I saw was a chick that had 2 sleeves
Yes.
yes.
and the glasses on.
I did
Yeah.
see her,
That's a career stripper.
and she was kind of pouty, looking all pissed off. At the
She was like,
world.
"I'm not making good money because all these guys are here, and I don't
Yeah.
like it." Yeah.
Motherfucker, she wasn't up there. I mean, there was that chick in the all white made fucking.
Did the
Right.
bartender that I was talking to? Did she go up in the bowl? Because she left for a little bit.
I don't know.
The bartenders don't strip.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought because she was like, I gotta go take a song. I was like, what the
Odds
fuck?
are the majority of those strippers don't have a liquor license.
Yeah.
And the chicks have to stay behind the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering because she's like, I gotta go take
They're
a
also
song.
not. They're also not dressed as slutty.
Nah.
They're dressed like they work at Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Because there's also girls that walk around that don't ever make their way to the strip club, and you can tell
Yes.
Yeah.
because you're usually not as hot.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, all right, we're at 350. You ready to call it?
Yep.
All right, you guys ready to call it? You want to say anything else?
What's the longest one that you've had so far?
No,
I gotta
we're
go take
not doing this.
Yeah, if you got another
What, 6
14
inches?
minutes.
I gotta pee.
Yeah. All right.
I got a pee too. I'm gonna probably go in that corner over
You
there.
should definitely go in this
All
corner.
right. It was great seeing everybody. I love everybody. I'll see you guys later. There we go.
Yes.
All right.
Goodbye.
Clubstyle Oklahoma on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yep.
Clubstyle
fucking hate it
Oklahoma,
here.
Chubby Boy Magic 405, Burrito Bandito,
Hansen
Hansen
underscore
Designs.
Designs.
Yeah, CDT OKC.
Send
and
all your single hot friends. With
And-
no children, no children.
Yeah.
Let's
Dick
make
pics to Hansen.
nothing against MILFs, but you guys have a special place in my heart.
Hey, they have snacks in their purse
This is true.
and Capri Suns.
I just really want
diabetic.
to
They got
snack right
something.
now.
I
I'm so
just-
fucking hungry.
What?
So they're diabetics.
All right.
Okay,
We'll see y'all
bye.
later.